And for a limited time only, capture your Barbasol Jurassic cans before they're gone. And don't miss Jurassic World Dominion in theaters June 10th. Rated PG-13. Some material may be inappropriate for children under 13.
At CSL Plasma, you can make up to $825 this month when you donate plasma at any of CSL Plasma's tri-state area donation centers. That's money in your pocket for doing a good deed. Plasma donations help create therapies to treat patients with rare and serious diseases, and the process is similar to donating blood. For locations and info on how you can donate plasma and earn up to $825 this month, visit cslplasma.com. Walk-ins are welcome. CSL Plasma, good for you. Great for life.
I've got muscular dystrophy. That means my muscles are weak and it can be hard to breathe.
Now is a scary time for everyone, as we are at a higher risk for respiratory infections.
In good times and bad, the Muscular Dystrophy Association helps kids live with neuromuscular disease. The pandemic places more than 200,000 adults and children with muscular dystrophy at a greater risk.
Breathing is often hard when you live with a neuromuscular disease.
But the Muscular Dystrophy Association is here to help.
MDA is what ensures they receive critical medical care at one of over 150 care centers across the U.S.
During COVID-19, kids like me are at a greater risk.
The Muscular Dystrophy Association needs your support now more than ever.
COVID-19 won't stop us. To learn how you can help, please visit helpmda.org. Thank you.
It's Cuz. Think about getting an engagement ring? If you're ready to pop the question, you got to go to Golden Nugget Jewelers right now. Largest selection of certified diamonds and engagement rings. Your perfect ring is at Golden Nugget Jewelers. Major financing options, unbeatable prices for name brands such as Veragio and Tacori. Online today at goldennuggetjewelry.com. Golden Nugget Jewelers, where Philly gets engaged.
Guys, if you don't feel confident about your performance in the bedroom, it can affect how you feel everywhere else. But thanks to acoustic wave therapy at Forge Medical Group, you don't have to suffer from ED any longer. And neither does your partner. If you feel let down by the pills and you don't want anything sharp near your you-know-what, you owe it to yourself to call Forge Medical Group. Their board-certified medical director and team of physicians treat ED with acoustic wave therapy, which uses sound waves to increase circulation, repair existing blood vessels, and even form new ones. It's safe, simple, and non-invasive, with no drugs, no surgery, no injections, and no side effects. Get your confidence back with revolutionary new acoustic wave therapy from Forge Medical Group. Appointments fill up fast, so call Forge Medical Group now at 610-632-8181. That's 610-632-8181. Or visit forgemedicalgroup.com.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Good morning. Thought I'd help you wake up.
It's 6 a.m. and you're listening to The John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Let the party begin!
The show starts now.
Yeah, it does. John Kincade Show on The Fanatic, brought to you by our friends at Bradford White Water Heaters in the 6 a.m. hour. Bradford White is here for the pro. We're all assembled, and hopefully you are going to have a great morning with us. And obviously, in the course of the morning today, we hope we will be able to distract you, be able to sort of take everybody's mind off the tragic events that happened yesterday in deep sort of southwest Texas, where another school shooting went down. And you've heard on this show before, Carlos Medina has come on and talked to us about the Georgia Bulldog players prior to the draft and everything like that. Carlos's hometown, and it's just another story that hits home, and we hope that in some way, at least we can, with showing proper respect, we have to go about our normal jobs, but it's a terrible thing, and all of us as fathers and who have had kids go through school, it's just a terrible, terrible story as today dawns. Coach wants you to know this little fact. to start the day, by the way. And, Bob, this is important to you, that beer is one of the oldest beverages in the world. And it dates back to 5000 BC. And people all over the planet consume over 50 billion gallons of beer each year. And the word beer comes from the Latin word bibere, meaning to drink. So are you going to be...
My daughter's a huge fan of Justin Bieber.
Bieber, that's the way it works.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Just quickly, though, we're all dads.
Yeah.
Every one of us. And that's just... It's horrifying to watch and to see it. But, you know, it's...
I saw one of the Sandy Hook mothers on TV last night.
Yeah, Nicole.
It's approaching 10 years of that, and it's just...
I would not want to... I can tell you this, I would not...
I can't believe we're here still.
I don't think I'd want to go on if anything happened to my child. And that sounds cowardly for a grown man to say that.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't sound cowardly at all. I am in awe when people do that. It's not cowardly at all, John. It's 10 years later, she's still trying to do something to help other people.
It's amazing.
And it's amazing that she has the courage to get up there and try to do it. She does something that, no, you're not coward to say that, and because that's the human nature of all of it. But she's trying to do something to prevent this from happening over. You know, it's crazy. Like yesterday, it happened, and I'm looking at my Twitter feed, and I see the top mass school shootings of all time, top 10 or something. Columbine isn't even among it. And that's what kind of started all of this.
And you have and that was 99, by the way.
Yeah. And the kids that were in the school then have kids that are in that age, elementary school age now. And it's so sad and so you would think preventable. But it's just, that's another
And that's all. There's a lot of things as far as it being preventable, which is just and that's the hard thing and Jamie, your wife and Pat, I mean, it sounds crazy to say because people send their spouse as a cop, their spouse as a fireman, their spouse a first responder, and you feel like your husband or your wife goes out to work each day and they're in danger. You guys have wives who teach.
Yeah, it's horrifying on many levels. Just looking at my girls yesterday, I couldn't even think of the possibility of sending them to what should be a safe space, a place of learning and growing as a person. And my wife's there as well. My whole life is going to be in a school system.
Amen.
I'm at a loss for words.
Yeah, same. I don't like to think about sending my family off to what should be, as Jamie said, a safe space, but it's the reality we live in, unfortunately, and sucks.
And it should be completely safe.
Yeah, it should be.
I mean,
should be a sanctuary.
Bob, did you ever feel, I mean, honestly, and it is a little different for your generations, though. Did you ever feel in any way in danger at school? Never.
Did I feel in danger at school? No, I never really felt danger for my kids at school. The one day I remember the most was 9/11.
Yeah.
And I had 2 kids in school, and I ran right to the school to go grab them and just have them be with me, so I knew they were safe. And, the school doing a great job of telling me that they were fine or whatever. But I can't imagine sending kids off to school and having that fear all the time right now. It's horrible.
No, and that is the one thing I will say, though, is that it also brings out the worst. It brings out the people who want to take it and make it about something else. And then everybody's got to, ridicule others who, one of the things, and I'll say continue is, there is inaction is one thing, but I love the people who want to. I do not agree with it. The mocking of prayer. I do not. I never understand mocking prayer. I am somebody who believes in it. I don't believe in mocking it, but I understand their emotions are high and things, and it's a terrible thing right now. And for everybody who, as you send your kids off today, let's see if we can't do a little bit better. As we start today, though. Thankfully, we have the Phillies to talk about. And I say that mockingly because last night was just another in an example of a franchise that continues to just tread water. And part of the reason is, yes, the manager. And in a year, and it started with some of the earliest quotes, and I went looking for them this morning, was Sparky Anderson was asked about an old-time manager, and if you're in your 50s or above, you would know who he was. He said that a manager was and he sort of mocked the importance of being a manager. And he said, I probably affect the outcome of 6 or 7 games a year. 6 or 7 games a year in a period of 2 out of the last 3 years could have gotten the Phillies into the postseason. And so 6 or 7 games a year that a manager affects does make a difference. And Joe Girardi continues to make a difference in a wrong way. And last night, Bryce Harper continues to just, I don't know. He is absolutely just vicious at the plate. That ball, I've been in that ballpark 100 times, and I've never seen a ball exit the ballpark like his home run did in the 9th inning that quickly. And you have that momentum, you have that excitement, but because you used your closer, Corey Knebel, in a 5-run lead game the night before, you say he's not available. Because of the fact that you pitched a pitcher 11 pitches on Sunday and didn't pitch him on Monday, you claim he's not available on Tuesday night for work. I don't understand Joe Girardi. Joe Girardi, explain why no Jose Alvarado. Explain why no Corey Knebel. And more importantly, explain why you went for a second inning with Nick Nelson last night.
Where was Sir Anthony or Alvarado?
Alvarado was available. Sir Anthony was not available. Corey was not available. Familia was not available. String of right-handers they had. Nelly had just thrown the ball extremely well. So, I mean, we were short, really short tonight in the bullpen.
Is Sir Anthony hurt?
He should be back tomorrow. No, he just needed another day.
I know you don't like to push the third day, but given the fact that you rallied back, there was no chance of Knebel?
Well, I mean, he had a really tough inning on Sunday. Yesterday he threw. It's early in the year. No.
Why did you like Nick on the second inning over Alvarado?
You know, Nick's throwing the ball well. He threw the ball well in the 8th. You know, if I go to Alvarado there and they tied up, I'm in a big mess, right? And with the string of right-handers and stuff with Nell.
So, in other words, Joe Girardi is managing scared. I'm not putting words in his mouth. I am not making something up. Joe Girardi is managing scared. I'm afraid to go to Jose Alvarado. I'm afraid to use a pitcher who's thrown 11 pitches in the last 2 days. He's shut down. I can't use him on Tuesday night. And more importantly, I used my closer when I didn't have to on Monday night when I was up 5 runs. Because you know probably why? He was probably scared. If Joe Girardi's managing scared, Joe Girardi needs to go. If Joe Girardi is afraid to manage this baseball team and to put players in the situations that they're hired to do, then Joe Girardi needs to go. Because managing scared hurts every single player on the roster and hurts this team's chances to win. That was one of the 6 or 7 games a year that a manager actually makes a difference. And Joe Girardi continues to get in his own way. And that's where we begin with Bob and Jamie and Pat and Connor and Mike and the coach Eric Camille. It's the John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. Bobby, you've written about enough of these games over the years.
Yeah.
And
yeah, he lost that game on Monday night. I mean, you had a wild, crazy win on Sunday, coming back against the Dodgers. Knebel goes an inning there. You win in 10. Great. You're up 7-3 on Atlanta the other night. Why are you bringing Knebel in again on Monday night? And he's talking about last night. He said, well, I got to look into the future. Well, what were you doing on Monday? There was absolutely no reason to bring in Knebel in the 9th inning on Monday. I don't know whose availability was what, being that you went 10 innings on Sunday. But what are you doing?
It was fear. He was afraid of blowing the Monday game.
Like he doesn't seem to live in the moment, or the books are ruling everything, or there's no feel anymore from Joe Girardi, which Pat has brought up before. Is amazing that he was a major league catcher for so long, and that he's seemingly unable to feel a game. It seems to be paper driven anymore. I didn't get it last night. What's he talking about? Nelly throwing well. I saw him throw 4 50-foot pitches last night, and had JT Realmuto bouncing all over the place behind the plate. A wild pitch that sent somebody to third after a double. He had another wild pitch that I guess Acuna was on second, that if he was paying attention, he would have gone to third, but he didn't. Didn't have to, because there was a game-winning hit anyway. What the hell is he looking at?
I don't know. And Jamie, it's frustrating. I know you had some frustrating moments last night watching that nonsense.
Yeah, and the other thing is, he knew on Monday that Sir Anthony Dominguez was going to need a day or two's rest after Sunday's game. He said he's fine.
11 pitches, though?
Yeah,
11 pitches, you need 2 days rest?
They said he felt a little pain. So they're trying to take it slow with him. I understand that. But then that's even more so why you don't put Knievel in on Monday night. You got a 5-run lead. Look, I'll take my chances with Nick Nelson there. I don't want to take my chances with Nick Nelson after you just stole momentum on the road in the 9th inning, and you're going to trot him out then for a 1+ inning, save. Just no. You talk about looking ahead. You had to know Sir Anthony was out. You had your choice of Alvarado or Nelson last night. Familia wasn't an option either.
No.
On Monday, when you're up 5, you have to think about Tuesday. Knievel is going to be needed in this series. It's a 4-game series versus the team you're in second place with, chasing first place. Come on, man. This isn't rocket science.
If it isn't, Pat, I can't. Pat, you've talked about the feel, as Jamie points out, that he's the man with no hands because he has no feel.
Yeah, this dude sucks. Let's just call it what it is. He sucks. Like Nick Nelson. Nick Nelson has never, ever in his entire baseball career had a save. And not only does Joe Girardi throw him out there to get a save.
I did not know that, by the way, until you just said it.
Yeah, not only does he throw him out there to get a save, he throws him out there to get a more than one inning save, which I'm never a fan of that either. That Joe Girardi, and he's done that quite a bit, too, of throwing guys in there for one and a third inning save.
Is that American League stuff?
I don't think so. Like Ricky will talk about it, it messes up the reliever. It's a different feel in the 9th inning. So you're putting a guy in there in a spot that he's never been in before and not used to basically lose you a game where you scratched and clawed your way back. I throw my hands up at this point. Does this guy want to be a manager, or is he just looking?
You hear his answers afterwards. He's so uninspired.
He is this close, and YouTube can't see it, but I have my fingers very close. He's this close from grabbing the World Series trophy and going around in a circle with his car and it dangling off the back to try to get fired.
He's going to do a Costanza.
Yeah.
You can put a reliever in and he has a bad night, and then people come back at you and say, well, why didn't you go with this guy, or why didn't you go with that guy? Like, to me, that was always, okay, whatever. He blew this game on Monday.
He did.
There was no reason for Knievel to be out there on Monday night with a 7-3 lead in the 9th inning. Absolutely no reason for him to be there. And if he's going to come out and say, well, I got to look ahead, I have to look at this, that, and the other. Well, why didn't you do it the night before? That was my bigger... If I was Jim Salisbury in there, I think that's what I would have been hammering home even more. Like, why did you go to your closer yesterday when it wasn't a closing situation?
And Todd Zalecki had question after question after everything he said. Joe was just backing himself into a corner, and Zalecki's just, oh, well, here's logic. Here's some logic.
Yeah.
Here's some logic.
At one point, Joe said,
I
just answered that.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, well, yeah, it's just, I'm sorry, it was just so stupid that I couldn't process it, so I'm going to ask it again.
I think Zalecki was giving him a chance. I think he was giving him a chance to bail himself out because it was such a stupid answer. I believe he was trying to be almost kind.
Well, as a reporter, when you get such a crazy answer, I know me. I can only speak of me. No. You want more of that craziness.
You want more crazy.
Sure. Okay. Are you really saying this? Oh, explain that to me some more.
Yeah. There you go. Hey, buckling up is the best way to protect yourself and your loved ones in a crash. Drive smart, buckle up, be safe, PA. You can learn more at PennDOT.pa.gov/safety. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars. And hopefully we will have a nice, safe day on the roads today. The ladies have left Charlotte. So they are on their way up, and
Charlotte will never be the same.
My family will be here this afternoon. I said it's a very happy day. I cannot believe it's finally here.
Your house will be full.
Yes, it'll be full house. I'll be not Uncle Jesse. What was his name? The guy who owned the house.
Oh, Danny Tanner.
Danny.
Good
Danny
morning, Wake Up San Francisco.
San Francisco, yeah.
And that was his co-host who ended up marrying John Stamos.
Aunt Becky was the co-host, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Little did we know she'd have scandal in her future.
That's hot, huh? I like going to jail.
Yeah, I like
Aunt Becky going to jail?
Dirty Aunt Becky doing some crimes.
She's a bad girl.
Guys are idiots.
Can you believe, though, the crime? Can you believe what she did? Can you believe what she did, though?
Yeah.
I can.
You have fame.
Yeah, I think it happens a lot.
Yeah,
no, but you have fame. No, wait a minute, though. Whoa. You have fame and you have fortune.
Yeah, but you have a dumb kid.
Yeah.
You can't. You can't
So you're
fix
willing
that,
to
but you
commit
can.
fraud that can send you to prison.
Yeah.
You're willing to commit fraud that could put you behind bars because you have a kid who's not smart enough to get into a school?
Cocktail parties, you got to tell people where your kid goes to school.
Oh, that's the bragging rights.
It's incredible.
Yeah, if you have brothers
Kyle just
and
got his
sisters.
master's from South Carolina. Did I say something?
I watched Liv take a couple of the parents from her school out at the knees the other day. They literally were like, after graduation, going, "So you're going to go to Temple?" And she said, "Yes, I'm going to go to Temple." And she goes, "And yes, and I turned down Syracuse and Boston University." And somebody's going, "Really, you did that?" And she goes, "Yes, because of what I want to study and what I was offered and where I want to work later." And she literally just dismantled these snarky moms. They were like, "You're going to Temple?"
These Lululemon moms.
Yeah. Oh, yes. You've got them defined, Pat.
I know about it.
You've got them well defined.
The Range Rovers.
Hey, spring's finally sprung, and enjoy yourself hanging out on the patio at PJ's. The girls said tonight, PJ's for dinner. They want to go to PJ's, their first dinner. Their
Break
first
out those
dinner in town.
coupons you got, John.
Hey, enjoy their favorite. They're not having craft beer, but they have happy hour specials every weeknight and award-winning wings. PJ Whelahan's, where we hang for happy hours, and you should too. You'll absolutely love it. I saw where the Philadelphia Eagles, and I don't know if you caught this yesterday. I saw it on NFL Live. The Philadelphia Eagles have created the most off-season traffic for people wanting to purchase gear or I'm sorry, wrong words here because I wrote it down at the time. The Philadelphia Eagles have had the most searches for gear and inquiries on buying jerseys of any fan base in the National Football League. Now there's a lot new. I put that too. There's a lot of new players too. There's a ton of new players, draft picks, big trades. I mean, the big trade.
AJ Brown would probably be a top 3 or 4.
And now Bradbury coming over.
Yeah.
It's like so. There's been a lot of movement around the Eagles.
That waiver claim they had from the Texans.
But it was like 20% more than any other team. The Eagles are the hot team. We're sitting with the hot team in the NFL. Like everybody's talking about the Eagles going, wow, honestly, Howie Roseman has the entire NFL's talking about his team. And there is not one of us in this room that would have said, I bet you in June or coming into June that the Eagles are going to be the hot team to talk about in the NFL.
No, I wouldn't have guessed. They're a year ahead of schedule from what I had hoped. We'll see what.
And they're not just the hot team among fans.
No, it's all around the NFL.
I know, but
experts,
also other teams are poaching.
I know. I was going to say
executives
Andy
from the
Weidel.
Eagles now because it looks like Howie Roseman now is the Bill Belichick of front office general managers. That you work under Howie Roseman? Oh, come to our team and be an assistant GM.
How do you do it? They want to know. I think they want to know the cap stuff. That's my guess.
I agree. I don't doubt that. That was my first thought.
How does Howie do it? How do they maneuver? Because honestly, you take a bibliophile of information with you, right? I mean, you take that all with you when you go to another job.
Yeah.
Like Pat, when you go to All Hits,
92.5 All Hits.
You're going to be able to take everything you've learned on this show and then put it to that show.
It's a new one from Bruno Mars.
I wonder if the Andy Weidel news is part middle finger for firing my brother, but apparently the Weidels are from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they're from Pittsburgh.
The Steelers lore is, but I think part of it also could be, you fired my brother? Yeah.
Really?
See ya. It's kind of a lateral move. He didn't get the assistant GM title here. He was president of player of development
personnel or something. I don't know.
I feel like if you could have given him the title bump and maybe some pay, he would have stayed.
I think if you grew up a Steeler fan,
maybe,
and you went to Steeler games, and you have a chance to take an executive position with the Steelers.
But their GMs are usually there for 40, 50 years, it feels like. So it's like
their coaches, their GMs,
they just hire right, and it's like, well, you're kind of in the same spot.
I don't think there is an organization in all of sports that I respect more than the Steelers.
Yeah, they're pretty damn good.
I've known 3 coaches
in our lifetime that we're really knowing.
Yeah, 3 and you probably only know 2.
I know Cowher.
And you don't know
Tomlin.
Chuck Noll. You don't remember the Chuck Noll days.
No.
We were in grade school and early high school with
I've
Chuck
known
Noll.
2 in my life.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's wild.
I respect them. I respect that organization so much. And the stability of it, the patience of it. And again, if I'm hiring a coach of all the NFL coaches, I'm hiring Mike Tomlin. I love how
no problem.
I love how he goes about his business.
Yeah, he's top 3 or 4 for me.
He's never had a losing season.
It's unbelievable.
That's incredible.
Yeah, that's one of the most impressive stats I've heard.
And by the way, in Pittsburgh, he takes a ton of heat. He really does. He takes so much heat, so much critique, and he would be unemployed 2 minutes.
Yeah, Pennsylvania likes their football, huh?
Yeah, it does. It's a good thing to have. We hope that you're going to have a good Wednesday morning with us, and we appreciate you being a part of the John Kincade Show here on The Fanatic, and we thank you if you stream all day long. We appreciate that. You're listening all day long. Please take us with you. Anthony will be back in studio today. Mike will be back in studio today. So we've got lots to talk about. And, hey, also, we're sitting in the city with the hottest NFL team. Everybody's talking about our team, which is pretty incredible. I heard a discussion yesterday between Cuz and Shunas, and it was regarding a flawed lineup in baseball. So I wanted to dive deeper into it. We'll get to that next. It's the John Kincade Show. Thanks for being with us here on 97.5 The Fanatic. My friends at H&H Heating and Air Conditioning, they're the best. In fact, they're going to go visit the Lynches because they're great people. Not the Lynches. Well, they are great people too.
Today.
Yeah, they're coming today?
Yeah, they're coming out today. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, the Hoke brothers have a great operation. And if your air conditioning system made it through last summer on its last legs, and I think that's where Jamie's at, do you want to know if you're in a good position? Hey, I can tell you right now, you want to think about a new system from H&H because the supply chain shortages also apply to that industry. It's going to get really, really hot. And if your system breaks down, you could be caught, well, literally with your pants down because it's too hot to be in your house. H&H has the inventory now. They can install now with savings up to $1,500 in rebates on qualifying systems before you end up in a jam. They also have 0% financing available for qualified buyers, so there's no reason to wait. We love the Hoke brothers. We love having our system maintained. Our house was built for us, and we had our system checked out before inspection to make sure that it was ready to go before we bought the house. They do the kind of stuff. They're great folks. To schedule an estimate on a new AC system, visit DelcoHVAC.com. That's DelcoHVAC.com. You're going to see why they have over 1,000 5-star ratings online and one from the Kincades.
The John Kincade Show.
I am so excited I can't stand it!
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Hey, it's Cuz. Listen, you've tried all the usual weight loss gimmicks. You've counted points. You've eaten nothing but protein. You've drank nothing but shakes. And none of it's worked. But one to call, 855-5NJ-DIET, can change all of it. With NJ Diet, you can lose a contractually guaranteed 20 to 40-plus pounds in only 40 days. Their program starts with bioenergetically personalized supplements based on your hair, saliva, and blood work. Then NJ Diet uses DNA testing to create your ideal diet plan and workout regimen to help you keep the weight off. You're not sure you can do it alone? NJ Diet's with you every step of the way. You're fully monitored by their certified staff to make sure you're burning fat and not just losing water. You'll also get the doctor's personal email and phone number. NJ Diet's all natural, no shots, no hormones, no surgery, no dreaded prepackaged foods. Locations close by in Newark, Delaware, Cherry Hill, King of Prussia, from home with live online video consultations. Call 855-5NJ-DIET or log on to njdiet.com. Go to njdiet.com and lose the weight for good.
Welcome to Allstate, where saving on your auto insurance is kind of like a joyride. You, your car, and an open road. Maybe your best friend, too. The music is chill, and so is the traffic. You and your friend both look over at each other, and then he puts his head back out the window. Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Click, call, or visit allstate.com to save today.
Allstate and affiliates offer products and services subject to availability, terms, and conditions.
O'Reilly. Get ready for summer vacation now at O'Reilly Auto Parts with up to a $15 gift card after mail-in rebate when you purchase select Superstart batteries. With the power, performance, and reliability your vehicle demands, Superstart batteries are made to deliver long life and consistent starts. Superstart batteries only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
It's official. Summer is almost here. The sun is getting brighter, the days are getting longer, and your yard is ready for some love. Make sure your flower beds and bushes can handle the heat with special savings on Earthgrow mulch. Keep the sun off your soil and water in the ground, plus add a fun pop of color that will last up to 12 months. Hurry in. Earthgrow mulch, 5 bags for just $10. Feels like Memorial Day at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Valid May 19th to 30th. In-store only. Color selection varies by store. Limit 75 per customer.
Whether you're working from home, an office, or both, Staples has your tech.
A powerful PC that'll help me deliver the perfect presentation.
Staples has your tech.
How about wireless headphones so I'm not tied to my desk?
A second monitor that'll make multitasking manageable?
Staples has you covered with tech solutions and accessories, from the latest laptops to networking solutions. And now, save up to $260 on select PCs. The latest tech solutions are at Staples, the working and learning store. Ends 5/28. In-store only. Limit 2 while supplies last.
It's one thing to build a truck. It's another to build a legacy. The Ford F-150. The only truck with an available class-exclusive Pro Power onboard generator. The only one with an available work surface in the front and the back. And the only one that is part of the F-Series lineup that has been the best-selling pickup for 45 straight years. Now, you can get special incentives when you build to order a new F-150. Inventory is arriving daily, so hurry in for best selection. Get to your local Ford store today.
Whoa, Greg's up.
He's never up this early.
Hey, guys. Okay, so this is called the Bell Breakfast Box from Taco Bell.
Oh, thanks. I can read.
And that's a coffee. Helps you open your eyes.
And that's a breakfast burrito. You can start from either end.
You guys always this condescending in the morning?
Pretty much.
Wake up with the new $5 Bell Breakfast Box, filled with a grande toasted breakfast burrito, hash brown, 2 Cinnabon Delights, and a coffee. At limited participating Taco Bell locations near you during breakfast hours only. Contact local store for prices, hours, and participation, which vary. Tax extra. Drinks excludes freezes.
Beasley Media's Philadelphia Digital Division continues to grow, and we're looking for qualified candidates. To see the full job description and qualifications for our digital sales strategist, ad operations, and digital sales coordinator positions, go to 97.5thefanatic.com/now hiring. Positions are full-time and include benefits. Please deliver your resume and cover letter to digitalphilly@bbgi.com. Beasley Media Group, LLC is an equal opportunity employer.
Hey there, casino fans. I'm here to let you know that the new BetRivers.com casino app is here. It's got lots and lots of exciting slots and table games to play, fast payouts, and a rewards program you'll love. Plus, with award-winning customer service, the excitement never stops. So get ready, casino lovers, to experience the BetRivers.com difference you can trust. It's a whole new game. Download it today.
Presented by Rivers Casino Philadelphia. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Neiman Marcus has the hottest men's designer sneakers in Philadelphia, and they're going fast. Pop into Neiman's King of Prussia and try on the newest kicks from Balenciaga, Alexander McQueen, Christian Louboutin, Dolce & Gabbana, and Versace. But hurry, to be sure, you're one of the first to snag a pair.
'Tis catering season. Whatever the reason, make it Primo. No matter what you have planned, serve in style with Primo Hoagies. They don't with the highest quality meats and cheeses on our award-winning seated roll. Stop in one of over 90 locations or order online at PrimoHoagies.com. Remember, not just a hoagie, it's a Primo.
Hello. Whether you're at home or on the go, listen to 97.5 The Fanatic on Odyssey on your smartphone, Roku, LG Smart TV, Waze, and more. That's Odyssey, AUDACY. Check it out now. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
You know we really like you when you listen on the radio, but we love you a little bit extra when you take us with you after your ride on the 97.5 app.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Go damn
All right, you know you're going to be on the boardwalk in Wildwood this summer, right? At some point. So why don't you take advantage of the Fanatic Deal of the Week? By the way, I've already bought 2 of them. So it's good for me to grab this. I think you should too. You're going to get 1 same-day ride and water park ticket to Maury's Piers for $70. You get unlimited rides on all 3 piers and both water parks. So check it out now at 97.5thefanatic.com, keyword deal, and you can get your tickets before they're gone. Supplies are very limited. You experience the thrills, you have the fun and the splash of the Fanatic Deal of the Week. This is a great deal. You're going to spend out of pocket a fortune. It's a $120 value. You can get it for $70. And if you want to get multiple, you can do that too. So
it's basically free.
Go to the Fanatic Deal of the Week. Go to 97.5thefanatic.com, keyword deal. I already got 2. There's nothing better than I think they give you one of the little like wristbands or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you're free for the day. You don't have to worry about it.
No.
Because I don't want to get the dad. Can you give me some money? to do this, so
You're going to get that a lot more now. Right?
Yeah.
Well, no. There's
home?
new money issues. There's now the adult money things start to step in. She gets her monthly budget.
You keep thinking.
She gets her monthly budget and told.
That's cute.
That's funny. That's funnier that you think I'm not serious.
I don't know how this ended up.
My
on my
youngest
credit card,
is your
but-
daughter's age. You just starting to give out the money.
Well, there's the one thing is that was one of the great things from Saturday night after dinner. By the way, where's your Apple Pay? Take that credit card off. Gone. Take it off. That's gone.
Life hits you hard.
You'll
man.
use it was the day of. She goes, Dad, the day of graduation.
Yeah, I would have
She goes-
waited a
she
day
goes,
or two.
Can I do? And I said, okay, here's what you can do. You can do it when you get into town on Wednesday. Take the credit card off on Wednesday because you start work. She starts work on Saturday. Let's start.
What's she doing?
She's going to be she's working for the PJ's family. She's going to be
I've heard of them.
She's going to be a hostess at the Chop House in Exton.
She ready for that lifestyle, that chop lifestyle.
She better be ready for it because it's time to work.
Chop, chop.
Time to work in your new hometown. Time to get to work. So good to see it. Hey, join the Fanatic and our friends from Philly Sports Trips and reserve your spot now for one of Philly Sports Trips' amazing Eagles road trips this year. Go to Philly Sports Trips. You will love it, phillysportstrips.com, and you can travel with the pros. We tell you about it all the time. We absolutely love our friends at Philly Sports Trips. They do such an amazing job, and they always add little ideas about trips, how to make them a little bit better. And I love how they send the surveys out. Say, what'd you like, what you didn't like. Well, we love the parties are great. The pregame parties are pretty much second to none.
There's a reason they have a 4.9 star review.
That is really good.
Yeah.
What's your Uber review, Pat? What is your score as an Uber,
I'd have to
as
look.
an Uber rider?
I'd
Pull
have
up
to
your
look.
Uber. It's something.
I haven't looked
I don't
in a
take
long
Uber very.
time.
I don't take.
Oh,
Uber
you don't?
very
Oh, you're
much.
not an Uber person.
I haven't taken it in like 3. I became.
Well, then you haven't taken it.
I became a Lyft guy.
Oh, so you become a Lyft guy.
Yeah.
But does Lyft give you a score by
I'm sure
where
they
the
do.
where the driver scores you?
They do, but I don't think you can see it.
Oh wow.
There's a mini docu-series on Uber on Showtime that was very good.
I want
Very
to know.
interesting.
I want to know the one driver that gave me a 4 and not a 5, because it still pisses me
I have a
off.
4.77.
That's not great.
He probably wasn't a big fan of Shaq.
Okay, that's not great. I'm 4.98. That's not good.
Yeah,
I'm a 5.
I have 5 stars.
Bob, how many have you been on?
1. Down the shore one time.
Bob's on a 5 Uber.
I don't say anything.
Yeah, but do you tip well? Because you see,
but
that's where you get
they
your
rate
score.
before they get the tip.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I believe they have to rate before they.
Oh, there you go.
The tip comes.
There you go.
That's
Coach,
weird.
Coach, you've become a bit of an Ubersman. I led you through the process.
You did.
You
I
like
had
it now?
An emergency at one time, and you led me through the whole process.
And you like it now? I love Uber.
Sort of, but I'm looking here on my Uber app. Where do I find how many stars I have?
Next to your picture.
Go to
or
your
whatever it is.
profile.
Go
It
to your
should be right
profile.
under your name.
It's right there. Your
I have
profile.
Okay, I have a 5.0.
Well, then there it is. You got that means
In what world is Coach a better passenger than me? Come on.
I have 5
the
stars.
dude. I don't
You're
say
5,
anything.
Pat?
Yeah.
How many trips though?
Oh, not many.
Oh,
Probably
okay.
under
You
10.
can't
all right.
question Coach.
That's still
He
pretty
stops
good,
cars
though.
and changes
Coach, that's good,
tires
though.
and gives
Good point.
people
I have
rides and stuff.
6
Yeah.
Uber drive.
Okay,
Uber
6 rides and you're a 5-0. That's
Wow.
perfect.
5-0.
That's excellent.
That's why it's only 6.
I heard an
You can fool
interesting.
people in 6.
I heard
He's
an
really upset
interesting
about
discussion yesterday on Cuz Radio regarding the Phillies lineup being flawed. Both Anthony and Andrew were saying it in various times during the conversation. They both feel that the Phillies have a flawed lineup. And their main point of view was they were talking about the lack of a true leadoff hitter in the lineup, that they don't have a leadoff hitter. So I got a few questions for you guys because I have my own opinions on this. First of all, I'll ask every one of you, do you know the percentage of times that a leadoff hitter actually leads off an inning in the course of a season?
162 games.
160 games, but how many times do they lead off an inning? What percentage of their at-bats are they the first person to bat in an inning?
Probably just the top of the game.
No, more than that. 40% of the time, and then, by the way, this was stats.
I was not good at math.
This was stats when pitchers still batted in Major League Baseball. So even
40%, you said?
now it's down to right now it's down to 34%. So around 1 out of
Still
3
a lot.
times, a leadoff hitter leads off an inning. The number 2 hitter leads off an inning almost the same amount of time. Almost exactly the same amount of innings your number 2 hitter will lead off. So what I'm saying to you is this is I don't understand the fascination with the traditional leadoff hitter has to look like this when the idea to me in today's lineup should be get your best guys up to the plate as often as possible. Also, too, don't you think baseball's moved away from traditional leadoff hitters? I just went around Major League Baseball yesterday afternoon because I'm a dork and went through and looked at teams' leadoff hitters. I don't think any of them look like traditional, Bob, leadoff guys that from the past. Like, not many of them are the kind of guys, well, this guy's going to take a lot of pitches and he's going to get on base and he's going to steal a base. And, I mean, I don't see a ton of that going on in baseball.
No, well, look, even when this Phillies had Jimmy Rollins as a leadoff hitter, a lot of people were saying, oh, he's not the traditional leadoff hitter.
Right.
I mean, what is the traditional? Pete Rose? Are you going to go back that far? Vince Coleman, guys that can get on base and
Ricky
steal
Henderson
your bases.
to me is prototype.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, stealing bases has kind of gone by the wayside also. I do, however, still, I don't like the fact that a guy that you have penned in for 25 to 30 home runs and 90 RBIs is leading off your lineup. I just don't. Rhys Hoskins, he's not a leadoff hitter. I don't care what kind of baseball you're playing, launch angles, home runs, strikeouts, all of that stuff. I mean, John, just in comfort of comfort, and maybe it's eye test, whatever. Are you comfortable with Rhys Hoskins being your leadoff hitter?
Not really, except here's the one thing I'm going to say. Rhys Hoskins works a count as well as any.
He's got the best eye on the team.
As any player in their lineup. So I'm looking at it that way. There's one advantage that he's getting guys data.
Right.
By what's going on. But no, because I also he can clog up the base pad.
Yeah, and I don't like a guy that you're expecting to get you 95 RBI to be 33% of the time. The numbers you just gave, 35% of the time, going up there with nobody on base. And that's what happened. If he's the leadoff hitter and 30% of the time, 35% of the time he goes up and he's leading off an inning, there's nobody on base. You're expecting this guy to get 95 RBI and a third of his at-bats, nobody's on base? I don't like that at all.
Yeah, I don't need Vince Coleman as my leadoff hitter, but
that's another good name, Jay.
Yeah,
but do you think it's flawed?
A little bit, yeah, because
okay,
I think they have a bunch of the same guys. Like Kyle Schwarber. In what world is Kyle Schwarber a leadoff hitter? Like,
I'm telling you,
he's boom or bust.
He's had some great at-bats, though, as far as
last night's
working
bat
counts,
was really
working
impressive.
Counts.
But I want a guy that's going to get on base. Like, you still want RBI opportunities for your 2 and 3 hole hitters. I mean, that's the meat of your order. That's what's going to make you what you are. I mean, Aaron Judge bats second and third for the Yankees most of the time. They're the best offense in baseball. You want the table set for those guys. I don't want a boom or bust guy. I want a consistent guy.
You know, Jamie just made a great point, and I never thought of this. They do have a lot of the same hitters. Okay, think about this.
Yeah,
you had
it's a
Schwarber leading
logjam.
off before. Now you have Hoskins. I don't see anything. What if you put Bohm there? Well, Bohm, no. What if you put Harper there? What if you put Segura there? They're Rio Muto there. They are all the same hitters. Like, none of those guys jumps out to you as a leadoff hitter, and none of them jumps out as anything else but what they are.
Harper can work a count. Harper's arguably one of the best hitters in the game. Harper's a guy who, when you want to get the most at-bats out of him in the course of a year, but do you also not want to have you want to have other guys up in front? I don't know.
I mean, last year he had no RBI opportunities because nobody was getting on base in front of him.
Is Moniak going to be the guy, Pat? Like, I mean, you're not going to have Mickey Moniak have the pressure.
Come on, Pat, get on the Moniak train.
Yeah, that's
Why do you hate prospects?
Pat, I got to tell you, you're pissing me off a little bit about Moniak.
I've always been down on Moniak. That's my big problem. I need to have more faith in the kid. No, I don't think he's going to come up and lead off right away.
You got to put him, what, 7th?
Yeah, I would
Eighth?
put him in the back end of the order. But, I mean, it is flawed because there's no consistency to it. And that tells you right there it's flawed. If there was consistency, then they figure something out. But they haven't, you know. I mean,
so you consider the flaw... They were talking about the lack of a traditional leadoff hitter. You consider the flaw to be the lack of consistency.
Yeah. I mean, my dad texted me during the break and said Joe Girardi's going to have Nick Nelson leading off tomorrow.
Thank you for listening, Mr. Egan.
Yeah, he does. He checks in every once in a while. But
who's his favorite on the show?
Probably Connor.
Right, Connor?
Yeah, or Chevy. He likes Coach until he turns his mic on.
Okay, so that's interesting.
I don't know.
Thank you, Mr.
I'm
Egan.
down in the order there, but no, it's these guys don't really know every day where they're going to go in the lineup, and part of it probably is the roster makeup of a lot of these guys are the same. But the fact you can't find one guy to lead off,
it's
and
incredible.
Throwing darts at a board is pathetic.
I mean, you're going with Hoskins now as your leadoff hitter. His OBP is 305. That's not good. And Gene Segura to me is the most. Looks like a number one hitter on this team. Okay, like here's a guy. He doesn't hit a home runs. He's going to put bat to ball, and it's not many times that he doesn't make contact. So therefore, he has a better chance getting on base. His on base percentage now is 344. It's second highest on the team. I don't know why they just haven't stuck with that a little bit.
We are 3 months from the Eagles opener, but Bob's wondering who's on the hot seat.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's corner.
Okay, I can't wait to hear
All right,
this
I gave you guys a little homework last night if you read through the way you were supposed to. I want you to give me the top 3 people, and it doesn't have to be just players or executives or coaches. It can be all-encompassing. But going into this season, who are 3 people that are on, because we've talked glowingly about this Eagles team, and John, you just brought it up.
Yes.
Nationally, they're the talk of the town. All of these things. Who are 3 in the Eagles organizations that are on the 3 top hot seats this year?
Number 1 for me, and I'll just give one because it jumped off the page for me, is Jonathan Gannon. Jonathan Gannon was given a bunch of tools to work with in a toolkit that last year I think was incredibly deficient. He's got a really good toolkit to work with this year, and things better improve drastically.
I'll take the obvious one, the easy one, I think, Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I have them 1 and 2, and I have that little arrow that says either Gannon 1 or Hurts 1 or the other one too.
Who's the third, Pat? Who's another one?
Come on, Pat.
I'll go Jalen Reagor.
That's not bad.
You're penciling in Quez Watkins, but Jalen Reagor was really supposed to be like the slot guy.
Amen.
So you go out there and take the job because you are a first-round pick. You do have talent. We've seen flashes, but this is a make-or-break year where if we get 4 weeks in and he hasn't done anything, like he's never going to.
I've seen so much more from Quez Watkins. It's not even funny.
I agree with you.
I don't
terrible.
even know if it's hot seat with him. Like it is, but he's kind of done here.
Is there any chance he's not here? Reagor.
Yeah, I think there's a chance. Sure.
There's always a chance,
Because
but I think it's slim.
I mean, he went out and got A.J. Brown. He can kind of say, like, yeah, I screwed up on that one, but look what I got. I got A.J. Brown.
And I got you,
I mean, if somebody
Zach
offered you
Pascal.
a fifth round pick for him, you'd
take
probably take it at this point.
You'd take it.
Yeah, probably.
Who's your third, Bob?
So 1 and 2, I want you guys to come up with that. Well, Jalen Reagor's not a bad one. One of the guys that I had,
Fletcher Cox and Derek Barnett.
Well, I had Fletcher Cox on my list. Believe it.
That's a great one, though.
Yeah, but they're both 1 year deals. So
that's the reason I took them off.
Yeah,
was because of that.
Is Barnett a 1 year deal or 2?
Yeah, I believe 1.
No,
I thought it was 2.
No, it was
multiple
2.
year.
But the second year you
is
can get
voidable
out of very easily. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's a voidable.
Yeah. So those guys, I was more Fletcher Cox than Barnett. I was kind of like, yeah, he's on the hot seat, but it doesn't matter because it's his last year and they'll do the victory tour or whatever. And you can say, oh, he's lost it, but he had a great career. But my other one was Miles Sanders. I think there's a short leash with him.
Oh, I agree with you.
And I don't think there's a lot of confidence in him from the coaching staff. So it's not so much the hot seat from the Eagles. He's on the hot seat for his career because he's looking for that next contract. So not only is he playing for the Eagles this year and looking to make himself look great, he's playing for anybody else this year. He needs to have a really, really good year for his future. Maybe not even for the future of the Eagles because they might not decide to bring him back money-wise. But he was a guy that I had there, and I was interested to see what Jamie might have had to say on that because Jamie and I are in the same boat where I think we like Miles Sanders a little bit more than others.
Oh, you like him more than I do.
I don't really get the. I mean, I understand at times he's been a bonehead, but
hope he understands this year, like clock management, what you do.
I mean, that's so minuscule when you're talking about
I don't think
the total body of work. It was 2 instances last year.
In the same game?
Yeah, that people remember and hyper-focus on. I look at a guy that averages over 5 yards per carry for his career with, like 500 carries in this league.
What do you think the
really
coaches
hard
don't
to do?
like? Because there's something they don't like. What do you think they're looking at that you think's minuscule? They don't look at that stuff as minuscule. And it wasn't the only game he's not understood. It's down in distance in the clock. It's not the only time that's ever happened.
It's a minuscule amount of times. The fumbling issue is overblown. Compare him to any other running back that gets the amount of touches he does. He's very on par with the league. The no touchdown thing, you have a running quarterback that ate up a lot of those touchdowns inside the 10-yard line. Maybe they don't trust some ball security down inside the 7-8 yard line. Something, but I see a guy that gets over 5 yards per carry for his career. Like, that's not something you just disregard.
So what do you think it is?
5.5 a carry last year.
But what do you think it is?
I think there's a trust factor.
You do realize there's something there that they're
inside
with
the
him
red
every
zone.
day. They're with him every day. They watch this guy work.
I think
there's something
I think
about
it's
it.
the injury thing more than anything.
Yeah,
I just think you can't really count on him. Every year he's going to be hurt for
Couple
2 or 3 games. And
the problem too is they don't trust Miles Sanders and they didn't trust Kenny Gainwell last year.
Right.
And they were an offense that went towards the run game.
I think they're going to see it this year.
You got to trust somebody because.
There you go.
Yeah,
it's kind of
that's an
important.
interesting though, because there is going to be now. There's more pressure.
It's funny.
It's a contract year.
It's funny whose name didn't even come up. Nick Sirianni.
Oh, I don't even believe there's any. It's year 2.
I mean, year 2 of a guy after a year that was woeful to begin with, and we don't even discuss him being on a hot seat.
All right, Jamie, you're going to discuss something that you need to explain to people because it's weird. As I said, I had shared with management thing, a major radio company did a research study on what do people hate in sports radio the most of all. And they were like topics. And one of them is advanced level stats in baseball.
I don't really think WAR's advanced stats.
Well, just explain it to people so when it is, because I don't think it's that advanced either.
No.
But people do not like all the advanced baseball stats. It's a tune-out for sports radio listeners.
I hate WAR.
Absolutely. It's not worth anything. Absolutely nothing.
I mean, I think WAR's a decent way to look at how your player stacks
Explain
up against
to
the
what
league.
it is, though, for
so
people
it's
who
wins
don't know.
above replacement, meaning if you replaced, say Bryce Harper's WAR right now is 3. I'm just making that up because I don't have it in front of me. That would mean he's worth 3 wins over the course of a season more than just your average for his position, middle of the pack player in baseball. So I was looking at it yesterday. Fangraphs does their own. It's called FWAR, which stands for Fangraphs WAR, of the starting pitching staffs in baseball. Where would you guess the Phillies starting rotation
in all of baseball?
Yes, ranks in all of baseball.
Top 10
as far as the staff.
Top 10, 8,
for
8,
just
9.
this year. You talking?
Just this year, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, top 10's probably good. I'd go top 12. I'll go a little.
I'll go 8 or 9.
I mean, I know the answer.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you do that.
They're third in all of baseball, meaning that they're as a entity they are the third
starting
best
pitching.
Yes.
Okay,
that shocked me.
And what are they
little
doing? What's the basis of it? Is how many innings they pitch? Or
yeah, I mean, you're comparing every rotation
Okay.
and whip and ERA and innings pitched and this and that and strikeouts. It's all into the nerd formula. Your top 5 starting rotation by analytic standards. Why isn't this equating to better results? Is it strictly the schedule? And the schedule's been tough, and this is a great indicator for down the line when the schedule opens up? Or is it what we were just talking about, that this offense is just flawed? Because if you had told me prior to the season, at this point by Memorial Day, the Phillies would have the 3rd best starting rotation in baseball, I'd be like, oh, man, they're a game or 2 out of first place. They're above 500. This is great. This is exactly what you needed. Is it just the schedule? Or is this offense
Because
flawed?
honestly, well,
bullpen?
I mean, the bullpen's flawed. We know that.
Yeah.
But it's better than it's been in years past.
the offense has been hit or miss, and that's ridiculous because we did not expect that to be a discussion point.
No, not at this point. Maybe the first month, but at this point, you'd be like, all right, they'd come around. The starting rotation's been great. Zach Wheeler looks great. Gibby last night, didn't have his best stuff, but held him to 2 runs and battled. You're getting Zach Eflin just picked up an option with the team and I think a player option after that. You're getting great starting pitching. It's really perplexing because this team should be a lot better than they are.
It should be.
Yeah.
But again, we're going through the hell month.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying, is this a good indicator for the final 3 months of the season?
Which, by the way, I want to thank the Phillies broadcast team last night on television. Obviously, some fans of the John Kincade Show. They literally used even some of our exact terminology of our discussion yesterday about the 29-game schedule. Here's the 29 games. Here's where they currently stand.
Are they going to quote Pat Egan tomorrow morning and say Joe Girardi sucks?
So we thank whoever was listening. It's probably one of the research team. Whoever was listening yesterday, we appreciate it.
Tom McCarthy's definitely to come out. And
Tom's not listening. Tom's sleeping.
Joe addressed the media, but he sucks.
Yes. Tom's sleeping at this
Yeah,
time.
I really hope it's a positive indicator for the final 3 months of the season. If you get that pitching for the remainder of the year, you should be able to turn it into good things.
Well, Jamie, it can't be a bad thing.
Okay. By the way, so I told you that one is that fans don't like the number one thing that was done by this research in sports radio, studying 30 major markets. What do fans dislike hearing discussions about? Number one is advanced baseball statistics. Anything. And WAR is the first one listed.
Is it really?
Turn off.
Yeah,
when they start using...
I hate WAR.
I just think it's a decent way to compare it to the rest of the league.
People hate... The average fan doesn't give a damn. Doesn't give a damn about the new advanced statistics.
Sorry, Jay.
Number two...
General Hospital.
Politics and sports.
Oh, okay.
Number three...
General Hospital?
Analytics.
Okay.
Discussions.
It's coming up.
But isn't that the same as number one?
No, it's analytics discussions across all sports. Anything analytics, they hear the word analytics, it's like, tune out. Salary cap issues 4 is the 4 one. That was the salary cap. People don't like discussions of money, which I find strange because it's critical, especially in football.
It's a very big part of roster construction.
And people, it's one of the biggest tune-outs. Advanced discussions of salaries.
I understand that because you and I even say it a lot. I don't care about what money they have to spend.
I hope they go bankrupt.
You always say it's John Middleton's money.
Yeah, go bankrupt running this team. I don't give a damn.
Just get the best damn players out there.
Looking up, I don't care. It's his money.
Yeah.
Spend it all. All right, coming up the next hour, 2020 hindsight. Jamie's brain will be in a pretzel. And if you're on YouTube, you can watch it. It's going to be torture.
I still don't know where I'm going.
John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. Get the BetParks app today. Go to betparks.com, Pennsylvania or New Jersey. You can download the app, use the promo code Kincade. The website's got all the details for you. A $750 risk-free bet that'll be refunded in site credit should you lose. With NBA basketball in full swing, charging towards a championship series. If you think you know about individual player performances, what's someone going to do above another player? Points, rebounds, assists. In baseball, you want to bet on homers. This Phillies lineup, great on hitting your home runs for you. You can bet on that. The BetParks app has all these options for individual wagers, the odds, the slots, the bets, the playing cards on your app. It's so easy to use. It's so slick, and it's so fun. You got to be in Pennsylvania or New Jersey, and you got to be 21 years old. Should you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
This is not radio fantasy camp. We're on the air here.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
The concern for Halo esports doesn't seem to end as 343 Industries recently fined Spartan, a player for E-United, for unprofessional criticism. Spartan took to Twitter after the new season of Halo Infinite rolled out, criticizing all of the bad changes intermixed with vulgar language. Fans were in uproar, accusing the company of not allowing players to speak negatively about their game. 343 later explained that criticism is allowed, but it needs to be done respectfully.
The latest esports and gaming news. Find it online at checkpointxp.com.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, beat the largest timeshare company in federal court and has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare information guide absolutely free. Call 800-791-1313. That's 800-791-1313.
Susan, I'm sorry I'm late. Traffic is terrible.
It sure is. But on top of that, gas prices have been skyrocketing. I can't believe how expensive gas has gotten recently.
Prices at the pump are up, but I never pay full price for gas anymore. I just use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
And does that actually add up to anything?
I've made around $200.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code WORK for a $5 bonus on your first tank. That's promo code WORK. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code WORK for a $5 bonus on your first tank. That's code WORK for a $5 bonus.
Welcome to Allstate, where saving on your auto insurance is kind of like a joyride. You, your car, and an open road. Maybe your best friend, too. The music is chill, and so is the traffic. You and your friend both look over at each other, and then he puts his head back out the window. Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Click, call, or visit allstate.com to save today.
Allstate and affiliates offer products and services subject to availability, terms, and conditions.
O'Reilly. Get ready for summer vacation now at O'Reilly Auto Parts with up to a $15 gift card after mail-in rebate when you purchase select Superstart batteries. With the power, performance, and reliability your vehicle demands, Superstart batteries are made to deliver long life and consistent starts. Superstart batteries only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Welcome to Allstate, where we bring it all together. And bundling your home and auto is good, right? And it saves you up to 25%. It all comes together. Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Click, call, or visit allstate.com to save today.
Bundled savings discounts will vary by state. Saving up to 25% is a countrywide average of savings off the home policy. Combining the multiple policy discount or having auto insurance with Allstate and the welcome discount savings at enrollment.
Now, local businesses can get closer to every customer in their city with fast, affordable shipping. Introducing USPS Connect Local. You want speed? We deliver same or next day. You want savings? We give you supplies at a flat rate. You want less legwork? We do free pickups. Move your local business forward with the United States Postal Service. Let's connect at USPSConnect.com/local. Specific markets, restrictions apply. Same day or next day delivery expected, but not guaranteed with entry close to final destination.
It's a fact. Only 0.0001% of people will ever step up to the plate as a pro baseball player. For the rest of us, there's BetRivers.com Sportsbook app. Featuring same-game parlays, you can combine the excitement of different bets, all from the same game. Totals? Bet 'em. Spreads? Bet 'em. Player props? It's a home run. Download the BetRivers.com Sportsbook app today. It's a whole new game.
Presented by Rivers Casino, Pittsburgh. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career and they talked to me about it.
He was done in just months.
I did do it online.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at My Computer Career.
It worked for me and I know it can work for you.
It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
At 7-Eleven, 6 days of coffee equals a 7th cup free when you scan the 7-Eleven app. Drink coffee twice a day, that's 2 free a week. Math tastes good. 7-Eleven, you brew you. Terms and conditions apply. See 7-Eleven.com for more details.
Tune in Wednesdays at 4:30 as Mike Missinelli and Jason Stark go around the league and talk baseball. Presented by Everfresh Juices and Juice Drinks. Everfresh, nature's refreshment.
The weather is warmer and the grass is growing. And you know that what that means? It's time to get serious about your lawn. I was out there yesterday taking care of my lawn with my new Cub Cadet mower from my friends over at Lawn and Golf Supply Company in Phoenixville. They're the experts when it comes to all of your outdoor power equipment needs. I was talking about that weed torch blower yesterday. Maybe I'll just call them up and see if they got one. Why not? Can you guys hook me up with a blowtorch? I got some weeds to take care of. They are the experts when it comes to all of your needs. Forget those big box stores. Get dealer exclusives from all the top brands like Stinger, DeWalt, Turf War, Red Max, and more. And the best part, Lawn and Golf has a huge selection of outdoor power equipment in stock. Whether you're looking for a riding mower or handheld power equipment, make sure you call my guys over at Lawn and Golf Supply Company. You need service? Lawn and Golf Supply Service Department can fix any make and model of equipment and get you back up and running in no time. Right now, Fanatic listeners can get free delivery on any new equipment purchase. Just mention the Fanatic and get free delivery with your purchase. Visit lawn-golf.com. Lawn and Golf Supply Company. Everything turf.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
It's spelled Kincade, Kincade. Just so you know when you're writing your complaint emails.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
7 o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show is brought to you by the all-new Bet Parks app. Sportsbook and casino in one sleek and easy-to-use app in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. So 3 different rumors in a 2-day period from different sources that when the television deals for the NBA end in 2024, after the 2024 season, that the NBA will expand by 2 teams. So 3 different iterations of this same rumor out there. The 2 cities that will get a team?
Seattle, I hope, is one of them.
Correct.
Yeah, I would hope so.
And I would think Vegas is the other.
Correct. Seattle and Las Vegas. The NBA, and there are 3 different iterations of this rumor out there, so there's got to be some smoke to it. The NBA wants to expand anyway. They can get the new franchise.
Seattle's a great sports town.
Yeah, but 2 Western Conference teams.
Well, no, then they'll shift.
You have to
Yeah, you
then they
realign.
shift, which is good. Well, think of it this way: who's in the West right now that you can shift? Easily, Memphis.
Yeah, Memphis
easily
is the first choice.
Memphis would be the first choice coming to the East.
Job Morant,
and then one other team. I'm trying to think.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Well, they're only an hour apart.
Yeah.
So they're only an hour difference. So probably Minnesota. So probably Minnesota and Memphis come over, which isn't good news for the East.
Can we get the Kings?
Because those are 2 really. No, you can't, Pat. Those are 2 really good franchises. So
I'm happy for Seattle. I loved Sean Kemp and Gary Payton growing up with Detlef Schrempf. Like those squads on NBA Jam were one of my teams. I visited Seattle. I liked their uniforms. I liked the city was into it. It was just a cool kind of vibe out there. So
if you like it so much, go marry.
Yeah, I'm happy they're getting a team back.
The seasonal number, Pat, you talked about it last week. At one point, you said something about the seasonal depression thing.
Yeah,
that you don't like it when you get more light.
I'm like the weirdo.
You like it the opposite
when it's getting nicer.
What?
Out. Yeah,
it's the number 1 city in America for that, as far as major
Seattle.
cities for people with depression because of seasonal.
It rains all the time.
It rains 290 days. That's terrible.
You like the darkness?
Yeah, Pat likes the darkness.
I was molded by it.
Pat likes darkness better.
That explains a lot.
That's strange, Pat. It is strange though. You get that, right?
I'm not proud of this.
Are you
moment.
guys?
I can't stand dark.
I hate it.
We went out the other day to get a bite to eat, and we went to an establishment. And I said that right in the middle of it. It was the middle of the afternoon, hot day, but whatever. And I was like, why is it so dark in here? Literally 2 tables over, I couldn't see the person because it was so dark. I can't stand darkness.
I love the light.
Yeah, me too.
And this is my favorite time of year when it's 8 o'clock at night and it's still light out.
Oh, I love it 5:15 in the morning. I love getting here at like 4:30, 4:45, and there's light in the horizon.
Give me
love
some light.
that.
Hey,
let there be light, Jamie.
Okay, now we're going to put your brain in a pretzel, Jamie Lynch, and
I hate this.
And it's great. And I want. You know what? Right now, before I even set it up, if you are a listener that would like to play along with this, Connor will get you lined up at 610-632-0975. You got to be a big Eagles fan because that's really sort of the determining factor. This is an Eagles-type topic. But if you are an Eagles fan and you would like to play along with us on this, 610-632-0975. Get yourself lined up, and you're coming in blind on this because I want to sort of blindside you with it. All right, Jamie, it goes like this. There is no waffling on this one.
Yeah.
You really wanted Russell Wilson more than maybe any person in the local Philadelphia media to come here. Instead of any other options, like could have had Deshaun Watson. You weren't big on that one.
No.
But you wanted Russell
I probably
Wilson.
wanted him more than Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman.
Okay, well.
Could have been.
If I gave you the option right now that you could have Russell Wilson as the Eagles quarterback for 2022, but you would not have had in that situation, take Jordan Davis away, take Cam Jurgens away, take A.J. Brown away, and take away next year's first and second round picks. Are you doing it? You get a chance to turn back the clock.
It's a lot easier exercise when the names aren't attached to it and it's just draft picks.
You're losing Jordan Davis. You're losing Cam Jurgens. You're losing A.J. Brown. And you lose next year's first and second round picks. Do you want Russell Wilson? Do you want what they got?
I've thought about this way too much over the last 12 hours. I still didn't have an answer driving in this morning when I was thinking about it.
Do you want to be swayed by some of the listeners? Or
No,
are you thinking,
I'm gonna stamp my claim to it, and I'm gonna say I would have done it.
even with the names, knowing what you... Wow. Bob?
Yeah.
Not a chance in hell.
You're a wordsmith, Bob, because that's exactly what I think.
Honestly, I don't, and I'm not going against you, Jamie. I don't know what Jalen Hurts can become with this arsenal. I know what Russell Wilson is, and he's really, really good. But if he doesn't have the arsenal, what difference does it make? I'd rather, even if you took off next year's first and second round picks and just had the names there.
Jordan Davis, Cam Jurgens, A.J. Brown.
I mean,
that's what you got. I mean, that's now we have names to put to it.
I'm good.
Pat, where
Jordan
are you?
Davis could suck.
No shot.
There's no shot.
I'm making that move.
I like being here.
You like being on that island.
Let's see.
I'll take an elite quarterback with subpar weapons than a subpar quarterback with elite weapons.
And draft capital.
That's your good.
No draft capital either.
Argument.
All right,
But I got the most important position in sports, John.
Yeah. Let's see what Jason has to say. Jason, if I gave you the chance, do you want to go back, turn back the clock and get Russell Wilson, but you lose Jordan Davis, you lose Cam Jurgens, you lose A.J. Brown, and you lose next year's first and second round picks?
You could throw Pat Egan in a VHS tape and a lunchbox in with Russell Wilson. I still wouldn't do it.
I have all those things in my pocket.
Terrible. Hey, Cameron in Kennett Square.
I'm going to be
Cameron,
alone on this.
would you want Russell Wilson, or do you want you're going to lose Jordan Davis, Cam Jurgens, A.J. Brown, and next year's first and second round picks? Do you want Russell Wilson, or do you want what's behind door number 2?
I'll take what's behind door number 2. I think it'd be pretty ridiculous to give up that much capital for a quarterback that clearly didn't really prove himself last year, and obviously he's in a new system this year in Denver, but it's still wait to see what happens. I mean, Russell Wilson could not be great. Like Jamie said, Jordan Davis might not pan out. Who knows if Russell Wilson still has it in the tank?
Yeah, I mean, it's one more on this. Brad and Mullica Hill. Brad, good morning. Which deal do you want? You want to go back and get Russell Wilson, or do you want to take what they got in return?
I want to take what we got. I like what we got. I like the defense. I like the offense. I like the draft capital, and the jury is still out on Jalen Hurts. Let's see what we got.
There you go.
It's fine.
Jamie,
I like
weird
being
is, though,
alone.
you were struggling, though, with this.
Yeah, it was hard.
How close were you to joining us?
Very close. Extremely close. But I think Russell Wilson is about as near perfect a quarterback as you can get. I love him. I think he's a top 5 or 6 guy that gives you a chance to win a Super Bowl every single year. To me, it all starts and ends with the quarterback. So I understand the value and the risk and the players, but to me, there's no price too high for an elite quarterback.
You know what went into my...
And that's all it boils down to at the end of the day.
My decision-making, too, is Sirianni. Like, we're talking about, well, Jordan Davis could suck, and A.J. Brown in this offense could suck. Russell Wilson and Nick Sirianni's offense could be a disaster. Like, it just might not work. And then at that point, you probably give Sirianni 2 more years of Russell Wilson, and how old is he then?
Why would he struggle with Sirianni?
I'm just because it's sports. Sometimes things happen.
Sometimes things do. Oh, yeah. Let me put this one.
Coaches and quarterbacks don't mesh.
Yeah, elite travels.
Let me put this to Jamie. Would you trade your 23 first and second round picks, A.J. Brown, Cam Jurgens, and Jordan Davis? Would you trade them for Patrick Mahomes?
Oh, God, yeah.
You wouldn't hesitate. Pat?
Yeah.
For Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah, Pat Mahomes, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, then the answer is it's on Russell Wilson with us.
Yeah, I guess I like him more than most people.
Did you say he's a near perfect quarterback?
I think as close
I can't believe
as
that.
a total package, close to as near perfect as you can get. Like, there's other guys that are more talented than him, He's just the model of consistency. He's mobile. He doesn't take hits. He's got a deep arm. He's got everything you want. I'm not. I'll get up on a mountaintop. I love him.
Wow, I think
you do.
I
like him a lot.
Who knows it?
I like him a lot. I love watching him play. He's one of those guys. Yeah, I love watching him play. I never thought of it in the text of he's close to being a perfect quarterback.
I think when I watch him play football, he makes every right decision.
That's
more often than not.
Yeah,
he makes the right decisions.
I mean, I get you.
Well,
on
wait,
that.
more often than not is a lot different than almost every time.
He does a good job with that.
He does a really good job of not taking hits, throwing the ball away, running when he has to. Like I love watching him play.
You know his lifetime touchdown to interception?
What is it?
What would you guess? Like 3-1, 4-1, 2-1.
Yeah, probably a little shy of 3-1.
It's more than 3-1.
Okay.
Which is really good.
Yeah.
He approaches 4-1. I mean, not really, but 87 interceptions in his career, 292 touchdowns. That's really good. Those are great numbers.
He's elite.
Those are great numbers. He's like 3.3-1.
The reason nobody hesitates with Mahomes is what? He's 6 years younger, 7 years younger.
And that's
huge. And that's a big part of the equation. And I realize people listening to me going, oh, dude, he's 33. He's about to be washed. I don't think he's about to be washed, and that's a big part of my equation. The guy puts $1 million of care into his body every year, much like LeBron James does. And you're seeing quarterbacks now go into their early 40s quasi-regularly.
I mean, he is a 600, like a 670 winning percentage.
Yeah.
Something like that. That's really good.
Yeah, and
I mean, he's done really well.
To me, getting one of those top 6 or 7 guys in the world, there's not much I wouldn't pay.
I've never seen you so in love with an athlete before.
You do
like
love
it's
him.
really coming out
if
today.
I'm Sierra, I'm worried.
And I'm not making fun of you. I've never seen you gush over, especially a non-local player like this before.
Yeah, you do gush.
Like you love him.
I do. And I don't care who knows it. And I don't care who knows it, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
And he's the corniest dude on the planet. So that would have pained me a little bit, but his play would supersede that. So.
Hey, be slimmer for the summer. You can lose a contractually guaranteed 20 to 40-plus pounds in only 40 days. Call 855-5NJ-DIET or go to njdiet.com. In the linchpin, we're doing a little better or a little worse?
This is the linchpin.
Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah, I want to do this exercise. Today we're going to do the offense. Tomorrow we're going to do the pitchers. It's the Memorial Day better or worse Phillies report. I just want to buzz through the guys on the roster. There's 12 offensive players. We're just going to say better or worse than expected.
From what we were expecting before the season.
Before the season until now. Let's start at the catcher position. JT Realmuto.
Less.
Worse. Yeah.
Pat?
Worse.
It's worse, yeah. Garrett Stubbs. I'd go worse, too, for Realmuto. Garrett Stubbs, I would actually go better.
I'm going better because I didn't have any.
Yeah, I didn't know who the hell he was.
I'll go better because now I know who their backup catcher is, yeah.
Pat?
Yeah.
They
cool.
upgraded the position, didn't they?
I think he's better than Knapp.
Over Andrew Knapp, who's bounced around. He's been on about 5 teams this year. Yeah.
Nappy. All right, let's go to the infielders. Alec Boehm. I have as a plus. I think all of us will.
Better. Absolutely better.
Johan Camargo.
Better.
Better.
Yeah, better.
Yeah. Reese Hoskins.
About the same.
There is no same.
Okay, less.
I'm a less, too.
Yeah,
I'll go better because he hasn't really showed worse in the field, so I'll go on the island there.
Pat, what were you?
I'll go less, but slightly less.
So that's an overall less. 3 of the 4 are less.
Okay.
Gene Segura. He's just consistent.
Yeah.
It's hard. You're telling me less or
he's
more.
kind of same. Yeah,
he's just always the same.
Yeah, he's hard. That's a difficult
I guess
one.
I'll go slightly better.
Consistency's a plus.
I'll go
All right,
slightly
we'll go better.
Yeah.
Okay, so Gene's a plus. Bryson Stott.
Plus.
No, worse.
No, I'm going to go plus because I had no expectations for him, and I now am intrigued.
Oh, he's hitting about $120.
I'm intrigued.
Bob?
I got to go worse.
I got to go worse also just because I'm with you a little bit.
I had no expectations
I didn't
on him,
have
and
many either.
now I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
I'm dying for him, though, for him and Boehm to be the left side of the infield.
Yeah, that would be great. Outfield, let's get there. Nick Castellanos.
Better.
Yeah, I'll go better because I don't think I want to put anything bad on him.
I had high expectations for him, but I'll go better because he's lived up to those high expectations.
Bryce Harper.
Better.
Yeah. Better.
Dougal Herrera.
I'll go better.
Yeah, slightly
But it's
better.
slightly, yeah.
179. I'm going to go worse.
Okay.
I'm with Bob. I go worse. Just because he's the same, which
Okay.
sucks.
I didn't realize he was in a $1.79. Let me change my answer.
Roman Quinn. I can't believe we're here discussing this again.
Better. Better.
It's just bad. I'm not going to put anything good on
expectations
him.
were so low, though.
Wait, how do we even put
I didn't
him
know
on
he was going to be on the team.
Yeah, he wasn't on the team until after the season
Was he a
started.
Marlin in spring training?
He was a minor leaguer with the Marlins.
Was he?
Yeah. In spring-
He's still bad,
Pat,
so I'm
did
going to
you-
say worse.
Pat, did you not even know that?
Yeah.
No,
like
I
they
had
had
no
said,
idea.
they had told him to go away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought he was at. I knew that they signed him after the season started. I thought he was at home.
I'm doing worse.
Okay.
I can't put a better on a guy that's hitting below 200.
I know.
Yeah.
And the final one, Kyle Schwarber. This is going to be interesting.
Less.
Yeah, worse.
Worse, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to do it too. So the 12 offensive Phillies, we have 6 as better than expected, 6 as worse than expected. And there's
That
your
about
mediocre.
sums it out, right?
And there's your mediocrity.
Yeah, that really does. That exercise
Yeah.
sums it up.
Yeah, I was thinking
You're
about it. Yes.
Smart.
Okay, if we do this,
I think the pitching tomorrow will be surprising.
if we do this 4th of July, 5.5 more weeks.
Is it still 6-6?
Bring it back.
Yeah, okay, I will.
I don't think
It's a major holiday check-in.
It better
Memorial
not be
Day,
the
July
same.
4th, and Labor Day.
Listen to Roman Quinn's batting average over the last 4 years in Major League
It's
Baseball.
awful.
213, 213, 173, 171.
Bob, you're so.
What are we doing
You're
here?
such a baseball casual. The batting average is such an outdated statistic. It doesn't mean anything.
173. When he came back to the Phillies, what was that, like a month and a half ago?
Yeah.
Me and my buddies were texting. When the hell did they sign Roman Quinn? Like they snuck it under. Like,
Dude, I didn't know he was on the team until like he was in center field one time and he caught a fly out, and I was like, wait, what?
I saw the move by accident on my Philly on the at Bat app when they brought him back. So I knew he was there, so it didn't shock me. But it was by accident that I saw it, just in the little alerts that they send you.
It wasn't by accident. I have Roman Quinn notifications on my phone.
Oh, you do,
set.
Yavy?
Push pin.
I'm surprised you don't have him blocked on Twitter like you taught me about the spoilers for Ozark.
No, I would never
Back
do that
in
to
the day.
old Rome.
Hey, live in-game betting is where it's at. The all-new Bet Parks Casino and Sportsbook app's got you covered. Get in on the action. You got to be 21. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. By the way, Pat, is it beyond the time now, before we had that big conversation, now that we're 4 weeks later, can people talk about Ozark or not?
I think
You
at
can't
this
talk about
point,
it.
I think we're
Yes, come on.
4
4
weeks,
weeks
yeah.
later? Seriously,
I mean-
it's 4 weeks, Bob. It's 28 days.
I
Well,
mean,
let's talk about it off air so we don't
27
offend anyone.
days. Oh my
personally,
God.
I think you're good, but there's definitely somebody driving around right now who has not watched it for whatever reason.
And we don't want anybody to turn that dial.
I want to know who is that person. Because you're not that, you know what? It's not bad because you're not that big a fan.
probably young parents.
If you go
Yeah,
a month
It took
later,
us a while.
something.
We get so little TV time together that it's hard.
when you're a young parent, your kid's in bed by 8 o'clock.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
you're
I'm
exhausted.
exhausted. I've watched
Dude,
the girls
we've
for
done
8
it.
hours.
We've all done it.
Yeah,
I understand the
Were you waking up at
still watch
3:45 in the
I
morning
get
when you were doing it? No.
No, I was not doing
Yeah. So by the time we're done, it's 8:30. I try to be in bed on.
that. So you have
non-game-
watched it, though.
Yes. We got some weekend time.
And
in.
Bob, have you watched it?
Yep.
Okay, then without giving us away a spoiler, did you like the ending or not?
Are we doing better or worse again?
Did you like the ending or not? Just that simple. Did you like it? Without giving anything away.
I was flatlined.
Okay. Jamie, did you like it or not?
More like than dislike. There was.
I feel my hand doing
Like this.
the
Yeah, there was
motion.
something corny about
Pat?
it, but more like than dislike.
Came around to it, but in the moment, I went, "You've got to be kidding me."
Because you didn't, and then
Yeah.
you sort of came around to it. I loved the
The
end.
more that I thought about it, I came around to it. But in the moment, I was like, "You really?"
I love the
Doing
last.
this?
I love the last line from the female character that uttered it. The last line of the show uttered by a female. I thought summed up the ending perfectly.
I just couldn't believe that like their car goes over the cliff.
I couldn't believe it either. After they had already flipped the minivan once,
Yeah.
who expected them to do a Thelma
just-
and Louise? I didn't expect that to happen. Did we just spoil it for everybody?
You know, never mind. I was watching Thelma and Louise.
Yeah, it was. I think
My
it
mistake.
was. I think it was. Your mistake.
The threesome
That
in
was
the
a
pool
totally
scene
different-
was a little weird.
That was awesome, though.
Yeah.
Because I didn't
Didn't see
know-
that coming.
I didn't realize it.
I guess I didn't see Ozark.
I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that Sam was going to get freaky in the pool. I just didn't see it.
Was hot.
I didn't see that coming. So there you go. So the Lazy O, which by the way people can stay at. If you go to Conyers, Georgia, you can stay there. It's very, very cheap.
No desire.
No, you don't
Look
want to
like a scum hole.
Guess what? You don't want to go to Conyers. And by the way, that is the exit you get off to go to Shaq's. That's the exit to go to his ranch, where the Lazy O is. So you can go.
Somebody on Twitter said South Tunis still hasn't seen it.
Oh, come on.
Now,
well,
he's
South
got
Tunis-
no excuse.
Well, Grandpa is no, because he's literally playing video games 8 or 10 hours a week. Then I have no sympathy if you are not caught up on something because you're playing a video game. And now he's gotten his wife addicted to it, too.
To the video game?
She's addicted to video games now.
Really?
Yes,
she
he
was
told the
playing
story
something
yesterday.
Yeah.
And she wants to play Grand Theft Auto.
That's hilarious.
And the thing is, she won't watch Narcos with him or anything that's violent on TV because it's too violent, and she plays Grand Theft Auto. I think something's happened. I think motherhood has changed her. Maybe she's got a little Wendy Bird in her.
Yeah.
You know,
I couldn't imagine. Obviously, none of us can imagine the physicality of having a baby.
Oh my gosh!
But the mental part afterwards, also, I just was in amazement watching my wife 4 times after giving birth. Like, oh my God, what did you just do, and how are you still here?
And another thing I thought of last night, and Pat, I was thinking of you and Jamie both having it in your households. Teachers going back into a classroom today. I mean, we always honor our first responders and give them our love and give them our respect and our service members and things like that. But I've always had that for teachers. I don't understand teachers of young kids, to me especially. It's an incredible patience. It's an incredible skill. And it is but to go back in the classroom today, it's got to be hard.
Yeah.
Because these kids are more aware than we were.
Sure. I mean,
that age.
I heard a story of Sandy Hook about the kids after the fact and like the safe words they had to use.
Yes.
And it was the word monkey, and they just had professional people on staff, and they said you'd hear monkey. Several times a day. And now those kids are, maybe
they're seniors in high school now. I saw a bunch of them graduating.
I can't imagine going through life
week.
like that.
No, it's terrible.
And carrying that baggage with you as a youth.
I've often said, and I honestly believe this, the people that were made for their profession, to me, are teachers and nurses.
It's unbelievable.
I mean, they were just made to be those great, great people, and I salute all of them.
We're thinking of you today, and because it's got to be a challenge. Cooney's column will come your way. Wonder what Bob's got on his mind. Plus, in our listener-suggested segment of the day, Jalen Hurts is in the crosshairs of this fan. It's the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. We're in a crazy real estate market. So people are doing renovations to their homes, making them more livable, and taking some of that equity and putting it into upgrading their home. So if you're upgrading kitchen or bathroom or more, have you upgraded your hot water heater? Because what good is it to have a new shower or fancy dishwasher if you've got spotty and unreliable hot water? That's why my friends at Bradford White want to help you out. And you're not going to go to a store, big box store, and find Bradford White water heaters. Bradford White water heaters are available at bradfordwhite.com. And they will hook you up with a local plumbing professional that will install it so you get maximum benefit of your new upgrade. I can tell you this, I love the reliability of a fantastic Bradford White water heater. We were even considering going to one of the tankless models, and you'll absolutely love it. So whether you're looking for, right now, high-efficiency gas, electric, or tankless model, go to bradfordwhite.com today. They'll hook you up with a plumbing pro. Because how you heat your hot water, it does matter. So go choose Bradford White, because Bradford White's here for the pro.
The John Kincade Show.
If you don't like it, go on the internet and complain.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Hey, what's going on? My name is Rob Jenners, and I am a graduate of the Connecticut School of Broadcasting, which is now the CSB Media Arts Center. I've been living my dream doing sports radio for about 20 years now, and CSB trains you in all levels of media, broadcast, digital, TV, radio, podcasting, and even includes job placement assistance. Learn from expert instructors like me in just about 8 to 16 weeks. We're not talking about months or years. And it's all VA approved. Find a campus near you. Visit gocsb.com.
Connecticut School of Broadcasting is now the CSB Media Arts Center. I'm Taylor Morgan, a proud CSB grad. The instruction from true media pros and the connections that I made spawned a career that's lasted more than 30 years. What you can learn in just 2 to 4 months at CSB Media Arts Center can set you on a whole new path. Train on site or online with classes in radio, TV, podcasting, video, all that is media. There's a campus in nearby Cherry Hill. Get your start. Visit gocsb.com.
Yo, Philadelphia, Anthony Gargano here with my childhood friend, Bob Marino, now president, Huntington Valley Bank. Bob, tell me about Huntington Valley Bank.
We are a full-service, fast-growing community bank with a great lineup of competitive products and services.
Go on.
We've always done residential mortgages, but now we have built a best-in-class business banking group.
Meaning?
We are attracting business customers by offering the best business bankers and the best services to help businesses become number one in their fields.
Sounds like Huntington Valley Bank is the best bank for your business.
Right on. And great tagline, Ed. Here's another stat. We just celebrated our 150th anniversary.
Wow. So Huntington Valley Bank is a seasoned player with a history of working with a team of experienced bankers whose goals are to deliver top-notch customer service. You heard it right here, folks. That's Bob Marino, the GOAT, president of Huntington Valley Bank. The best bank for your business, celebrating 150 years as a top contender in local banking. Huntington Valley Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Now Martha Stewart for Skechers.
When I make a dish or embark on a craft project, I always use the finest, most fabulous ingredients and materials. Which is why, when it comes to footwear, I love Skechers. Because Skechers is the comfort technology company and uses the most luxurious, innovative materials and designs to make wondrously comfortable footwear. It's exactly the way I'd make shoes. They've meticulously designed stylish footwear with all the fits and features you want. They have fits like wide fit, relaxed fit, stretch fit, arch fit, and more. Plus, they have luxurious features including Skechers' world-famous air-cooled memory foam. It's like walking on a cool side of the pillow all day long. And best of all, they find a way to keep them affordable. You simply can't get more comfort and style for your dollar. So if you want the kind of footwear I'd create, get yourself a pair of Skechers. It's comfort with style and more.
Find Skechers at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Okay, let's start unloading the sod over here.
The grass is always greener when Haruka's Lawn Care does the mowing.
And then we want to get the flower bed started before lunch.
They need a new landscaping designer to keep their budding business growing.
Ooh, can we double check the incline here? This one needs to drain this way.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
O'Reilly. If your vehicle squeals or grinds when you slow down or just isn't stopping like it used to, you may need new brake rotors and pads. Now through June 28th at O'Reilly Auto Parts, get 15% off a set of Brake Best Select or Import Direct brake pads and 2 rotors. Restore safe braking and save money now at O'Reilly Auto Parts or order online at O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Hey guys, it's Andrew from my friends at CSL Plasma. At CSL Plasma, you can make up to $825 this month when you donate plasma at any of CSL Plasma's tri-state area donation centers. That's money in your pocket for doing a good deed. Plasma donations help create therapies to treat patients with rare and serious diseases, and the process is similar to donating blood. For locations and info on how you can donate plasma and earn up to $825 this month, visit CSLPlasma.com. Walk-ins are welcome. CSL Plasma, good for you, great for life.
KFC knows that when it comes to sharing, there's good and there's finger-licking good.
A meal with sides, that's good. 3 equally delicious sides? So even if one kid loves mac and cheese, another only eats mashed potatoes, and the third is basically 90% French fry, there'll still be no complaints besides why bedtime can't be midnight and ice cream isn't a breakfast food. That's finger-licking good.
KFC's Sides Lovers Meal. Pick 3 large sides and pair them with 8 crispy tenders or your favorite fried chicken. Order now on the KFC app. Kentucky Fried Chicken. That's finger-licking good.
Prices and product availability may vary.
Neiman Marcus has the hottest men's designer sneakers in Philadelphia, and they're going fast. Pop into Neiman's King of Prussia and try on the newest kicks from Balenciaga, Alexander McQueen, Christian Louboutin, Dolce & Gabbana, and Versace. But hurry to be sure you're one of the first to snag a pair.
'Tis catering season. Whatever the reason, make it Primo. No matter what you have planned, serve in style with Primo Hoagies. Made only with the highest quality meats and cheeses on our award-winning seated roll. Stop in one of over 90 locations or order online at PrimoHoagies.com. Remember, not just a hoagie, it's a Primo.
Some things are horrible in life. You know what isn't? Prop Swap. I want to talk to my fellow smart sports bettors out there because Prop Swap is where we find the best odds in the country, not the stinky odds in the country, for futures, props, and parlays. This is Jamie Lynch for Prop Swap, where America buys and sells sports bets. Sellers across America are listing their sports bets for sale on Prop Swap, and thousands of buyers visit Prop Swap every day to find the best odds in the country, Bob. The very best time to buy prop bets is always early on, when the odds are at their highest, and the highest odds now can only be found at PropSwap.com and on the free PropSwap app. Think you know who's going to win the championship? Buy a ticket. An average prop swapper can make $500 a month just from buying and selling sports bets on PropSwap. Last year, 2 different prop swappers made over $100,000 from buying and selling sports bets. So come, join in on the fun today and download the free PropSwap app and PropSwap your sports bets. Head to PropSwap.com.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
This crew always says thanks for listening, and we actually mean it. The John Kincade Show continues here on 97.5 The Fanatic and streaming on the 97.5 The Fanatic app.
97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
You know what's better than enjoying a fine craft beer and award-winning wings?
Nothing.
How about sitting in the sun on the patio at your local PJ's while you do it?
Okay, I'll take that. I was at PJ's yesterday.
I'll be at PJ's tonight with my family.
There you go.
I am so excited.
You should be.
They're enjoying a casual drive up. They say it's beautiful. A beautiful drive, stress-free.
Yeah, I was looking at the weather going where they're going last night, and it looked like they weren't going to hit anything that's coming here this weekend, so that's good.
They're saying it's a beautiful drive. Up 80, I guess they go up 81 coming up into here, so looking forward to that. Right now, the GPS tells them they will be in the driveway at 2:30.
Nice. You get a little nap in still and wake up
I can do whatever I
refreshed.
want. I'm ready. Well, I got a couple things I got to pick up. I did yesterday. I did the Party City thing. And so I got a big bow, one of those big bows, one of the big ribbons and big bows. And I think I'm going to put it on the garage.
Nice.
So when they
You're
pull
going to
up,
put it on yourself. I know you.
I'm going to do it.
Here I am.
and then I got a big welcome balloon. And I think I'll pick up some flowers for each of them today on the way home. I'm just so glad.
Shh, they're probably listening.
No, they're not. No, Bob, I guarantee you they're not.
Might be listening.
Bob, I guarantee you they're not. See, that's one of the pleasures I've got.
Christina likes to hear what Jamie and I have to say.
No, the only time she'll ever have it is if Olivia puts it on the YouTube.
Well, what about the app? Because
your phone is a radio.
Yeah,
but she won't be, though.
But
Yes.
you think of it, and maybe your wife and daughter, and maybe some people out there look at your phone and go, that's just
a phone.
Guess what? You're wrong. It's a radio.
By the way, I
You
haven't
got
been
a phone, you got a radio.
I'm just giving an alert. I haven't been able to get the app to work all week.
Either has Donna. I meant to tell you that, Coach. Yeah,
I have not been able to get the app to work on my phone all week. I had to go to the Odyssey app to get it to work. The 97.5 The Fanatic app did not work.
Yeah, she had to go to.
Well, this isn't a glowing recommendation.
Alexa, Alexa, turn on 97.5 The Fanatic. That's what my wife had to do.
So she did that, and that
All of a
did
sudden you
work.
heard Christmas music.
And that did work. So
This isn't a
that
good
is
sign
good.
for our future.
The other radio station we used to compete with a radio station in Atlanta, and they became Radio Korea.
I'm sorry, what?
They became Radio Korea. They one day were told we're no longer a sports talk radio station, and they became Radio Korea.
It's like Hop Along Howie in Private Parts.
It's just awful. By the way, I want to thank Amir. Amir heard me talking about one of Liv's classes doing the social media study, and Amir came up with his thesis paper, University of Pennsylvania, and Amir is doing a study on social media, and he asked a variety of media people if he could study their social media and could have access to some DMs, at least with blacking out who sends them. To do a study of people in different realms, television, radio, things like that, to study it. And Amir asked me to be a part of it. I'm going to be part of his thesis.
Nice.
So that's great. And
Amir,
I told
you
him,
have no idea what you're in
I
for.
said, Amir, wait till you see. And he is a psychology guy.
boy.
So he's going to study the psychology of people who send hateful things on social media, and I said, "Oh, I got a bunch of jabronis that you're going to be in head." I'll even circle their names for them. You could say, "It's a beautiful day today, isn't it great in Philadelphia?" It's like, "Yeah, well, you're an idiot, jerk face." It's like unbelievable.
Social media is great.
Yeah, isn't it nice? Hey, let's check out our listener suggested segment of the day.
Our perfect show just ended.
Let's try.
Here is the listener suggested segment of the day.
Pat Cooney's column's coming up soon.
All of a sudden, we don't have one.
Justin W. By the way, he signed it Justin W.
He's an international man of mystery.
That's what I'm saying. Justin W.
Maybe his last name begins with Q.
And Justin listens every day between 7:15 and 8 o'clock, and he says he is absolutely incredibly passionate listener of the show. He says, it appears from your conversations that you believe Jalen Hurts, and he's addressing this to me, gets a free pass from critique from many in the fan base. Do you have any other examples where Philadelphia has given an athlete far less critique than deserved? Because honestly, I've never heard anyone accuse our fan base of not being anything but highly critical, and I question your premise. He doesn't believe that Jalen Hurts, he questions my premise that Jalen Hurts gets, I believe, kit gloves. By the way, it's kit gloves, not kid gloves. Kit glove treatment.
The hell is that?
It's kit gloves. It's just kit, K-I-T. But it's just.
Where'd that come from?
Where does that derive from?
I have no idea, but it's kit gloves.
I'm going to have to look into this because that bothers me.
Kid gloves.
But so he says, he questions my premise. He does not believe that Jalen Hurts gets.
Well, it's not unanimous.
No, but I think I've never seen an athlete like him in this town in that critical position to get always there's an he's a great worker and he's a great guy and we love him. The guys who were far more successful than him got critiqued miserably.
Yeah.
I mean, Donovan McNabb does.
Well, Andy Reid came out in support of him yesterday, too, and that just kind of adds to people. The kid wants to be great. Yeah, most guys in the league want to be great. I think everybody
in life wants to be great.
Yeah, can they be great? It's two-part. I think one is he's got everything you want. The second part is
he doesn't have everything I want. Doesn't have an arm.
From outside of the physical quarterback traits.
Okay.
The other aspect, I think, is we're so desperate for that franchise quarterback. We haven't had one since McNabb. We thought we had one in Wentz. We got fooled. So I think a lot of people are foolishly optimistic about him. Then that leads to protecting him.
Do you question my premise, Bob? Because he does. He says he honestly doesn't feel it, see it.
I feel it.
I don't. Yeah. I don't question your premise. I think it's a smarter fan base not to jump to conclusions on a guy that we haven't seen enough of yet.
Yeah.
So therefore, I don't think you can say he doesn't have it. That's fine. You can say I'm wait and see. I think there's a lot of wait and see because you just haven't seen enough. I mean, 12, 14, 16 starts, whatever it may be.
Isn't it like 20 and a half?
Well, he had 4, and then he missed, 3 games last year.
2 games.
So they held him out at 2. I'm sorry, 15, 19.
Played together
and then a playoff game, 16. So 20 starts.
20 games.
20 starts. That's not.
It's not nothing.
No, it's not nothing, but
that's good analysis.
I don't mind not rushing to judgment there. I was trying to think of another athlete.
I just think he gets people literally fall all over themselves to defend him at every turn.
Yeah, I'll give you one. That Jamie will go. No, some of the fan base has come around in this line of thinking.
Who's that?
But Cliff Lee.
Oh yes,
Cliff Lee got a pass for this fan base because he signed here instead of New York. And he was good, don't get me wrong. But, man, when the playoffs came around, in that 2011 season, he was crap. He wasn't good, and he was never the same after that. And I think the fan base came around to, some of them at least, vocalizing that. But for the most part, it's you picked us over New York. We can't criticize you.
There you go.
And by the way, you were wrong on the kid.
Why?
So I went to Merriam-Webster.
Yeah, me too.
Ooh.
It's kid gloves.
It is kid gloves, and it basically has to do with the kid gloves. The kid was a young calf.
The kid was a young calf.
A baby goat.
But I'm getting I'm reading here about with kit or kid gloves.
It was first used in 1865.
Phrase Finder says it was kit gloves is how it started to handle with kit gloves. and it has evolved into kid gloves.
All right, so who are we believing here? Merriam-Webster
Well,
or Phrase Finder?
I'm going on phrases.org, and is a European term.
Very soft gloves made from the skin of a kid. That is a
From the
baby
skin of
goat.
a-
What? That is a baby goat.
Yeah, from the-
a baby
yeah.
goat's called a kid.
No, my mom
scared the hell out
my
of
mom
me.
From
always yells at me
1800s.
when I call Jack a kid, and she goes, "He's not a goat."
Oh, really?
Yeah, she always yells at me for that.
And then
so,
he makes this sound, and you think he is.
Jamie.
Great job, James. It's like me forgetting listener suggested segment
There
of the
we
day.
go.
It's like
I had it ready. Yeah.
Well,
Takes a minute.
you won't forget that it's nothing to at Cooney's column.
Let's turn the page and find out what's in Cooney's column.
Haven't we traveled down this road before with the 76ers? No, I'm not talking about the trail that is a playoff non-run, another second-round flop. I'm not speaking of the seemingly never-ending debate of what type of players need to surround Joel Embiid or who the coach should be that oversees this never-ending conundrum. Not even talking about practice, Allen Iverson, which seems to be an afterthought with this head coach anyway. What puzzles me, and perhaps you too, is the way this organization handles, or rather mishandles, the way it deals with injuries to its star players. Do I need to bring up the fiasco of Andrew Bynum and his wonky knee just a year after the Josh Harris-led ownership group took over this team? More on Josh Harris and the ownership group later. Understandable their hesitancy to speak on that after trading for damaged goods, after all, I guess. Ben Simmons' broken foot, Jahlil Okafor's knee, Nerlens Noel's knee, Markelle Fultz's shoulder/mentality. Now Joel Embiid's foot, knees, gastroenteritis, orbital bones, and now torn ligament in thumb. All injuries that shouldn't have been hard to explain to fans, all handled by the organization as if it was an international secret that would cause world harm if revealed. But it doesn't matter the frustration of fans, sports writers, radio talk show hosts, or anyone else outside the organization about the way they handle injuries. The organization won't allow itself to be held accountable when it comes to being honest about injuries. That apparently is the choice of Josh Harris and this ownership group, and has been since they took over in 2011. For some reason, I don't know why. I have no idea, nor do any others. And even more frightening, the players may not understand it either. Injuries are a big part of sports and oftentimes not the fault of anyone. It seems to me that the action of hiding knowledge of injuries may make the players feel guilty for incurring them in the first place. You need to do a better job, Josh Harrison Group. Injuries are a part of the game. Let the players know that too.
I wondered because, Bob, I still don't know. When is Joel Embiid having the surgery? We had a doctor yesterday, a surgeon yesterday, talk about the fact that it's 10 to 12 weeks recovery if the injury was what was described and how it was portrayed for Joel Embiid. It's almost a 3-month recovery.
Yeah.
Then where's the surgery? Where is it?
And this has nothing to do with Sam Hinkie, Colangelo, let's go general managers on down. It has nothing to do with Brett Brown, with Doc Rivers, or Daryl Morey, anybody. This ownership group came in here for some reason, and I saw it from day one, and thought that injuries were voodoo. And no, PR people, don't talk to the people about, don't let them know what's going on. We're going to hide this. We're going to hide it. I sat with Sam Hinkie one time. I think we were in Utah for a summer league. I was leaving the next day to come home for something, and then I was re-meeting the team in Las Vegas. And we sat down and had a half-hour conversation on the record, talking about Joel Embiid. It was the summer after Embiid missed his first season. Talked about Embiid and the expectations and everything and blah, 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 blah. The next day we find out that Embiid's having surgery and going to miss the next year also.
And he hadn't told you anything about it.
Now, I call him, I'm like, Sam, I'm not asking you to tell me breaking news or whatever, but he's like, hands are tied.
So above him.
So, that was off the record. I probably shouldn't be revealing this. But anyway, yeah, there's something with this ownership group, I believe, that just feels the need to hide injuries. You know, I'll go back to Kevin Durant when he ruptured his Achilles when he was with Golden State. We all remember the game where he got up and left, where he got hurt in the middle of the game, had to leave, and everybody's like, oh, man, what is that? Before I went to bed, they came out with a statement saying that he had torn his Achilles. And it was like the same time that you're going through, I don't know, Jahlil Okafor had a torn meniscus. Torn meniscus is the most common, as Jamie's pointed out, the most common injury of all of sports. And for some reason, they were hiding it not only from us, but Jalil Okafor didn't even know what they were going to do with it.
It's crazy.
It's baffling to me.
What are they
I don't want to
afraid
say
of?
dishonesty, but what is the big deal? Injuries happen.
And I'm telling you this, and one of the things is, and Jamie, I'd say it to you, what if Joel Embiid doesn't get surgery on his thumb?
I'll be weirded out.
I'm telling you this. If that happens,
I'll be weirded out.
Then you know what I am going to say? Then all the talk about the thumb, and I don't believe this to be true at all, so don't do hot take-ish. I believe he's going to have surgery because they would not be stupid enough to overplay a minor little thing that doesn't need surgery 2 years in a row.
Look,
2 years in a row, that would be, well, we gave our star an excuse, and then he ended up not even needing surgery, so it was completely overblown. By the way, it's
that's what kind of made me write this. What is going on? I mean, guys are getting surgery left and right. Zach LaVine, guys all around the league are getting surgery right after their seasons are over because they want to be ready for next
Correct.
year.
Where's the surgery?
What are they waiting for?
Where is it?
It is weird. Yeah, we waited all last offseason for that meniscus surgery, and then suddenly...
And they never
He's out playing tennis.
Yeah, you get like 2 weeks before the season starts, and it's like, oh, yeah, by the way, he doesn't need it. And there's no real reason for him not to have already had the hand surgery.
Correct.
It's very bizarre. The way they handle injuries over there, I don't get it.
I don't know how many times I said to PR people when I was covering that team, why can't you just come out and say what's wrong? There's nothing wrong with a player getting hurt. That happens in sports.
It happens.
It doesn't make you look bad as an organization.
No.
You look absolutely silly right now that last year you said your star player had a torn meniscus in the playoffs and he didn't get surgery. And now you said he had a ligament tear in his thumb during this last playoff run, and we've heard nothing about a surgery.
And last year was portrayed that Joel Embiid was playing that series like Willis Reed. Oh, my gosh, how is he laboring through this? He's going to have surgery after the season, but he's gutting it out. That was a bunch of nonsense. It wasn't true. I mean, where's the thumb surgery? Get it now.
Well, I mean, I do believe he was in
now.
pain. I just don't think he plays through injuries well.
If it's a 3-month recovery period, you
10
said
to 12 weeks from that surgery if it was that extreme.
I mean, I'm not kidding you. I'm basically like after that Game 6 in Miami, Joel, get a shower. We're prepping you for surgery. I mean, that's how quickly I would look to get it done if I'm an organization. And if he's had it done, or if he's going to have it done, why haven't you told your fans?
I mean, what's the secret? Because if the secret is he's not getting surgery, that would be crazy town.
Yeah,
that would be crazy town. If he doesn't need surgery on that thumb, then don't believe anything you ever hear again when it's like, oh, because I believe he's going to have surgery because nobody would be stupid enough to make this up.
I do think the orbital fracture affected him more than the thumb did. If you're weighing out,
he forgot about the thumb.
Yeah, like I think the orbital.
Yeah, but that was supposed to be a surgery. No
I know,
questions asked.
But I think that didn't affect him as much as the face mask did.
Yeah, it's crazy. Hey,
it's weird.
Hey, the Eagles are not having a mandatory minicamp.
Yeah, it sounds
again,
like Sirianni basically has, gone on the trust basis with his players and is not making it mandatory, but is encouraging guys to be there. He's basically asking for a little volunteering during these mini camps, and then the final third installation of camp where the CBA opens up a little bit and they can actually get on the field and play. It's not mandatory, but he's, hoping everybody will be there. I think last year they pretty much got everybody. I don't have a problem with it because it's in a way to me letting the players police themselves. If you have a decent veteran core, which I think this team does, with Brandon Graham and Jason Kelsey and some of these guys, I don't mind Sirianni leaving it to the players to police themselves. I would like the most practice time possible under the CBA, but it's year 2 now. We kind of know how year 1 went. The players were bought into him, and that to me is more important than maybe an extra 2 or 3 practices. So I don't mind him running it back the same way again. If players didn't show up, it might change my opinion on it. But I have a feeling he's giving them, the adult treatment and saying, you guys are adults and professionals. You know how to do this. I trust you to do the right thing here. I kind of like it.
If someone explains to you, Jamie, when you're going to go in there and cut a spot, you need to move up slider 3.
Yeah.
You need to hit and just explains it to you.
Under my breath, I go, yeah, you son of a...
Or if Pat takes you in and says, look, Jamie, let's take a picture of the board. We're going to move the slider out. We're going to do this. This is the one you got to hit. Take a picture of it and shows you.
Yeah. Do your work. See you later.
You understand it better.
Yeah.
I don't understand just we're just going to tell you the concept. You're going to study them at home on your own, but you're not going to walk through it. You're not going to see it. I don't get that at all. I think it's dangerous.
Yeah, and Coach and I have had this conversation before. I've always been a guy that likes to know what's what. I'm not mature enough to make my own decisions. I want to be told what to do, and I'll follow directions. I'm that kind of guy. I think, Jamie, you make a good point with the players and building that relationship, putting it on them, and then you hope that they follow and they show up and all of that stuff. Great point, and that's the day and age. But you're going to get some that might say no.
Well, and then you hope that the hope is Brandon Graham or Jason Kelsey or Darius Slay goes, yo, what have you proven in this league, you young bleep?
Right.
Get in here.
But I also know that if I'm a coach and I say, yeah, I'll see you on June 2nd, that everybody's going to be there. I don't want to leave things up for debate.
But if the guy doesn't show up to a voluntary minicamp, don't you know he's not your guy?
Maybe, but it might be a guy that you have to have.
But that tells me a lot about somebody. Like,
Aaron Rodgers hasn't done it for 5 years.
Well, he's one of the greatest quarterbacks I've ever seen throw the ball.
What's it tell you about Aaron Rodgers?
He gets treated well, I think he's kind of a J.O.
He is.
Yeah.
And he doesn't like right now.
But he's too talented to walk away from.
He has new receivers and everything like that, and he's not showing up.
But is he doing those camps with his receivers on the side?
He's not having a private camp with them, supposedly.
Well, then he's a J.O. But like, say Nakobe Dean was like, oh, voluntary camp? Yeah, I'm not going to go. I'd go, yeah, you're probably not here for the long haul. Like, in my heart of hearts, I'd be
hear you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of an identity revealer. Like, you're telling your coach what you're made of.
Or how dedicated you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you.
Like, it's a litmus test of character.
I would go the other way, but I'm not questioning your way. Yeah.
And I think that Sirianni being a younger guy as opposed to a Jimmy Johnson type, hard ass, where it's like, all right, show me who you are.
I got 4 over-under bets, and it can't be right. They all can't be over, can they? It's the John Kincade Show. Next half of the show is coming your way here on 97.5 The Fanatic. Get the all-new BetParks app today. Download it, betparks.com. If you're in Pennsylvania or New Jersey, it is the sportsbook and casino app that I recommend to you and the only one that I do. You're going to bet on individual player performances, and more importantly, you're going to bet in-game live wagering. So last night, if you thought, okay, well, the Phillies are trailing, I think they're going to make the comeback, and then Bryce Harper hits the home run, you're sitting pretty. You could then even hedge your bet and say, nah, I don't really think they're going to do well tonight. I think they're going to blow it. When you could bet on that game in the middle of the 9th inning. Tonight, Celtics a 1.5-point road favorite at Miami. So you check that out. And the Phillies a slight underdog with Ranger Suarez on the mound tonight. You bet 100, you win 123 should the Phillies take care of the game. You got a risk-free bet up to $750. You got to be 21 in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. Just use my promo code Kincade. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
Listen, I like kids, but this is not a kid's environment. This is like HBO. No limits.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia celebrates Military Appreciation Month, honoring and thanking all of those in Philadelphia sports who have served and sacrificed.
Harry Kalas, one of the greatest voices in Philadelphia sports history, Kalas always dreamed of becoming a play-by-play announcer. He never lost focus, even while serving in the military. Drafted into the Army after graduating from the University of Iowa, he served for 2 years in Hawaii. Then in 1961, he became the sports director for Hawaiian radio station KGU.
Military Appreciation Month, proudly supported by your local Trane heating and air conditioning contractor. Visit Trane.com to find a certified dealer near you. And 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
How many of you have pets?
My hand's raised. Now think about how lucky you are to have such a sweet little pet in your life, and that pet is lucky to have you too. But unfortunately, there are countless pets out there that don't have a home to call their own. However, Bob's from Skechers is trying to change that. So we developed Bob's for dogs and cats to help pets in need. With every purchase of adorable Bob's footwear or fun, stylish apparel, or even the cutest Bob's pet accessories, Skechers makes a donation to Petco Love to help save shelter pets. And with your help, we've already saved the lives of over 1 million pets and donated over $7 million. So while you're getting style and comfort with features like Skechers' famous memory foam cushioning, you're also helping to save an adorable pet in need and helping another lucky owner be connected with a future best friend and companion. Because happiness is having a loving pet by your side. Find Bob's at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, select Petco locations, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Susan, I'm sorry I'm late. Traffic is terrible.
It sure is. But on top of that, gas prices have been skyrocketing. I can't believe how expensive gas has gotten recently.
Prices at the pump are up, but I never pay full price for gas anymore. I just use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
And does that actually add up to anything?
I've made around $200.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code WORK for a $5 bonus on your first tank. That's promo code WORK. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code WORK for a $5 bonus on your first tank. That's code WORK for a $5 bonus.
If you have a small business, Staples has your sign.
Banners for my bakery?
Staples has your sign.
Oh, posters for my new pet store.
Floor decals for a pharmacy.
Every day, Staples associates help every kind of small business create bold signs to make big impressions. And now get $10 off custom signs, banners, and posters when you spend $50 or more. This is your sign, so print it big at Staples. N72. Visit staplesconnect.com/thisisyoursign for details.
It's one thing to build a truck. It's another to build a legacy. The Ford F-150. The only truck with an available class-exclusive Pro Power onboard generator. The only one with an available work surface in the front and the back. And the only one that is part of the F-Series lineup that has been the best-selling pickup for 45 straight years. Now, you can get special incentives when you build to order a new F-150. Inventory is arriving daily, so hurry in for best selection. Get to your local Ford store today.
Are you a car person? Do you love the classic cars of yesteryear and one-of-a-kind custom rides? Then don't miss Cruise Night at the Berlin Farmers Market on Friday, May 27th from 4 to 7 p.m. Whether you're there to show off your car or check out someone else's ride, you don't want to miss this celebration of horsepower and chrome. All participants will also receive a $10 voucher good at any store that night. For hours, info, directions, and more, visit BerlinFarmersMarket.com.
Hey, it's Cuz. Start the summer with stunning new countertops from Colonial Marble and Granite. The best. Get up to 20% off all gray and white marble, granite, and quartz countertops, and up to 65% off exotic blowout inventory at the Memorial Day sale now through May 31st. Transform your home with countertops that will make a statement. The ones you've always wanted. For details, visit one of their local showrooms or online at colonialmarble.net.
Let me be real with you people. The casino games on my Caesars Casino app are real. The slots are real. The blackjack is real. It's just like you're in a casino for real, which is awesome. But if I'm going to be real, you can't feed other players to the Tigers when they win, and I miss that. So download the Caesars Casino app.
Download Caesars Casino app. Must be 21. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Ever heard the grass is always greener on the other side? If you're in a dead-end job, you want greener grass. Well, My Computer Career can help. Start a new life as an IT pro in months, not years. My Computer Career offers lifetime career services to help you find jobs with companies begging for IT pros. And financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the GI Bill. Take the free career evaluation and schedule a campus tour today. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
If you're a small business, there are lots of choices when it comes to your internet and technology we serve. The choice is clear. Get unbeatable business solutions from the most innovative company, Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speeds vary.
Hey, guys, I got to tell you about Iron Mountain Men's Health. Is the leader in men's sexual health here in the Delaware Valley. And if you're looking for help with low testosterone or ED, you want a doctor who specializes in treatment, and it should be someone in your local area that you can trust and call anytime you have questions or concerns. Well, that guy is Dr. Avidan Appel at Iron Mountain Men's Health. Great guy. Met him about a month ago. Really, really good dude, someone you want to go see. Maybe you've tried pills and they didn't work. It's probably because you weren't given the right treatment for your specific body chemistry. Oftentimes, those pills work less than 35% of the time. At Iron Mountain Men's Health, though, you meet with a physician who will take proper care in making sure you do receive the right treatment. Some patients experience results even after just their first visit. They offer financing for qualified patients and telehealth appointments for your convenience. So set up your free consultation today at ironmountainmenshealth.com or call 215-659-3770 and tell them Bob Cooney sent you.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
We are reinventing what sports talk radio can be. Whether we improve it remains to be seen.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
It's the John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. Our 8 a.m. hour is brought to you by our friends at Martin Law. They are the law firm for injured workers. Visit paworkinjury.com. Do you, Pat, have you ever done anything on Etsy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got a lot of anniversary gifts on there.
Yeah, I've got an anniversary gift on there.
That's what I was looking at. I was looking for something for a gift.
Where we got married. This was a good one by me. I'm not going to lie.
Tell the people.
Oh, gee, let's hear about it.
Etsy's cool because you can get a lot designed.
Okay.
So we got married in Skytop up in the Poconos.
Okay.
I got the GPS coordinates of Skytop put on a key ring, like a leather key ring with a metal hook, and it has
so
the
it's
GPS.
always with it.
So it's on our keys.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's nice. What about you, Pat? What'd you get?
Did it, yeah.
So I got like a thing with important dates of our relationship, and then of course I screwed one of the dates up.
Oh no, you didn't, did you?
Yeah.
Oh,
I did. I
jeez.
screwed up the day we got engaged.
That's great.
That's what I said to Bill Strobel. You saw our friend Bill Strobel from Twitter. He did a painting for me, a custom painting.
He should
of
get
a
on
house,
He should get on Etsy.
Yeah.
which did a great job. Well, he might be too good for it.
The picture he did
Look
for
at this
you
stuff.
is
It's unbelievable. That painting's incredible.
Etsy's just a marketplace.
It's incredible.
Nobody's too good for sales.
Well, I saw one yesterday, so I'm looking at it, and it says it's this thing called Become a Cartoon. You know, where they take you and there's all kinds of different things that they do. They can make you into Simpsons characters.
I've always wanted the Simpsons
They can
character,
make you into whatever. They take your pictures.
Family portrait.
But then there was also another one, Until We Meet Again. Any idea, if I just tell you Until We Meet Again, what it is?
I would guess it's people who have passed away, you and them, in a cartoon setting.
Okay, now what it is they take a dead person and they incorporate it into a picture of the living. So they literally go, my dad's been dead for 40 years. They take a picture of your dad and impose it into a picture of like me, Olivia, and Christina.
It's creepy to me.
It's the creepiest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
It's called Photoshop.
No, but it's like this, but they make it look like it's like they take dead people and they incorporate them. So you do a family portrait and grandma just died. They put grandma next to grandpa.
Yeah,
so kids are going to grow up looking at pictures and going, wait a minute. I thought grandpa died like my daughter will go, didn't grandpa die like 40 years before grandma?
That's weird.
No, we incorporated put him into a picture. That was the creepiest concept I've ever heard.
There's some Twitter account that photoshops pictures of Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw.
No.
And they put them into like famous old black and white photos, and like you'll just see Leatherface in the background. It's pretty funny.
I saw one I had to file away for Mother's Day from Etsy.
Leatherface Mother's Day?
No, next year. They take your old baby's clothes, like, the onesies from infant, and they make a teddy bear out of it.
That's cute.
That's cool.
And I was like, that's
Yeah,
I should file away.
There you go.
Yeah, Donna's family does a lot of that. Of like they made out of her
Blankets.
dad's old shirts, they made blankets
Yeah,
for
we
the
did that.
mother and stuff like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is quick. A quick little thing before we get to Adam Schefter coming up in just about 5 minutes or so. 4 over-unders are out and updated. In the Las Vegas Strip casinos owned by the MGM Resorts, here's the updated over-under numbers after the recent moves. Dallas 10.5, Eagles 9.5, Commodes 8.5, Giants 7.5. So 10.5, 9.5, 8.5, 7.5. So I give you the numbers now. If I give you those numbers, 10.5, 9.5, 8.5, 7.5. Are you? We just go do Dallas first. Pat, you have to put down $100. It's not your money. You're placing a bet. Free bet.
Okay.
Over under. Dallas 10.5.
I will go over.
Jamie. That's 11-6 to go over.
That's a good number. I'd probably go over, but I don't love it.
Bobby?
I'll go over also.
I'm going under.
Yeah,
and I'll tell you why coming up.
It's a good number for them.
About coming up. Eagles 9.5. By the way, up from 8.5.
I'm gonna go over.
I like the over too.
I
like the over. Yeah.
I love the over.
Well, I like it.
I absolutely want to open mouth kiss it.
Oh, this got really awkward.
It's that good. Okay.
You just went.
Let's go to
You need your wife to get up here.
Let's go. Yes. She's in Virginia now.
I'll go meet her.
Okay, let's go to the Commodes. The Commodes are 8.5.
Oh, under.
You didn't
I like the over.
I think I like the over.
Yeah, I just
they got a good defense.
They got some
Bobby,
playmakers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go under 8.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the Giants 7.5. I go under.
Under.
I will actually go over.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna go under. I think they're a 7-win team.
I wanted Brian Daboll in Philly when he was interviewing. When he was in Buffalo. It's kind of a jerk, it seems like, but I believe in his offense and what he did for Buffalo. So I have more faith in the Giants, which is a great sign for the Eagles fans because I'm wrong a lot about football.
There you go. Here's why I'm going under with Dallas. And I don't know that people really understand this. You get Tampa Bay to open the season. Cincinnati. They have at the Rams. They go at Green Bay. They have to go at Tennessee late in the season. Their schedule sucks compared to the Eagles. They're playing the Rams, Tampa, and Cincinnati. Just those 3 games alone are brutal.
2 of your 3 Super Bowl teams from last year.
And there you go. So, I mean,
yeah,
that is a brutal schedule for Dallas.
Yeah, that is tough.
And I think that's that. You talk about the difference between you finish first, you finish second, you finish third, how much it can change. This year, to me, that's drastic. That is a drastic difference in your schedule. You don't have to go to Indianapolis, which can be a tough place to play, but you're going to Tennessee. You're playing Cincinnati. You're playing Tampa Bay. Now you get both of them at home.
Yeah, but still,
that is not fun.
No, that's tough.
That is not a fun schedule at all.
Poor Dallas.
But poor Dallas. But the Commodes, we have different opinions on, though. We very much have different ideas about Washington. I think I'm going the over.
Yeah,
I don't think they're going to be as bad as.
There's so much going on surrounding that team too.
Right.
With the new land, with the ownership, with Carson Wentz. He had a decent season last year, yeah, but then he finished horribly and stupidly.
Oh, he did.
So there's a lot surrounding that. I don't love that team. I'm pretty solid with the under on 8.5 on them. I feel good about that.
I saw a mock-up of the new. Maybe we can ask Adam about it. The proposed Commanders mini city. They're calling it. You were right. It's going to be a practice facility stadium.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like they were going to do something more
Probably
than just
put a casino, restaurant, bar type of thing in there.
something right there.
Yeah.
I don't know if Virginia has it. Does Virginia have it yet?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I don't know. I think they do. I think they do. I think
they
MGM,
might, yeah.
I think MGM has already put a property
Yeah,
there.
they'll probably be a little better than we think. I mean, you want to look at it through the hate lens of Wentz, but, he wasn't horrible last year. He just cost them at the most important time.
It's weird as I don't hate him. Like, Wentz isn't a hate
He's a non-factor to me. He's gone.
I sort of pity him a little bit.
I certainly don't pity him, but I might not hate him, but I don't like him.
Hey, reserve your spot on a trip with Philly Sports Trips this year. You want to go down to Washington? You want to go see the Commodes play? You want to go up to North Jersey and see the Giants on a luxury bus? You want to go out to Arizona, Chicago, Indianapolis? Philly Sports Trips got you covered. Travel with the pros. Go to phillysportstrips.com. And before we get to Adam Schefter, again, I'm telling you, you got that deal. You're going down to the Jersey Shore this summer, and you're going to hit the Wildwood Boardwalk. So I don't understand why you wouldn't jump on this while you got the chance. It's $120 retail value, and you're getting it for $70. I'm going to save you $50. You get 1 day, same day, ride and water park tickets to Maury's Piers for $70. You get access to unlimited rides on all 3 piers and both water parks. Go to 97.5thefanatic.com, keyword deal, and get your tickets because when they are gone, they are gone. That is it. So you got to get moving on that. Let's go to the Comcast Business Hotline, because every day in business is a big day. Let Comcast Business keep you ready for what's next. I can't believe, Adam Schefter, this morning that we're talking about the team that's getting seemingly the most chatter and buzz across the NFL is the Philadelphia Eagles, because we talked about it earlier this morning. None of us would have expected that even a month ago, let alone 2 months ago.
Well, who says they're getting the most buzz? Are they getting the most buzz on your show, John? Like in Philadelphia?
How about they're getting How about the most searches countrywide for gear?
Yeah.
Now, there's a lot of new players, a lot of new names. So maybe people are doing the searches that way. They're a hot ticket right now, Adam, and people are getting excited about what this Eagles team has got going on.
Well, look, they made some big moves this offseason, and I think that they're not going to sneak up on people the way they did last year, and people expect them to be a pretty good team this year. And, the interesting part to me is that I think they will be a good team. I thought they would be a good team last year, but I really think that they're built and set up to peak, not now, but in 23 or 24. They're still loaded up with extra picks in the next 2 drafts. And so really, I think what they're doing is building to reach a crescendo later on. That doesn't mean they can't get there this year. Maybe they can. I mean, they're going to be a good team. But I think this team has been structured and built to be even better in future years. And, of course, so much will come back to the quarterback and how Jalen plays at that position that determines how far this team does or does not go.
Shefty, let's talk about Jalen Hurts a little bit. The last we saw of him on the field, we saw then defensive coordinator Todd Bowles yelling, he can't read, he can't read. We saw him play the last part of the season with somewhat of an ankle injury also. What is the feeling around the league, people you talk to, about Jalen Hurts and his future as an NFL quarterback?
Well, I think that they believe in him, and they believe in him as a person and as a leader, as somebody who can make plays. I think you're always constantly growing and evolving. That position, as much as any other, is something that you have to be completely dedicated to, immersed in, study, mechanics, techniques, everything. Like all the positions, but that one really, to me, stands out the way that you have to study. And I think that he's got the right makeup to do that. I just do. Now, whether he goes from becoming a solid quarterback to a very good quarterback to a great quarterback, some of that will be up to him. Some of that will be up to the coaching staff to bring it out of him. Some of it will be about the supporting cast around him, which certainly seems to be in place now more than it has been in recent years. So I think all you can say, Bob, is that he's got an opportunity, and he's got some ability to do this, and let's see how far he can take it now.
Yeah, Adam, part of what you just said is, learning the position, studying, mechanics, all of that. Is that why the Eagles were considering Nick Foles? It appears it came down to them and the Colts. Was it just for that kind of, veteran steward to help him in the film room, to help him on the sidelines, in practice, et cetera?
Well, I actually think when it comes to Nick Foles, it was more him wanting to come to Philadelphia and the Eagles not necessarily having a spot for him as much as they like and respect him. I think it was more that way than it was the other way, okay? So we have that going on with Nick Foles. But, yeah, that's. I think that he wanted to come to Philly. Is what that was.
Interesting. If that signing were to happen, do you think Gardner Minshew would have been traded, or is that a hold on until camp and see if there's injuries around the league type of thing?
You know what I think it is? I think it's accumulating as many good players as you can get, being loaded at a position. That's a guy that obviously has a special place in the city and that organization. And so, yeah, I mean, that's just something you look at and consider. But I honestly think it was more him that was interesting coming back there than the other way around.
Adam Schefter joining us on the Comcast Business Hotline, and we were playing a little 2020 hindsight game today because so many people in this market were panting away for Russell Wilson. Nobody as much as Jamie. And
it was mostly just me. I was just the loud one.
Sierra has put out a restraining order on Jamie Lynch.
It's all right.
For her husband. So I want to ask you to play the game with us here, Adam. Russell Wilson, if he was available, do you think there is an NFL franchise that would have traded Jordan Davis, Cam Jurgens, the first and second round picks, A.J. Brown, and next year's first and second round pick to get Russell Wilson? Because now we can put names to the picks. Now we can put it all together. Jordan Davis, Cam Jurgens, A.J. Brown, and next year's first and second round picks, or you can have Russell Wilson.
Well, because it would have been 3 1s, right? So
Yeah.
What that basically, yeah. So
because Cam Jurgens is a 2. You had to give up the 2 this year too, so I took Cam Jurgens and added him in there too.
Listen, I love Russell Wilson. That seems like a lot, doesn't it?
It does.
Now, by the way, into the start of the season, if Jalen Hurts isn't playing well, you may look at it and say, man, I give up all that and more for a quarterback because it still is the most important position in all of sports.
Ding, ding, ding.
But it plays to what you said, though. The Eagles aren't set to hit a crescendo in 2022. They're set up for 2023, 2024, and maybe even into 25. Like, they're set up for a while here where if you did Russell Wilson, you're probably not riding a wave at all, other than just expectation that you got that position fixed.
Yeah, you're not riding that way, but you do have Russell Wilson. So that's the give and take, right? So when we're talking about the crescendo in 23 and 4 and 5,
you got less to spend.
Yes, less to spend, but also you come back to the quarterback. Okay, well, while they're trying to reach that crescendo, they need the quarterback to grow with them,
right?
Or it's going to be another quarterback that's going to grow with them, right? So that's just how it's going to be.
Shefty, I'm not going to ask you who got better during this free agent and draft period because we just don't know, as you know. But what teams? I'll classify it this way. Name me a few teams that you like most what they did during this draft and free agent time in the league.
I'd have to really sit back and look at it because, honestly, so much transpired. And I've brought this up to a few people, but if you go back to, I think it was Monday, March 7th, Calvin Ridley suspended 1 year. Tuesday, Russell Wilson traded to Denver. Wednesday, Carson Wentz traded to Washington. Thursday, Khalil Mack traded to the Chargers. Friday, grand jury declines to indict Deshaun Watson. Saturday, Amari Cooper traded to the Browns. Sunday, Tom Brady comes out of retirement. Monday, free agency starts. Tuesday, Aaron Rodgers signs a 3-year, $153 million extension. Wednesday, Von Miller goes to Buffalo. Allen Robinson goes to the Rams. Thursday, Devontae Adams traded to the Raiders. Friday, Deshaun Watson traded to the Browns. Saturday, Robert Woods traded to the Titans. Matthew Stafford signs an extension. Sunday's a day off before Matt Ryan's traded to Atlanta from Atlanta.
That's amazing.
That's all off the top of your head.
That's crazy.
So when you say which team, honestly, there's so much that happened. I have to really sit down.
Okay.
And, who grabs me? We'll come back to the draft and say the Jets did well during the draft. The Eagles did well during the draft. The Ravens did well during the draft. But we could come up with all the teams that we want, that we think did well.
Yeah, Adam, it was...
Well, if Kenny Pickett hits in Pittsburgh, then the Steelers did.
Yeah, they did.
Right? If Russell Wilson goes on to be the star that he's been, then Denver did great. It comes back to the quarterback question time and time again so often.
Yeah, it really does. Adam, it was just last week after our interview that James Bradbury signed here with the Eagles. He's saying all the right things and playing to the home audience, saying that he wanted to be here, the fans, the system, all that. How close was he not to being an Eagle, or were they the favorites from the start?
I just think that they were the team that was the most interested all along. Now, it was up to him to flush it out, to try to get it up to that offer that he did with $7.5 million, another $2.5 million in incentives. But usually when Philly's in on somebody, we spoke last Wednesday, and I said to you, like, they're always going to be checking into these things and monitoring these things, and I think they're going to be in on him, and we'll see whether it's enough. But it was enough in the end. And, I just think that so often they don't always get their way, believe me, but they're just constantly sniffing around these things, and more often than not, it usually works out the way they want. It seems to, at least to me. Like, they wanted that guy, and they got the guy in the end. They got him. They wanted a wide receiver. They got a wide receiver. Right? They checked into some quarterbacks doing their diligence as they should. It didn't work out though. It just didn't make sense. Right? So it goes on. But that was the guy that I think that they had their sights set on, and I think that they're pretty pleased to get him.
Do you believe the Pro Bowl's dead before we get you out of here?
I thought it already died.
Yeah, I mean, do you think they'll come up with another iteration of like what? I used to love the skills competitions and stuff like that. I think that would be incredibly highly rated, but I wonder if teams would even allow their players to be involved in them, like foot races and things like that.
You know what I love, John? I always loved in February as a kid. I put on ABC, and it'd be freezing outside on the East Coast here, right? Like you'd be just freezing your butt off.
Correct.
And you look outside, and they'd have all these bumps, ins and outs of like scenes in Hawaii, like waves. Honestly, if they just played that for 3 hours, the Pro Bowl in February, like I'd be good watching waves roll in against the rocks, like that. That's how I remember the Pro Bowl being in Hawaii, like everyone wearing these.
What about Mort? Mort had more Hawaiian shirts than I ever knew he had.
Yeah, one of the first times I ever met Mort was in Hawaii at a Pro Bowl. And so I just, that was when the game seemed kind of fun. I was there the day that Sean Taylor leveled Brian Moorman, the Buffalo Bills punter. I was in this press box, and there are actually only a few plays in my entire career when I've been in a press box where I jumped up and went, "Oh my God!" And that was one.
There you go.
That was one.
Hey,
right?
there's change afoot. We appreciate you, Adam, as always, buddy. We'll look forward to talking to you next week.
Have a great day, and thoughts and prayers with you, Baldy, man. That was awesome.
There you go, man. Take care of yourself. Adam Schefter with some good thoughts there, too.
Yeah, you know what else is good, John? C&C Heating and Air Conditioning. Your local and still family-owned and operated experts for 50 years, proudly servicing Bucks and Montgomery counties. Visit cc-hvac.com.
That was good.
That's pretty good. That was
I like that.
Was that Jamie-esque, Pat?
It's just
that was solid.
Jamie-esque.
I give it an A-.
He's growing in front of our eyes.
He really
Dr.
is.
Avedon.
Well, that's a whole nother. Now, hopefully not in front of my eyes. Hey, the
gun is digging into my hip.
The Phillies in just egregious defeat last night, and you're going to hear from Joe Girardi. See if you can make sense of it next. It's the John Kincade Show here on The Fanatic. College Ave Student Loans has been helping so many people if they've got a college-bound student like we do in our house. You got so much excitement about graduation and so many exciting things to look forward to with college. But you also got that upcoming tuition bill, textbooks, dorm fees, and more. I recommend you go to collegeave.com with your rising college student. Take the stress out of paying for college with private student loans that are going to fit your family budget and goals. And they got tools and resources like their student loan calculator that'll let you compare and contrast what the future loan will look like and how you can make the loan work for you. While you're on the site, your student enters the $1,000 monthly scholarship contest. And they're choosing a new winner every month. So go to collegeave.com and take advantage of that. This is a better student loan experience. Taking the stress out of the process. It's going to help every one of you breathe easier. Have your student involved with you when they go to collegeave.com. There's no purchase necessary to enter the college scholarship contest. So see official rules for details when you visit collegeave.com.
The John Kincade Show.
You're a middle-aged man. You can't be a DJ.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Hi, I'm Patrick Fingles, owner of New Look Home Design. Let's be honest, getting a new roof is not easy. You got to call contractors and hope they call you back. You got to get 3 estimates. Then you got to figure out how you're going to pay for it. Well, at New Look, it's different. Schedule a same-day, on-site, or virtual estimate. All estimates come with a free 3D rendering of your roof, so you know exactly what it's going to look like, and we give you line-by-line pricing, so you know exactly what you're going to pay for. Plus, it's a great time to save. Most contractors will let you pay half up front for the roof and the other half later. At New Look, we let you pay half later and the other half never. Through May, only pay for half your roofing materials and pay the other half later with interest-free financing. Call 800-279-5300. That's 800-279-5300. NewLookHomeDesign.com. It's the easy way to roof.
How many of you have pets? My hand's raised. Now think about how lucky you are to have such a sweet little pet in your life. And that pet is lucky to have you too. But unfortunately, there are countless pets out there that don't have a home to call their own. However, Bob's from Skechers is trying to change that. So we developed Bob's for dogs and cats to help pets in need. With every purchase of adorable Bob's footwear or fun, stylish apparel, or even the cutest Bob's pet accessories, Skechers makes a donation to Petco Love to help save shelter pets. And with your help, we've already saved the lives of over 1 million pets and donated over $7 million. So while you're getting style and comfort with features like Skechers' famous memory foam cushioning, you're also helping to save an adorable pet in need and helping another lucky owner be connected with a future best friend and companion, because happiness is having a loving pet by your side. Find Bob's at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, select Petco locations, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Something you probably do know. Progressive can not only offer you a great price when you bundle home and auto, they offer you round-the-clock protection. Something you probably don't know, the average oak tree branch can hold 70 pounds. Something you probably do know, your neighbor is building their kid a treehouse. Something you probably don't know, a falling treehouse would take out your whole fence. Bundle your home and auto with Progressive and get more than a great price. Get round-the-clock protection. Something you know for the things you don't know. Coverage from Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers, and subject to policy terms. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
Hey there, casino fans. I'm here to let you know that the new BetRivers.com casino app is here. It's got lots and lots of exciting slots and table games to play, fast payouts, and a rewards program you'll love. Plus, with award-winning customer service, the excitement never stops. So get ready, casino lovers, to experience the BetRivers.com difference you can trust. It's a whole new game. Download it today.
Presented by Rivers Casino, Philadelphia. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Slipping and falling due to snow, ice, a cracked sidewalk, or even a wet floor is no joke and can cause serious injury. Let Philly Slip and Fall Guys get you back on your feet. Keith Koski and his team of attorneys are the Philly Slip and Fall Guys and have over 30 years of experience fighting for you. They know how to get the results you deserve. Give them a call if you've had a fall. Go to PhillySlipandFallGuys.com. That's PhillySlipandFallGuys.com.
Did you know that shapes have sounds? This is the sound of a square, because it's Wendy's fresh, never frozen beef served up on those hot and juicy hamburgers. And this is the sound of a circle. Not the Arctic Circle, but a circle of frozen beef that's flash frozen somewhere else. And this is the sound of a triangle. Anyway, when you want hot and juicy hamburgers, go for the square at Wendy's. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's hot and juicy hamburgers.
Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada.
Hey, it's Cuz. You can be slimmer for summer. With NJ Diet, you can lose 20 to 40-plus pounds in only 40 days. Their contractually guaranteed program uses hair, saliva, bioenergetic scans to personalize natural formulas and supplements where the side effect is weight loss. Then DNA info is used to help keep it off. No shots, no hormones, no surgery, no prepackaged foods. Ew. Call 855-5NJ-DIET or visit NJDiet.com. That's NJDiet.com.
Hellsberg Diamonds presents The Guy Who Got It Right. Tim needed an engagement ring. He did research, listened to hints from his fiance's friends.
She wants a lab-grown, oval cut, and white gold with a halo.
And he went to Hellsberg Diamonds. At Hellsberg, Tim found an incredible selection of high-quality, lab-grown, and natural diamonds. He also found the ring she really wanted.
Nailed it. She is gonna freak.
Be like Tim. Find the ring of her dreams at a Hellsberg near you or at Hellsberg.com. Ask now about special financing offers.
Attention locals, Amazon has a variety of jobs near you. Whether you are looking for full-time, part-time, or seasonal work, you can discover just the right role for you. Amazon Jobs offer the whole package with great pay and flexible schedules that you can choose to fit your life. To join a team of hourly associates who work together delivering smiles to customers all across the country, head to amazon.com/hourly. That's amazon.com/hourly. Amazon is proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
Hey, guys, you know that I just love betting new player props or game props with FanDuel Sportsbook in partnership with Valley Forge. Here's what I do. I combine prop bets from multiple games and now even multiple sports. They're called Same Game Parlay Plus, and you can only find them on FanDuel. Combine the NBA player props you love with your favorite baseball home run hitters for a bigger payout. I've told you before, I love looking at NBA players and what they can do combining their rebounds, points, and assists. It's my favorite thing to bet on FanDuel, and now I combine it with home run hitters. And there's no better home run hitters than right here in Philadelphia. So you combine some NBA games with the Phillies, you're good to go. I love checking out their popular same-game parlay selection where you can join the bets other users are jumping on. Are you new to FanDuel? Well, then use promo code Bob to get your first bet risk-free up to $1,000. Make every moment more and download the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Use promo code Bob so they know I sent you. 21 plus and present in Pennsylvania. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Thank God this is radio, or you'd have to be looking at my face.
I'm too sexy for my shirt. On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
The John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. When you put names to faces, when you put names to indiscriminate picks, people react much differently. It's like 95-5 right now. I put up a poll question on my personal account.
95% against?
Yes. That would not trade with the... Well, when you put the names to it...
Yeah, sure, but...
I'd rather have...
You're nothing in this world without a quarterback.
Yeah, I think what it tells... Okay, it tells me one of two things. Either people believe that Jalen Hurts can become that guy, or they just look at it and go, this is too big a price to play for Russell Wilson.
Well, it's a big price.
And to pay him $50 million a year, pretty much.
I think with the assets they have that Adam talked about for the next couple of drafts, I think that if he's not, they can go and get, not Russell Wilson, but they can get a serviceable quarterback.
Yes.
What Adam said was, he was like, wow, that's a lot. And then he thought about it.
And then you're like, well, that's what Denver paid.
But then he basically got to the point of, well, if Jalen Hurts struggles, then you'd pay that.
But you have next year's assets to be able. You get 6 picks.
You heard it with a slanted ear.
You got 6 picks you got 3 picks in the first 2 rounds next year. 3 picks in the first 2 rounds the next year. You can get whatever you need in the draft. Now you may not get the number 1 pick.
You're not going to get a top 6 or 7 quarterback.
But there's
in the
supposed to be 6 guys in the top 25 next year.
Yeah,
that are higher rated than guys that went in this year's draft.
And Russell Wilson will still be better than them next year.
Well,
so it's
we don't. Look,
yeah,
I don't know.
The big reason on why I think a lot of people are going to say no, and it's one of the massive reasons on why I said no, was because of A.J. Brown. Like, you know what you're getting from A.J. Brown. If you had thrown the same trade out there and it's nothing but rookies,
that's different.
I definitely consider it. But the name value, I mean, it holds a lot of weight in this hypothetical argument.
So A.J. Brown is the one that did it for you.
He completely tipped scales.
Well, the rest are unproven commodities.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're all unproven, but no, the expectations I have for him also did it to me. A.J. Brown put it over the top. The other guys, the names, I'm very intrigued by. So
let me ask you this: since they were a playoff team last year, if Russell Wilson's quarterbacking that game down in Tampa Bay, do you believe they're in it and have a chance to win?
They lose 31-17. They don't win that game. They have no chance to win that game.
Tampa wasn't that good that day. The Eagles were just atrocious.
You think they win the Tampa playoff game with Russell Wilson?
I think they're in it.
No, I said 31-17
is not really in it.
No, I mean, I believe it's 31-17 where they were in it. Where it's like 10-7 Tampa, 20-10 Tampa, something like that.
My point is, if they're already a playoff team and you're adding that caliber quarterback to it, you're further along, I believe, than you are right now currently with unproven commodities.
I'll tell you, I would have liked to have seen numbers if we're going to play this game. I would have liked to have seen Devontae Smith's numbers.
He would have
had a quarterback
1,250 yards.
Yeah.
When he runs open, Russell Wilson's going to find him many times.
And Denver's loaded with weapons.
I'm in
the vast minority there.
Yeah,
I would have guessed more than 5%.
It's like 94-6 now.
I would have thought closer to 20% maybe.
Hey, if you got problems with your building's water and wastewater pump system, visit pumpmanphilly.com.
Pump!
Good job, Bobby. Pumpman Philly, the guys to know to fix your flow.
I got a late call from the bullpen on that one.
Well, speaking of bullpens.
Yeah, I went to Nelson.
Speaking of bullpens, when you don't know how to manage your bullpen, you sound like Joe Girardi, who we're going to hear from, because you see, he couldn't go to Sir Anthony Dominguez because Sir Anthony pitched 11 pitches on Sunday and none on Monday. So he was unavailable on Tuesday. With Joe Girardi, it's like they build in extra vacation days. He'd be the guy you'd want to work for because Joe Girardi would say to you, no, this week it's a 4-day work week. Just take an extra day because you need it. And if you're Jose Alvarado, you got to be wondering, does my manager even believe in me ever again? Because he wouldn't go to him. Listen to Joe Girardi last night, who didn't have Corey Knebel because the night before he used him in a 5-run lead situation. Let's hear it.
Where was Sir Anthony or Alvarado?
Alvarado was available. Sir Anthony was not available. Corey was not available. Familia was not available. String of right-handers they had. Nelly had just thrown the ball extremely well. So, I mean, we were short, really short tonight in the bullpen.
Is Sir Anthony hurt?
He should be back tomorrow. No, he just needed another day.
I know you don't like to push the third day, but given the fact that you rallied back, there was no chance of Caneva?
Well, I mean, he had a really tough inning on Sunday. Yesterday he threw. It's early in the year. No.
Why did you like Nick on the second inning over Alvarado?
You know, Nick's throwing the ball well. He threw the ball well in the 8th. You know, if I go to Alvarado there and they tie it up, I'm in a big mess, right? And with the string of right-handers and stuff with Nell.
Joe, you are a big mess. Your bullpen management's a big mess. And by the way, it's not early in the season. Would you stop with this crap? It's Memorial Day, Monday. It is not early in the season anymore. Stop it with the excuses. Stop it with the little card you want to play out of your back pocket when you don't have a logical explanation. He honestly asks for the shovel. He digs himself a hole, and then he asks for a shovel so he can keep digging. He has no explanation for what he's doing. It doesn't make any logical sense. If he's worried about tomorrow and today, and he's afraid that, well, if I make a mistake here by calling this, he was afraid to blow a lead on Monday night, so he burned his closer in a 5-run lead for a game when he needed him the next night. That's the explanation.
That's the crazy thing. You say you're looking in advance. Oh, I'll be screwed down the line if I do this. Well, why weren't you thinking that on Monday?
I don't get it.
I mean, you didn't have a closing situation. You didn't need to use your closer.
Yeah, and what makes it even worse for me is knowing that Sir Anthony Dominguez was going to need a day or two off. If you pitch Knebel Monday night and you know you got Sir Anthony ready to go Tuesday, okay. I can see that move.
Different thought.
Yeah, because you have two guys that are, closer-ish quality. When you know that after Sunday's 11 pitches, Sir Anthony needs a day or two rest, you have to project ahead. This is look, it's not the end-all, be-all, but it's a big series versus the team you're in second place with. You have the Mets coming up. This is a big divisional week. To not look ahead a little bit with Corey Knebel's arm is idiotic.
Pat, pitching Knebel with a 5-run lead on Monday night tells me your manager is managing scared. Scared to blow a lead.
That's when you pitch Nelly.
And then he wouldn't last night. He would not pitch Alvarado because I think he was scared that Alvarado would blow the lead and he would get critiqued about it.
That's what I mean. He has absolutely no feel for the game. None. If Nelly is throwing the ball so well, because you told me twice in a span of 40 seconds, he's throwing the ball so well, throw him out there in a game where you're up by 5 runs. Because the reality is, Nelly's a mediocre, borderline Major League Baseball player. So throw him out there. If he gives up 2 or 3 runs, no worries, you're up by 5. You clawed your way back into that game, and you blew it because you were terrified. Connor texted all of us last night when they blew the game of, I hate sports, and I think I'm going to throw hands at Girardi.
He's still depressed this morning.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to put hands on Girardi. I said, I'm pretty sure Harper's going to beat you to it. If you're Bryce Harper, you hit that home run to put the team ahead on the road.
He smoked
in a divisional game that you need, and your manager goes out there and throws a guy on the mound to close out a game that's never closed a game in his professional career, that is dumb.
Yeah, I was waiting for the look on Real Muto's face last night. Remember the one? What was the name of the pitcher that ran in from the bullpen, Pat?
What was
began with an H.
Yeah, and you have Real Muto just like looking at the sky, shaking his head. I was waiting for that last night.
He was kind of dumpy.
He was, yeah. He was from the Reds. They claimed him off waivers from the Reds.
That's how I shake my head when he's coming up in critical situations at the plate. I give that same sort of look. I sort of shake my head the same way. Lots of opportunities, lots of ducks in the pond. Lots of that game last night, again, wasted opportunities. Left and right. Jared Hughes.
Yeah.
H.
Was the pitcher.
H is being Hughes.
Very good there.
All over it.
Very proud of you.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of know sports.
Very good with the kinda.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't know the name. We just knew the initial.
Yeah.
Jamie Lynch in the Lynchpin has something that, well, I think I may completely disagree with.
This is the Lynchpin.
I think the NBA postseason's kind of sucked.
Wow.
Yeah. It seems like pretty much every other game is a blowout. It's really weird. So this was prior to last night.
Okay.
These are the margins of victories of the last 17 playoff games. 20 points, 9 points, 6 points, 9 points, 25, 25, 11, 33, 28, 13, 14, 27, 9, 3, 39, 30, 35.
One game within 3 points.
One of the previous 17 games had been less than 5 or fewer
that's
points.
That's wild.
That's not a good product.
No, that isn't.
I was trying to rack my brain what the reason is. I got nothing.
I don't know the reasoning, but I'll tell you what else is concerning: all the injuries to star players. You know, you're getting Marcus Smart missing here. You're getting Jimmy Butler missing there.
You think that's part of it?
I guess. I don't know.
It's as good as anything I've come up with.
They're blowout game. Like this Boston series, Miami, whoever gets up 30 in the first quarter winds up winning a lopsided game. Like, that's the way it's going.
Miami had 4 points
that's the way it is.
With like almost 10 minutes of basketball
They
going
didn't score their first field goal till 3:20 was left in the first quarter.
Jimmy Butler, Mr. You chose to bias over me, had 6 points the other night.
He left because of an inflamed knee.
This isn't a good product. I think the NBA is great. I think it's as good as it's ever been. Star talent is through the roof. There's some great teams out there, all of it. But these playoffs have been drack.
Yeah, yeah. And
they're not enjoyable. When I tune in and see a 30-point playoff game.
Because there's not that game doesn't drag you in.
No, not at all.
When I woke up this morning and saw the Golden State lost by only 10, I was a little surprised because when I turned it off, they were down 17.
So there you go. The last 18 games, there's still only one under 5 points.
Yeah, it was a 10-point game last night. This is,
Isn't it the weirdest postseason in terms of that you ever recall?
You know, it's weird. Jamie, I'm going to tell you, even though I knew there were some really lopsided games, I had no clue where you were going with this. And I went in thinking, I'm disagreeing because I've seen some really entertaining stuff.
There hasn't been many close games like that.
There
Memphis
hasn't been nail biter.
That Memphis Golden State series probably was the best because that was pretty hard fought, physical. There were some close games involved.
Boston Milwaukee was good.
See, I love that series. Boston Milwaukee was good
solid
basketball.
But outside of that, it's been crap.
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible.
There have been a lot of games that you're just, what's going on here?
Yeah, like why am I continuing to watch this?
Yeah, injuries. There have been a lot of. I just thought of it when I said it to you. There have been a lot of injuries to key players, too. Which is,
that could
not
be something.
Good.
So here's the secondary stat to that, and this is courtesy of a guy named Justin Fan. He said the average margin of victories in those 17 playoff games is 19.8 points. There's been a total of 7 clutch time minutes, and I think clutch time is 6 or fewer points.
Isn't it 6 minutes or 4 minutes? Something like that.
Something like that, yeah. 7 clutch time minutes?
That's incredible to me.
That's not a good product. And I'm not blaming the NBA or the teams or whatever. Something's up.
I got to tell you, I didn't. Now you're like, you almost are ruining it for me because I've been more watching the other games when I turn them on and say, I look for things of what the Sixers aren't and what the Sixers have to become more. And I look at the speed of the games, the athleticism of the teams. I guess I wasn't looking more at the individual
Yeah, like the
The
individuals
games haven't been that great.
No. It's really quite bizarre.
See, Pat, here's another example, Pat, where I
the
argue
last
with
5
you.
minutes is the clutch minutes.
I argue with you, Pat, on this one. This is where I tell you, Jamie's a lot smarter than you give him credit for.
No.
He is. He is. He just showed it again.
No, you don't know him well enough.
That was eye-opening.
It's bizarre.
No, that's really bizarre.
It is. And you know, like the Miami-Boston series right now, I really do. I watch until it becomes, and it's been early on, until it becomes a real blowout.
Okay.
And
then
I'm
it's like,
out,
what
and
doesn't
I'm
get
kind of
done?
out. Boston-Milwaukee, I thought was a fantastic series.
That was good.
The Phoenix-Dallas series was really good, too. It's almost like this, the conference finals aren't as good as the other series have been.
First round series were probably your best series. See, like Toronto Sixers wasn't bad.
Like Miami's just beat the hell up too. Like Jimmy Butler's going on one leg, Kyle Lowry's going on one leg. Hero's now hurt. You're relying on Bam Adebayo.
It's to me very much as similar to what I always argue about with the NCAA tournament. Every round of the NCAA tournament gets less interesting to me.
Yeah. I
the
see
first
your point.
round is my most interesting the first 2 days. The second 2 days is the second most interesting, and it gets less and less as it goes along. But that's it. That's really interesting stuff.
19.8 margin of victory.
Now, in something more odd, when we talk odd, usually Pat can dig them up in Pat's takes.
With or without. Either way, it's time for Pat's Takes.
Hey, guys. It's me.
Hi, Patrick.
Hey, Pat.
Here's Pat.
Let's start out with baseball.
Yes.
Because in 2019, Jake Sanford was taken in the third round of the Major League Baseball draft by the New York Yankees. The Yankees thought they were taking a center fielder, but what they were really taking was a businessman.
What?
Well, some would say businessman, while the Yankees chose the term con man. Sanford was released about a week ago after an investigation revealed that he had stolen from his teammates and conned fans out of cash money. Sanford was running his own one-man company out of the clubhouse and had hopes of taking his business on Shark Tank one day. His money-making scheme was actually pretty smart. He was stealing teammates' equipment and selling it online.
Oh my God.
But that really wasn't the issue, because Anthony Volpe doesn't need 10 bats, so he wouldn't mind if Sanford took one. The issue was Sanford was accepting money and then not giving the fans the memorabilia they thought they were buying. So with Sanford getting released, he still hasn't given up hopes of reaching the majors one day, but he has switched gears. He told the New York Post, quote, "Fire Festival was a great idea, but poorly executed. I know I can bring these influencers a great time for only $4,900. Spaces are limited. Head to firemestival.com to guarantee your spot today."
Oh, my gosh. That's crazy.
Yeah, not good.
This is a big deal in the sense of a lot, and I don't think the Yankees are one of the organizations, but I know in some you have to buy your own equipment. This isn't a situation of the organization providing you with bats and balls.
Right.
They'll provide you with the balls, but the bats especially, you have to buy your own. So the fact that he was stealing the equipment from his teammates is not just stealing equipment that the organization's buying. He's actually stealing equipment that they themselves probably had to buy.
And you know who did this? What famous athlete in the world of sports did this to their teammates? Patrick Reed.
Oh, yeah.
At the University of Georgia,
He stole from his
golfer.
teammates.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why he's hated.
Yeah, he's disgustingly hated.
Yeah, not many.
Now, he wasn't selling them.
He was
he
just
was
stealing.
I mean, I would say that this guy wasn't selling. He was selling something. A promise.
Yeah,
one day you'll get your bat.
I was sure to, as the good Philadelphia sports fan that I am, I was sure to send this to my Yankee buddies and say,
"Oh, Yankees lose."
Typical scumbag Yankee move.
What's amazing is if he had just gone to his teammates and said, "Hey,
Can I get
exactly,
a bat?
right?
Give me the bat, autograph it. I'll split the profit with you." Like, nobody really wants to go through
different.
the process of doing eBay. This guy clearly was okay with it, but the fact that he scammed his teammates and then wouldn't send the bat the
Okay,
fan bought.
that's terrible.
Yeah, it's a scumbag move. All right. In sports, we often complain about owners. Locally, we're in pretty good hands, minus Comcast. But for every John Middleton, there's a James Dolan. For every Jeffrey Lurie, there's a Jeffrey Luria. But they don't really compare to what went down in the world-renowned Bulgarian Soccer League.
Oh, no, we don't talk enough about this either.
We don't.
People are clamoring for it.
Is it a slow sports day? Yes, it is. We're talking Bulgarian League One action. Team Zarko Selo was facing relegation, but they
hate
had
that
hope
squad.
because they had a penalty shot. Their striker, Jaffa, one name only, power move, was poised to keep the team in the top league until the owner, Stoyal Menelov, rushed onto the field and kicked Jaffa off the pitch.
What?
He picked another player to take the shot. And while the player was preparing to decide the fate of the club, Jaffa and Manilov were getting into a shoving match in the dugout. Look, you gotta understand, tensions were high. I mean, relegation's on the line.
Is there dugouts in soccer?
I assume. Coach, what do they call it?
He's on a roll. Let him go.
Bench. The bench.
The bench,
right?
yeah. They were getting into a shoving match. Jaffa doesn't have a shirt on. Stolov looks like he's out of shape. Tensions are high. Then the player that the owner demanded take the kick took the shot that my 3-year-old could probably mirror. It was a weak kick to the lower left corner that was easily saved, and it sent Zarko Selo to the lower division. But
oh my gosh!
But instead of just deciding to get relegated, the owner said, "No, we're not doing that." He proclaimed to the team and the staff, "Shut it down! Shut it down now!"
What?
The club will cease operations effective immediately. And the worst owner in sports award goes to Stoyal Manilov, who thought he knew better than his coach, probably cost his team a spot in League One, and then he just decided, you know what, this isn't for me, packed up shop and moved to Bratislava.
Are you making up the Bratislava part?
I took some artistic liberties with it, but he actually ceased operations of the club immediately.
That's incredible. And you can just fold
Jerry
a
Jones
franchise?
like.
You can just quit.
Apparently, they were only around for 6 years. It's not like a story tradition.
Could Jeffrey
like the Mike Piazza soccer club that he was around for 100 years, and he ended up relegating so much that they're basically a men's league club now. It wasn't that.
Okay.
But
mess with the Jaffa, get the horns.
It was
right?
still pretty messed up. Yeah.
Because Jeffrey Lurie can't fold the Philadelphia Eagles.
No, he can't. He can't. But the Eagles can't get relegated.
That's interesting.
And then we'll move on to today in history. In 1900, a 70-year-old became the oldest gold medalist in the Olympics. His name was Ire Massey Shaw, and he got it for sailing. 70 years old. 1935.
The oldest Olympian is 70?
Oldest gold medalist.
Gold medalist.
Okay. In 1935, Jesse Owens broke 4 world records in 45 minutes at the Big Ten meet.
He was good.
It is a scene that you can see in the movie Race, which is very, very good.
What college was he?
Ohio State.
Oh, okay.
And then in 1951, Willie Mays played his first Major League Baseball game. He went 0 for 5, but things quickly turned around for him. I think he's going to have a bright future.
Yeah, I think he has a good chance.
Yeah. That's about 6.
There you go.
He was good in that Major League movie.
Way to go, Pat.
By the way, now I want to watch 42 again, by the way. That's one I want to...
Yeah, really good.
I haven't watched that in a while.
I think it's based on the book Opening Day, which is I highly recommend.
I did not know that.
Yes, very, very good book.
Chadwick Boseman. Sad.
Yeah, that is
a great actor.
When we were talking about it the other day, some of the people were saying, all right,
he was a great actor.
Yeah,
that guy
he was.
played.
He had great passion.
He played Jackie Robinson, James Brown, Floyd Little, and Thurgood Thomas. Or no, Thurgood Marshall.
Okay, so you are a guy that is obviously
That's
diverse. In your acting ability, you have great depth. That's what Mike Missinelli accuses Tom Hanks of not having. Depth. That he plays the same guy.
You try
in every
talking
movie.
to a volleyball for 4 hours.
Mike's an anti-Hanksman.
He hasn't been in a good movie in a long time.
Yeah, he's done a lot of bad movies.
When you go from Philadelphia to Money Pit and Bachelor Party, you got some range.
He does have range.
Or you just grab any cash that's offered to you.
He does
like
have
Al
range.
Pacino.
He's got range.
He's at this point, he's a little overrated.
De Niro's been grabbing the cash.
De Niro's been doing it too.
Yeah, I don't think Hanks is at that level yet.
There you go.
I mean, he went 42 minutes or something in Castaway without talking, and it was riveting.
I've never done that.
Yeah.
So I mean, I
don't doubt
got
it.
to. I got to confirm.
You
I
took
got
the
to
words
admire
right
that.
out of my mouth.
I got to admire that from Tom Hanks. Hey, we're going to revisit an earlier conversation regarding Russell Wilson, and we're going to turn the heat up in here a little bit. It's really chilly. John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. It could be that I've just lost some weight. In fact, 14 pounds in 5 weeks on Copair. And Copair Health, COPAREhealth.com, is waiting to help other Fanatic listeners. When you contact Copair, tell them I sent you. They've got a great discount for you off a 6-week or more plan. I can tell you this, that one of the differences with Copair is I have more concerns about after Copair than I have during it. It's easy to follow. It's not easy to actually execute every day, but they make it as simple for you as possible. And I'm eating my own food, and I have the supplemental snacks from Copair that give me the high-protein bridges between my meals. I'm eating more food than I ate before, probably by double, and I'm losing weight.
14 pounds in 5 weeks, and you can do it too. Summertime's a great time to do it. But I'm more worried about after Copair. And that's one of the great things about it is my coach Vance is going to be available to me after Copair, in the aftercare, because that's when I tend to slip up. I tend to lose and gain the same 20 pounds over and over again. This time's going to be different because of Copair. Check it out. Go to Copair Health, COPARAhealth.com. Be one of the Fanatic listeners that takes advantage of that great offer. A lot of you have been calling. I think it's great. Get involved with Copair today.
The John Kincade Show.
They're like the family from hell on acid that's on steroids.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Hey, what's going on? My name is Rob Jenners, and I am a graduate of the Connecticut School of Broadcasting, which is now the CSB Media Arts Center. I've been living my dream in radio, production, and sports broadcasting for 20 years now, thanks to CSB with the nation's most successful sports broadcasting program. We're talking sports talk, play-by-play, color commentary, get trained and get coached by the pros in just 8 to 16 weeks with a campus nearby in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. CSB Media Arts Center. Visit gocsb.com.
Connecticut School of Broadcasting is now the CSB Media Arts Center. I'm Taylor Morgan, a proud CSB grad. The instruction from true media pros and the connections that I made spawned a career that's lasted more than 30 years. What you can learn in just 2 to 4 months at CSB Media Arts Center can set you on a whole new path. Train on site or online with classes in radio, TV, podcasting, video, all that is media. There's a campus in nearby Cherry Hill. Get your start. Visit gocsb.com.
Are you one of the millions of homeowners who haven't refinanced yet? If so, I'm here to tell you it's not too late. Hi, I'm Wesley Hogan with Westland Financial. Although the lowest rates may be in our rearview mirror, as the economy recovers from the biggest economic shock of our lifetime, rates still remain near historic lows. In fact, with the dramatic increase in home values, this may be the perfect time to put that new home equity to work. Take advantage of our cash-out refi program and pay off high-rate credit cards, car loans, or other high-interest rate debt. Or finally make those home improvements you put on hold for so long. Best of all, we can do this with no closing costs. That's right. Whether it's a conventional, FHA, or VA loan, we'll pay for your title, settlement, lender, and recording fees. So call Westland at 888-455-3669. That's 888-455-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. 888-455-3669.
Westland Financial Corp. is licensed by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania Department of Banking. NMLS number 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender.
Summer is here, and so are the savings this Memorial Day at Lowe's. Protect your soil from the heat with our Scott's Naturescapes mulch. Get 5 bags for just $10. And get your harvest going with our 3 for $12 Select Bonnie 19.3-ounce vegetables and herbs. The savings are heating up this Memorial Day exclusively at Lowe's. Home to any budget, home to any possibility. Mulch offer Lowe's.com, quantity limited to 25 units per item per transaction. Bonnie offer in-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location.
Hey, it's Cuz. Start the summer with stunning new countertops from Colonial Marble and Granite. The best. Get up to 20% off all gray and white marble, granite, and quartz countertops, and up to 65% off exotic blowout inventory at the Memorial Day sale now through May 31st. Transform your home with countertops that will make a statement. The ones you've always wanted. For details, visit one of their local showrooms or online at colonialmarble.net.
Hey guys, it's Andrew from my friends at CSL Plasma. At CSL Plasma, you can make up to $825 this month when you donate plasma at any of CSL Plasma's tri-state area donation centers. That's money in your pocket for doing a good deed. Plasma donations help create therapies to treat patients with rare and serious diseases, and the process is similar to donating blood. For locations and info on how you can donate plasma and earn up to $825 this month, visit CSLPlasma.com. Walk-ins are welcome. CSL Plasma, good for you, great for life.
Slipping and falling due to snow, ice, a cracked sidewalk, or even a wet floor is no joke and can cause serious injury. Let Philly Slip and Fall guys get you back on your feet. Keith Koski and his team of attorneys are the Philly Slip and Fall guys and have over 30 years of experience fighting for you. They know how to get the results you deserve. Give them a call if you've had a fall. Go to phillyslipandfallguys.com. That's phillyslipandfallguys.com.
Hey there, casino fans. I'm here to let you know that the new BetRivers.com casino app is here. It's got lots and lots of exciting slots and table games to play, fast payouts, and a rewards program you'll love. Plus, with award-winning customer service, the excitement never stops. So get ready, casino lovers, to experience the BetRivers.com difference you can trust. It's a whole new game. Download it today.
Presented by Rivers Casino Philadelphia. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's the final days of your local Ford store's Memorial Day sales event. It's your last chance to get a great deal on select Ford SUVs. For a limited time, get special incentives when you pre-order a new Ford SUV. Lock in your deal now, and if at the time of delivery the deal gets better, you get the better deal. That's incentive protection, guaranteeing you the best offer. Pre-order today or check out the new inventory that is arriving daily. Don't wait. Get to the final days of the Memorial Day sales event at your local Ford store now.
At 7-Eleven, 6 days of coffee equals a 7th cup free when you scan the 7-Eleven app. Drink coffee twice a day, that's 2 free a week. Math tastes good. 7-Eleven, you brew you. Terms and conditions apply. See 7-Eleven.com for more details.
Enjoy Wildwood summer fun at Maury's Pier with the Fanatics Deal of the Week. On one same-day ride and water park combo ticket for just $70. That's unlimited rides on all 3 piers. Surfside Amusement Pier, Mariners Amusement Pier, and Adventure Amusement Pier, and both big water parks. Ocean Oasis Water Park and Beach Club and Raging Waters Water Park. Who doesn't love a water park, people? Those six beach blocks of fun for $70 is only available now through Sunday or while supplies last at 975thefanatic.com, keyword deal. This is how we summer.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Whether you were a day one listener or have just joined the party, we're glad to have you here. It's the John Kincade Show. It's continuing now
on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
It's the John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. Whenever I hear that little whistle, I always think it's the people who somehow have Twitter notifications on. Like the guy who was sitting next to me in the airport the other day, whose phone kept doing it.
Oh, man. I have notifications set on nothing.
I don't like it. I don't like the notifications, but I don't understand yet. I haven't done it. Is that my wife has a different notification sound for every person?
Yeah,
so she knows if I text her or if Olivia texts her or whatever. Do you do that?
I have notifications set up for Ruby Tuesdays and Ruby Tuesdays only.
Just for Ruby Tuesdays?
That is it.
I have most of
Ruby
my
Tuesdays
active
app.
text chains are do not disturb.
Right,
I
because
don't
don't want to be then.
Yeah, I'll see it.
You'll get that one there. So, the 9 o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show is brought to you by the Bagster. Did you know it's a dumpster in a bag, Jamie?
I've heard this.
Get yours today at Home Depot and Lowe's, and for details, go to bagster.com. Man, it's chilly. It was 60
who's
in
playing
here.
with the stuff
It's 60
in here?
And I said it's 60
Who did
on
it?
the thing.
Somebody did it.
I think it was done
Because
earlier
no, it wasn't.
to flush out some smells.
It wasn't done earlier, and there was no smells. Oh, there was smells in here. You said it smelled like a gym bag or something, right?
Well, somebody was freaking out. I mean, okay, now, speaking of not freaking out, but we've had, since our discussion earlier on in the show, I've had 2 people reach out on email, and then Woody, our buddy Woody, texted, and he said, I don't like the way organizations report diagnoses regarding athletes and injury because a diagnosis is a laborious, long process, and it's fluid. It's not something static. It changes as we collect more data and the body begins to heal. Truthfully, I think it's best if all sports adopted the hockey mentality of upper body injury versus lower body injury. It would be just simpler. Now, here's what Dennis had to say. Dennis goes, why have we not heard about Joel Embiid having surgery? And that's what also Carrie listens every morning, and she is the only female in her office that listens amongst the 4 guys in her sales crew that she works with. And Carrie says, we all have been discussing this all morning now. Where's the Joel Embiid surgery? And why has nobody heard anything about it?
Yeah, I just don't know why it's secretive.
So now everyone's like, what's going on?
Why do we have to guess?
Why are we guessing about this? Why have the Sixers not? Why is this not? And why would this not have happened already.
I mean, Zach LaVine is having a procedure done. You know about it.
Like, I don't know. Look, there's only one common denominator here with this organization, with the years that this has been going on with injuries, and it's the ownership group. You've had different PR staffs. You've had different general managers, different coaches, obviously different players. For some reason, they think there's some advantage into not letting their fans, media, other teams know what's going on with their injuries. And it's not that way throughout the league. Trust me, I've made phone calls after games where, say, we're in Boston or Golden State. Hey, what happened with such and such? What's the latest? Yeah, we're going to release it in about an hour. Don't say anything yet.
Don't say anything yet, right?
But it's this. And with the Sixers, it's like the Andrew Bynum thing. Okay, he had degenerative knee, and they screwed up on that. But, I mean, getting information out of them for your fan base, like, it was non-existent. To the point where I'm on the phone with PR people for half an hour, them trying to explain why they're not giving reason. Just give the damn reason.
It's very, very strange. But now it's like, look, I want to make it clear. I'm not accusing the Sixers of a cover-up here.
No, I just like to know what's going on.
Or I am not working, because both emailers said to me, and I want to make sure about this, both emailers said to me, do you know something you're not saying? In some way, shape, or form, that's what they were saying to me. And I'm like, no. And I want to make that clear. But I am wondering why we are now 2 weeks out and there's no announcement.
Yeah, I'd just like to know where the transparency is. I mean, like,
we're 2 weeks out of them being eliminated.
Yeah, like Bob said, these aren't like nuclear war codes we're trying to protect. They're athletes getting injured. It's very commonplace. We'd like to know the diagnosis and plan to correct
And
him.
it is 10 to 12 week recovery.
Yeah.
If Joel Embiid's injury was what they said it was with the thumb, if it was that bad and so dramatic and such a major game changer for his performance, 10 to 12 weeks of recovery after that surgery, which would take him to when the season's going to, like, you're getting ready to go to training camp.
Yeah, and some people have come at me with it. You know, there are HIPAA laws and stuff like that.
In sports with athletes?
Yeah,
injury?
I don't know exactly. I think obviously there's HIPAA laws on certain things, but I don't think an injury that occurs during a game is covered by that.
And you have to report injuries for gambling and for league purposes and everything.
Well, that's another thing. You know, like if I'm someone that wants to buy maybe season tickets for the Sixers next year or certain things, it's incumbent upon the team to let me know as a fan.
Well, that's why I think it's been done in the past, is let's not affect sales. But now sales aren't a problem. You're second in the NBA. Your merchandising's through the roof. You're past that.
Okay, now, Dennis, the last question part of his email is, and I want to read it carefully so I do not misrepresent him. He says, I want you to ask Jamie Lynch. So, Jamie.
I'm here. Hi, it's Jamie.
You have brushed off
Appreciate Dennis.
very casually the fact that Joel Embiid didn't need surgery last offseason. If for some reason Joel Embiid doesn't need surgery on that thumb, is your opinion on him and whether he would play up injuries or embellish going to change?
Well, I've always said he doesn't wear injuries well.
You've always said you and Andrew are unanimous. Like, you guys both use that type of.
In the beginning of last year, I was going, well, what the hell? Where was the surgery? Because he was struggling that first month of the season. I think the orbital situation, the face mask, was the bigger issue in the playoffs. That being said, if he's not addressed in a surgical manner, or there's not at minimum a statement about it, yeah, I'll be bugged out.
Because then you're going to wonder, what the hell's going on? Why is everything? Because he looks like an extra from Saving Private Ryan with the thumb injury. Oh, the faces, the grimaces. He's such an outstanding player. It's I gotta tell you, it's the only black mark on his career.
Yeah,
there's always drama seemingly surrounding him. And I also would say the only other question I ever have about Joel Embiid's career is he is quick to sort of shed the blame on other people. He is point at teammates. Let's look away from me. Look away. You're the guy. You're the man. When this team underachieves, you're the major reason why that may or may not happen.
Yeah, in that area, yeah. I mean, he does bring a lot on himself, saying, I want to be the MVP. I want to be all defensive. I want to be the best player in the league. I want to be in the Hall of Fame. I want to win championships. He does say that, and after games, yes, he'll deflect, but it'll come back to him. Like Joel Embiid is like a wheel that needs to warm up to get going. I've told you guys this before. When you start an interview with Joel Embiid, it'll be slow. You might not be getting a lot. And then the wheels start really going. And he'll go on and on and on and on and on. And when he does, he'll point to teammates, but he'll bring it back to himself also, saying, I need to be better. He'll usually qualify it with that. But, my son Kyle texted me when Embiid returned from the orbital fracture. And, I don't know, second half one of the game, he goes, Dad, don't you think it's weird how he hasn't even looked at his thumb today? And look, you had another injury, but, yeah, he didn't even pay attention to his thumb at all again.
Yeah, I don't think the thumb was that big of a deal.
But the thing is,
it was like killing him right before.
Oh, it was the worst thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't doubt it's painful, but I think compared to the orbital fracture and losing his peripheral vision on the basketball court, I think it paled in comparison.
So then,
I think the mask was the much bigger issue.
Because he never worried about. You never heard about the thumb again.
Yeah, but he didn't even look at it.
Well, when you have two injuries at the same time, you focus on the one that's worse.
But what was he focusing on? The mass bothering him?
Yeah, the mass bothering him. I'm sure there was pain from the gyrations and jumping, like stuff like that. You just probably don't notice the thumb when your orbital bone is shattered.
We just want to, and again, that was one that was supposed to be really bad, then it wasn't as bad as expected, and another one that didn't need surgery.
This is all confusing to me. I'm not throwing blame on Embiid at all. I'm not doing that. It's confusing to me. It's confusing.
It's very confusing.
The organizational thing is confusing about the way they handle injuries. And then I start to wonder, does it trickle down to the players that handling injuries properly in that, all right, you get it fixed, you rehab, and let's go. If the organization is saying, well, let's just wait a little while, or maybe we won't even have, do players know how to handle injury properly is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I wonder.
I don't know, but you know what's not confusing to me, Bob? Prop swap, because you find the best odds and turn the hardwood into hard cash. Pick your favorite teams now and sell your bet whenever you want. It's all from your phone. Head to PropSwap.com.
I laugh at some of these the responses to our conversation earlier about Russell Wilson. And now that you can put faces and
it definitely makes it harder.
That it makes it harder to say, yeah, I want Russell Wilson. People are like, oh, well, this is like a complete hypothetical you're throwing out there.
Yes, it is.
It isn't, though.
But it is. Russell didn't want to come here.
No, but it's not.
So it's a hypothetical from that standpoint.
No, but it's not hypothetical as far as now you know what it would have taken to get him.
Yeah, and I still would have paid it.
So today you'd go buy A.J. Brown, buy Jordan Davis.
Yeah.
You'd get rid of it.
Yeah.
Because you were this is unbelievable.
I need a night to sleep on it, but if I woke up the next morning dreaming of number 3 in an Eagles jersey again, yeah, done deal.
Pat, does it make you more that you wouldn't go for Russell Wilson when you see the names, or does it make it less?
Oh, no, when you see the names, it
makes it harder.
Changes everything.
Yeah.
If you're just looking at draft picks, it's one thing. When you see the names they got, it's completely different.
And
because nobody going into the draft expected them to get A.J. Brown with a first-round pick.
And Cam Jurgens, it was the second-round pick. And it was Adams going, man.
Jurgens I can justify because I'm not going to see him this year.
Yeah,
so it's like, all right, you can get another center down the line maybe. Yeah, you hope you don't. So that one's easy for me to brush off. The future picks is easy to brush off. It's A.J. Brown. I mean, Jordan Davis could suck. We don't know.
Not having a first or second-round pick in 2023 is easy to brush off?
Yeah, when I got an elite, the most important position in sports. I got an elite piece.
Yeah, but then how do you build around him?
You were a playoff team last year without him. Without any of these upgrades. So you should be fine.
You have a running game. You have an offensive line. You have a number 1 wide receiver in Devontae Smith, you assume. You have a tight end. You've already built around him.
Well,
even
Wilson,
without A.J. Brown, you've already built
and
around
you still would have had Hassan Reddick, theoretically. If I trust that.
You would have.
Yeah, so you still would have had some upgrades around it.
Jamie's making me lean towards him.
But with Wilson, he is a guy too. To your point, he's always needed a running game to be successful as the passing game. More than any of the other great quarterbacks, he's always had the heaviest run element to his offense.
Was that him or Seattle?
That's where he's been successful.
Well, yeah, but
when he's asked to
might be Pete Carroll.
When he's asked to throw more, he's less successful. He's asked to throw it 45 times, he's not Aaron Rodgers. He's not those guys. I mean, not many are.
Yeah.
He's not Tom Brady. He's not Aaron Rodgers.
He's theoretically more successful than Aaron Rodgers. He made 2 Super Bowls in less time than Aaron Rodgers did.
And quarterbacks that are thrown 45 times are usually losing anyway.
I don't think any general manager in football If they said, here's your team, you can have Aaron Rodgers.
I didn't say that. I said he was more successful.
But he isn't more successful.
He got to 2 Super Bowls quicker than Aaron Rodgers ever did.
No, the Seattle Seahawks did.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, then the Green Bay
The
Packers
Legion
did.
of Boom did.
The Green Bay Packers did.
Would any general manager take Russell Wilson over
with their current ages?
Aaron Rodgers? No.
Yes.
Just in their careers, they wouldn't take him.
No, probably not.
Not one.
I don't know. Aaron Rodgers, playoffs haven't been great.
Yeah, he's kind of a.
At home.
You think, honestly, somebody would take Russell Wilson
if it's not
over
for
Aaron
Pete
Rodgers?
Carroll, Russell Wilson's a back-to-back Super Bowl champion.
Somebody chose Alex Smith over Aaron Rodgers at one time. So
that was
somebody
that
would
was
be,
before nobody got.
Somebody would, but I mean, I guess my point is the case can be made. It's not as cut and dry as yes and no. The case can be made that Aaron Rodgers has choked in the playoffs big time,
and so did Pete Carroll with that decision. I mean,
that was
honestly, Russell Wilson's a back-to-back Super Bowl champion. That doesn't
terrible.
happen.
There's no question.
That's wild. In his first 5 or 6 years in the league.
No, again here on that one. That was the second down call with one timeout left, right?
I believe so. I was
think it
working that game.
You were
in the
working it,
trucks.
right?
Yeah.
I was there too, but I don't remember. I think it was the second down play, and they only had one.
right.
And they only had one timeout left.
Yeah.
So at some point, you only had
the biggest bonehead decisions.
I
in
can
NFL
still
history.
hear myself yelling at the TV. What the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
Before the ball was released, I was saying it. That was horrible.
That was so terrible.
That's a great point, though. You're talking about a quarterback that should have been back-to-back Super Bowl champ.
No, he should have been. And I don't blame I don't blame Russell Wilson one bit for that not happening. I mean, and it wasn't even a terrible throw. It was just a
that
strange
New England
decision.
cheated and knew what the play was.
There you go. Hey, now that your high school seniors committed to their college, go to collegeav.com. Help relieve the stress of how you're going to pay for it. That's collegeav.com. You are going to breathe easier. Remember our Fanatic deal of the week. You're going to get that Maurice Pier ticket. So the Maurice Piers, you get unlimited rides on all 3 piers, and you get both water parks, a one-day pass for $70. I promise you, it's $120 value. So if you had to do this for 2 kids, you're going to pay $240 for 2 kids to have that kind of access. You're going to instead for 2 kids pay $140. $70 for this deal. Check it out now at 97.5thefanatic.com. Keyword deal. Get your tickets before they're gone. Supplies are very limited. So when they're gone, they're gone. So you want to get in on it today and make sure you're there. Hey, in Cooney's Corner, Bob loves to talk about love.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's Corner.
Well, I'm being denied it a little bit. I do love this time of the year. You guys know summer's my favorite time. Spring going into summer, all the stuff that led into all this. I do love this time of the year. But I realized last night, Pat and I were texting back and forth, I so miss playoff hockey in this town. I really do. Look, you can say you're a marginal Flyers fan or even a hockey fan, whatever it may be. And I understand that. That's cool. And if we're going to look at all 4 sports, I would say that I tune in least to hockey as of all of them. But I try to still watch every Flyers game until they were just horrible. But watching, I turn on the Rangers. Yeah, I turned on the Rangers-Carolina game last night, and I literally just started sitting back and thinking about all the great playoff series in my life and what your life is like and how I remember it being 7 o'clock and it was still light out when the hockey playoffs were starting, how great it was. And watching hockey playoff games in shorts and stuff like that. I miss the Flyers being an excitable playoff hockey team as much as anything I miss in sports.
It's amazing.
It sucks.
There's nothing better than going into Wells Fargo Center or wherever in a hockey jersey and shorts.
Yeah.
Because it's the playoff time. This weather doesn't make sense because the season's coming to an end and my team's in the playoffs. And this happened with the Sixers, and it happens in sports with 7-game series. But I love the fact that you end up hating players that before the series you didn't give a rat's ass about. But one little thing will happen, that player goes hot or that player does a dirty move or whatever, and it sets you off, and it will sit with you for the rest of their career. Cody Ross.
Yeah, exactly.
Not to get personal.
No, not to get personal. I wish him nothing but the worst.
Part of it comes, I think, from my youth when I was playing basketball. So during the season, you're going to the gym, and it's dark out already at 4:30, 5 o'clock for a 7:30 game, whatever. It's dark out. And then towards the end of the season, when you get to the playoffs, well, it's still
Twilight, at least.
It's light out when you're about to start games, and it's the best. And I remember covering the Sixers when they're in the playoffs, going to the arena and knowing the game's starting and it's still light out. I don't know. There's something to me about that. Missing the Flyers in a playoff series and them being meaningful, man. I'll tell you, there's few things I miss worse in sports right now.
Yeah,
it would be fun because it's a great playoffs. It just is. We talked about the NBA playoffs.
It's a different sport, though.
It is.
It's played so differently in the playoffs.
But Jamie's right. The NHL playoffs have been better or more entertaining than the NBA playoffs. I mean, the first round, I think at one time they had 3 Game 7s going to overtime. It might have been 2 Game 7s going to overtime, but it was the same night. And that's nuts because there's nothing better, in my personal opinion, there's nothing better in sports than overtime playoff hockey when your team isn't in it. Because you can just kick back and enjoy it. Enjoy the madness. When your team's in it, it's helter-skelter and your nerves are sitting on the edge of your seat. Every shot is, your heart's in your throat. But there's nothing better than that. And the fact that in the first round you got 2, maybe 3 games go into Game 7 OT hockey, that's incredible.
I can't believe the Calgary-Edmonton series. The energy of that series, the speed, up and down the ice. And I also can't believe that Edmonton is one win away from getting their way to the Western Conference.
Well, and those two teams hate each other, too.
Oh, it's a blood war.
They hate
It'd be like a Flyers-Rangers series.
I was going to go Flyers-Penguins.
Oh, Flyers-Penguins, yeah.
But, yeah, it's pretty close. They can't see each other.
I find myself rooting for Edmonton for a couple of reasons because of the great individual players that they have, but also I just don't like Sutter. Calgary's coach gets on my nerves.
I can't stand him either.
Bitter beer
I
face.
just can't.
Yeah, his face. I was going to say.
He's bitter beer face.
But also
Remember
after
that
a loss last week, he was he took Popovich to a new level. What'd you take out of tonight? What do you think I took? We lost.
Oh, no,
come on, dude. You're grown up. You lost a game. Okay. We're all bothered by it. We all have jobs to do. Do your damn job.
Oh, wait a minute.
To me, he looks like, I think it's the Eagle from the Muppets, Chet the Eagle.
Yeah, that could be, too.
Or maybe, I don't know. His face bothers me.
Hey, it's way too nice outside to be eating dinner at home. Go sit outside at your local PJ's tonight. Great wings, burgers, crab cake sandwiches, craft beers, and much more. We love our local PJs, and you will absolutely love it there. What do you think about Torts interviewing for the Flyers job?
It's different.
Don't see it working.
I don't see it working either.
I just don't think they
Nothing
have the
works here. So what difference does it make?
I'm just not seeing it. I'm just not seeing it.
Might as well try something different.
By the way, John Tortorella, he really will respond nicely to the Philadelphia media. And being critiqued and questioned.
Good, that's entertaining. It might be more entertaining than the product on the ice.
That guy.
The thing is, though, I can't take that. I can't take the obnoxious coach who talks down to you when his product is crap. That is intolerable for me.
You know what they'd have for the first time in years? A freaking pulse.
Because of a coach? Nobody goes because of a coach.
What I like about
they'd have a pulse.
Torts is he feels the same way you do. If you're pissed off after the game, he does. Pissed off. As far as dealing with the media, he was in New York for 4 or 5 years, and then he went to Vancouver for a year.
And in Tampa.
Didn't work. I mean, Vancouver and New York are 2 hotbed hockey markets, so he can deal with Philly.
He was one time, because we would do live stuff on the television broadcast down in Atlanta and Tampa. He was in Tampa. He was such an a-hole to me once in a live interview. So the next day at the skate, Bobby Taylor was there. The old Flyers broadcaster and the old Philadelphia Flyer.
I thought you meant the cornerback.
And Bobby Taylor is there, and he just goes, and Bobby Taylor wants to introduce me to John Tortorella. The night before, he'd just been a total a-hole. And he was just like, yeah, that was fun last night, wasn't it? And I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to take of it. Whether he was saying, I was just messing with you, or...
He strikes me as just watching him and throughout his career, he gets real pissed off on that bench. I know a lot of people that love the guy.
Yeah,
so, I think off the ice he's great, but then when you get him, I never got the impression he ever wanted to do an in-game interview with anybody.
No. He didn't.
That's the thing.
He didn't. I think that was it. All right, we got in our last segment. There is a lot of talk about a quarterback and a potential quarterback hitting the market. and we'll talk about it in respect to the entire NFL and this town. It's the John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. We're getting so excited because Philly Sports Trips is always great to work with, and they're always great to do a getaway with the John Kincade Show. Now, the question is, have you chosen your Birds away game trip yet? If you haven't, go to phillysportstrips.com, and you will see that Vince and his amazing team have already set out a plethora of options for you to have a blast traveling with hundreds of other Birds fans to away games. It changes the fandom experience like you wouldn't believe. Right now, place a small deposit, and you can reserve your space on any of their great trips. But you got to go to Philly Sports Trips to check it out. What I love about it is they take care of everything. We're talking hotel, airfare, transfers, great parties, and a fantastic vibe. phillysportstrips.com. You will absolutely love it, whether you want to do a day trip or whether you want to do one of their flyaway trips. A small deposit saves your spot. Do it today. Contact our friends at Philly Sports Trips and tell them John Kincade and the whole crew sent you.
The John Kincade Show.
Sir, one more outburst, I will strangle you with my microphone wire. You understand me?
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
When it comes to cybersecurity, the biggest threats don't always strike the biggest targets. Almost half of all cyber attacks target small businesses. So help protect yours with Comcast Business Security Edge. It's advanced security that continuously scans for threats and helps protect every connected device. The choice is clear. Get unbeatable business solutions from the most innovative company, so you can be ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
There's never been a better time to get gig speed internet and advanced security from Comcast Business. And now, for a limited time only, get 3 months on us. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com today to learn more. And 6/22/2022. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 1 gigabit internet security edge. 1 voice line and Connection Pro customers only. 3-year contract required. 3 months on us after prepaid card redemption. Most innovative based on American Business 2021 Gold Stevie Award.
Hi, I'm Patrick Fingles, owner of New Look Home Design. Let's be honest, getting a new roof is not easy. You got to call contractors and hope they call you back. You got to get 3 estimates. Then you got to figure out how you're going to pay for it. Well, at New Look, it's different. Schedule a same-day, on-site, or virtual estimate. All estimates come with a free 3D rendering of your roof, so you know exactly what it's going to look like. And we give you line-by-line pricing, so you know exactly what you're going to pay for. Plus, it's a great time to save. Most contractors will let you pay half up front for the roof and the other half later. At New Look, we let you pay half later and the other half never. Through May, only pay for half your roofing materials and pay the other half later with interest-free financing. Call 800-279-5300. That's 800-279-5300. NewLookHomeDesign.com. It's the easy way to roof.
Hey, are you tired of dealing with your old drafty windows and doors? Well, it's time you go Guida. Yes, my good friends at Guida Door and Window. They're going to help make your window and door replacement project more affordable with their buy one, get one half off sale. That's right. For every door or window you buy, you'll get the second one at 50% off, and you can mix and match these savings to suit your own needs. Buy an entry door, get half off a storm door. Buy a patio door, get 50% off a window. Need to replace all the windows and doors in your house? Then you'll save 50% on half of your project. It's simple. The more you need, the more you save. Plus, Guida will make it easy for you to afford your project with no money down, interest-free financing for up to 18 months. Act now. This offer is for a limited time. Restrictions apply. For details, call Guida today. Schedule a free no-obligation in-home estimate. The number's 1-877-GO-GUIDA. Or check them out online at GoGuida.com. That's go, GUIDA.com.
Welcome to Allstate, where you can really control your savings. Because when you drive less, you save more with pay per mile. So you're really in control of your savings. Only paying for the miles you drive. Yeah, life is good when you're in the driver's seat. Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Click, call, or visit allstate.com to save today.
Not available in every state. Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Norfolk, Illinois.
Every search you make, every click you take, they'll be watching you.
Are you tired of being tracked online? There's a simple solution. DuckDuckGo. It's an all-in-one privacy app with a built-in private search engine, web browser, one-click data clearing, email protection, and more, all for free. Download the app today and get the most comprehensive privacy protection with the push of a button. DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified.
Hey there, casino fans. I'm here to let you know that the new BetRivers.com casino app is here. It's got lots and lots of exciting slots and table games to play, fast payouts, and a rewards program you'll love. Plus, with award-winning customer service, the excitement never stops. So get ready, casino lovers, to experience the BetRivers.com difference you can trust. It's a whole new game. Download it today.
Presented by Rivers Casino Philadelphia. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Helzberg Diamonds presents The Guy Who Found the Perfect Ring. Jake needed an engagement ring, so he did his research, asked his fiance's best friends for advice.
She wants emerald cut. Definitely.
And he went to Helzberg Diamonds. Jake knew that Helzberg's been in business for over 100 years. That means quality. And with their price match guarantee, he'd get a great deal. And she'd get the ring she's always wanted.
Way to go, Jake.
So be like Jake. Find the ring of her dreams at a Helzberg Diamonds near you or at Helzberg.com.
We buy any car. We buy any car. We buy any car. Any.
Did you know trading in your car at a dealer could cost you money? A recent study found consumers who trade in their car pay an average of $990 more. So don't trade in. Sell it to We Buy Any Car. Learn more and get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Find out how much your car's worth at We Buy Any Car.
Listen to 97.5 The Fanatic everywhere. On Alexa at 975thefanatic.com, the Fanatic app, and now on Odyssey. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
The Sixers and their fan base hang out here every morning on the John Kincade Show.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
The John Kincade Show on the Fanatic. Appreciate you being with us.
You want an Eagles update on some names you've never heard of before that are filling new positions?
Oh, I'd love that.
So
wait. I love it when names we've never heard before.
Yeah.
This is always good.
All right, get pumped, Philadelphia. Howie Roseman has restocked his front office. John Ferrari, come on down.
You're the next contestant.
He's been elevated as one of the potentially 2 assistant GMs, least sources say.
He was working at Panera.
That's $1.
Keep an
That's
eye
$1.
on Brandon Hunt, the odd man out in the Steelers shuffling. Told he could be in line for a VP job in Philly.
Mike's brother.
So get excited.
See, I was going to say that, but I didn't because the childish.
We got a Hunt and a Ferrari, baby. Woo!
Whoa, really?
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Here we go.
It's the Super Bowl. I love these executives. We know these guys.
Oh, Mike Ferrari? You have to get him when he's available.
I heard he's going to be on Cuz Radio today. You got to get him in here and say what's
Let's
going on.
go to Ferrari Mike.
John Ferrari.
I'm fascinated by some of the call. Every day, Heavy Chevy and I will laugh at. I heard a new Cuz caller name the other day.
Which one was
I'll tell
that?
him. Like I'll be like Baloney Bill. Oh, it's Baloney Bill calls in. They have like names.
Yeah.
And I'll say to Chevy, is that a real one or not? I'll be like, there's.
I do find it cool, though. Like, Andrew and I were doing beers with Bob one time, and a guy was standing there waiting to say hello, and we turned to him, and he's like, "It's me, Uncle." And now I can't remember.
Uncle Frank.
Uncle Frank, yeah. It's me, Uncle Frank. And like, he and Sal Tunis hugging because I don't know if they'd ever met before, but it's like they're long-lost friends, you know? Like, that's cool to me.
Uncle Frank went to grade school with Doc.
That's right. I did know that, yeah.
Doc and Uncle Frank.
He's the one that goes in the cage, right? The dog cage?
Yeah, Uncle Frank is in the cage. Doc does not. He is not going in the cage. So he doesn't have
I
any
respect
of
the guy dedicated enough to get in the cage.
that. There is Bob.
We don't kink shame.
Bob was
Not at
thinking
all.
about Jimmy Garoppolo. See, much differently than I think about him.
Yeah, well, I don't,
I mean, it's different.
I think about him as a quarterback. I don't know.
Of course you do. I would absolutely marry Jimmy Garoppolo. It's that one. I didn't want to miss. I didn't want to miss that opportunity to use that.
Did you say that before? I don't even remember that.
Yeah, because
I would absolutely marry Jimmy Garoppolo.
We didn't
Yeah, it was
marry
married,
date.
married
We didn't
date.
do anything. He
I don't
just,
think
he just,
I-
he
he
just
just
said it out of the blue. Christina was away
I
for
must
a
not have
while.
been here, but
He
so
told
I
us that
saw
in confidence.
I saw a story again the other day about Jimmy Garoppolo, and it looks like he could be on the move. Whatever, it doesn't look like he's going to stay in San Fran. Okay, so if Jalen Hurts isn't the guy, and John, you brought it up earlier that there's as many as 5 quarterbacks that are rated better than
any of them in this year's
that
draft.
went in this year's. Isn't that too? Is drafting a quarterback like, all right? Jalen Hurts doesn't work this year. You get done this year and you say, no, he wasn't the guy, but we're going to get one in the draft. Are you comfortable with that, or would you rather go with somebody like a Jimmy G? Like, is the backup plan good enough just to say we'll draft him?
This year, I would have been willing to go with Jimmy Garoppolo, but I didn't know how this would turn out. I wouldn't want Jimmy Garoppolo when I see what they ended up with. But to me, next year, I would be more fine with going with the quarterback in the draft. In fact, I almost
you better be damn sure you're getting.
Yeah, but I can tell you is that there's so much excitement about next year's quarterback class. And if we're not shopping in it, it's the best news in the world. Because it would be the greatest thing in the world for Jalen Hurts to be the guy. Because next year's class,
would be.
All people are going to want to talk about is the quarterback.
And I'm going on this assumption that Hurts proves this year to everyone without a doubt that he's not the guy. Man, you better be damn. And I know Anthony's talked about it, but we've also talked about it that there's going to be plenty of teams ahead of them in the draft that are going to need quarterbacks. So if there's 5 good ones, there's a real good chance you may be getting number 5 or number 6, not even one of the top 5. Is that okay?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have to trade into the top. You will have to trade into the top 10. No questions asked.
Oh, if you want one of those 3, you got to be in the top 5.
You're going to have to do that. Well, no, I mean, if you want 3, but remember, any guy drafted this year, any of them aren't as good as any of the top 5 next year, and that seems to be a lot of the mock drafts and the drafting services.
Your Jimmy G's of the world and Baker Mayfield, like those guys will be available. You can always run it.
Are you?
Is he going to really just rot on the bench in Cleveland?
Are you shocked that? No, guess what? He's not now. Here's the thing,
he's not
too.
going OTA.
He's not welcome. Supposedly,
this is a weird situation.
Yeah, but supposedly he's not welcome in the locker room with some of the crap that he said and done. Where he quit on the team.
Commercials are
He quit on. He
They
quit
on him.
No, he
first.
quit on the team.
He played with a broken shoulder all year long.
But
he tried to gut it out.
But he quit on the team. He walked away before they got Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, because the writing was on the wall. It was pretty obvious. They were
It wasn't obvious they were going to get Deshaun Watson.
No, but they were done with Baker Mayfield. I mean, that guy got ostracized in Cleveland.
But even if they had gone and gotten a Jimmy Garoppolo, and even the general manager said, even if we had went and got a veteran quarterback, it would have been to be a competition with Baker Mayfield to push him. And he ran away from the competition. He didn't know they were going to get Deshaun Watson. They were out of left field to end up with Deshaun. They were the 3rd choice. And it ends up that they ended up getting
I don't know. They quit on him, in my opinion.
Wow,
it's a dumbfire of an organization. It seems like, even though they brought in some good players,
You've got a
just
job.
Weird.
Thing is, though, you have a contract and you have a job. Oh, they're not showing me the proper respect. You haven't done anything.
I mean,
you haven't done anything in your job.
He played hurt all year for them.
Okay,
that's something.
That's his job.
But they're holding him up to a healthy standard.
Well, no, they're going to say we're bringing in a veteran to compete with him, and that is even what they said at the end of the season.
That sounds
interviews.
well and all.
Yeah, that's not the case.
That's not.
You're not
reality.
signing Deshaun Watson to get beat out by Baker Mayfield.
No, not Deshaun Watson. When they were talking about getting Jimmy G, they were saying if we bring in a veteran quarterback, it's going to be an open competition for the job.
And who does that?
I don't know.
I mean, name another team where you have a guy that's paid like $30 million a year and you bring in competition for him.
Okay.
That doesn't happen.
Okay, here's what I would say to you. Wouldn't you think,
and I don't think he's that good for the record.
Wouldn't you think Cleveland Browns teammates would all be going, what are we doing here? Why are we not supporting Baker? How come the silence?
Yeah,
what does it tell you?
That he's not well liked there.
Right. Like, I mean, that there's a reason that they don't want to believe him.
Well, yeah, but he's entitled to
be pissed about it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I would look at myself and say, I'm a few years into my career. I was highly paid, highly drafted, and my teammates aren't even like that upset that I'm.
I'd be like, this is a loser organization. You all
Wow.
stink. bleep you, bleep you, bleep you. I'm out of here.
Wow, that's
I don't
today's
know.
day and age.
I
There's
guess.
he doesn't look in the mirror then. He's not looking in the mirror because is there a reason maybe why it's not working out here and why they don't like me and why my teammates aren't really vocal about saying, why are we turning our back on Baker? Baker's our guy. He's the man. Isn't there sort of you'd sort of say to yourself, why? So all of those guys in the organization are also
Put yourself
sharks?
in his shoes.
Yeah, but to bring it back a little bit to what I was like the original thought, we casually said, they get a quarterback in the draft then. Wow, your whole future, if you don't have a good plan B, if Jalen Hurts isn't the guy, your future for all these great moves that you've made, man, you better have a backup plan in mind. And if it's one of those top 3, 4 quarterbacks, you better as hell get yourself in position to get one.
And New Orleans isn't going to be as bad as we once thought. So that pick might not be.
Might not be as great as you thought.
Yeah.
Hey, Rock is on the line. Rock, you're not Bob's Rock.
No, sir. I'm Rock from Atlanta.
Oh, Rock, how are you, man? What's going on, buddy?
I'm hanging in there. I listen to what you guys are talking about, and I just wanted to add this point that as I was thinking about it, I'm saying to myself, what if, Mr. Kincade, they told you, hey, look, your contract is up in December. So tomorrow we're going to have this guy, Rock from Atlanta, come in, and you're going to be part of his crew, and they're going to announce it. Yeah, Rock in Atlanta and the guys, that's going to be the new morning show. Are you really bringing me in coffee the next day and willing to be one of my sidekicks?
No, I don't ask anyone to bring me
Absolutely
coffee.
not.
But Rock, this is different. My contract would be up. Rock, this is stuff. This happens in our industry all the freaking time. You are
I know
constantly
that, but
on.
how would
You
you
got to be compete. You got to. He wasn't being asked at this point. You are not. When you were drafted, you are not guaranteed to be the starting guy. You have to earn it. When you're drafted, that doesn't mean you're drafted. You're the guy. You have to earn the spot.
I hear what you're saying, but let me get this right.
Okay.
Out of 8 or 9 rounds that they have, they take me number one. So I'm not guaranteed to be the starter.
And I've had you for multiple years. Where I've seen you. I've had you for 3 years. I know what you're about. I've had you for 3 years, and you have not solidified yourself across the NFL as a starting quarterback.
And you're right. So the fact that I played, so the fact we're just doing a
Okay.
comparison. So the fact that you're coming in and you have throat surgery, but they're still telling you to come in and you're trying your best. John Kincade in the morning show. That doesn't count for anything.
Well, I don't believe Rock. I think you're going into hypotheticals about what it was.
Oh, he's
And
entering
it's
the
not
final year of his contract,
And
he
it
sees
wasn't
the
his throw.
team-
And it wasn't his throwing shoulder again. By the way,
Still,
it's painful. I'm sure.
Yeah.
But that didn't affect his throwing.
Well, he's just maybe not that good.
Very much so. Let's see what Doug on a cell has to say. I think Doug has a different take on this. Doug, good morning. You're on the Fanatic. How are you, buddy?
Good morning, guys. How are you doing?
Good to hear from you, Doug. You sound very enthusiastic today.
Well, I'm a little enthusiastic because when Kyler Murray became possibly available, all the shows were going crazy.
No.
Let's give up draft pick to
Nope.
get Kyler.
Wait. I did not, Bob. You and Kyler Murray? Bob did not. I did not.
I'm intrigued by it,
Jamie
but not
was
a
intrigued.
Not a no-brainer.
He still wanted Russell Wilson. So, no, it wasn't all the shows, and it wasn't that. And I never would want him. Doug, capital letters, never would want Kyler Murray.
Well, that's fine. But I'm like, I listen all day to sports radio, and it was Kyler. Let's get. He's on the same last year of his contract. I don't see him getting criticized as much as Baker is. And at least Baker won a playoff game. And I'm sorry, I've had a broken shoulder. On my opposite hand, I do construction, and it's kind of hard to swing a hammer when the other side is sore.
Hey, Doug, you know what else, though, with Kyler Murray? How much support has he got vocally from his teammates? Almost none. Almost none. It tells you all you need to know about the guy.
Yeah, but it's like my point is I think a little Baker Mayfield has a little more fight in the dog, and I don't blame him. It's last year of his contract. He played hurt all last year. He won that team a playoff game. Their offensive line was garbage, and I'm not saying he's the greatest quarterback ever, but it's like they wanted somebody else. Why would you want somebody else? What is he supposed to do? Just stay there and get beaten?
No, I got you. You know what, Doug? Though he is, he's supposed to stay there and win the job. He's supposed to make himself so invaluable to your employer that you get the job. And by the way, he's had 3 years to impress the people in the building. And he obviously, well, I shouldn't say obviously, he has obviously not made inroads in his own locker room that the grown men that he's supposed to lead would vocally support him.
Yeah,
and I think that's the greatest indictment.
I don't hear a lot of players come out and say good things about players either.
Wow. You don't?
No, I mean, like during an offseason,
Jalen Hurts gets talked about
not this
by his own
season.
teammates.
Yeah, during the season, they say, yeah, he works hard and all that stuff, but I haven't.
Well, they vocally support
That's
him.
a big thing with you. I don't, and look, it could be a flaw of mine. I don't care I don't care about the likability thing.
And here's the
if I go in there and win you football games, I could care less if you like me or not.
I just looked it up. Late February, defensive end Myles Garrett. He stuck by us. I'm going to stick by him. Like I don't think he's.
Well, he stood by Myles when Myles had the thing with the Steelers.
That goes a long way.
It doesn't go a long way though. Like they're not.
But he's one of the he's the face of the organization.
They're letting him sit. I mean, they're literally letting him sit.
It's. I think it's the sign of a horrible organization.
Wow. I don't.
Granted, all right.
If he was so good.
But last year, like people forget, the year before, the Browns were, Kevin Stefanski's going to change this organization. Look at this offense. They're fun. They're a playoff team. And then he's hurt. The team goes in the crapper.
Right.
Odell pulls what he pulls.
Okay, let me walk in.
It's kind of like he's earned that fourth year, in my opinion.
Okay, let me go to the Jamie verse. Every NFL team knew he was available at the draft. Nobody wanted him.
Well, you can eliminate probably 15 or 16 teams right off the top that are set.
There are lots of other teams that need a quarterback. Nobody wanted him. Nobody saw him as an upgrade.
Well, he might not just be that good.
So, but around the NFL, though, people probably know stuff about him, too, and go, I don't like it. There's something I don't like.
I mean, something's obviously up with him, but I don't blame him for quitting on the Browns, and I do that in air quotes.
I blame
They quit on him.
I blame anybody quitting on a contract. When you've got a contract, honor your contract.
Okay, then pay me the $19 million this year, and I'll sit on the bench and be a miserable.
And they have to.
Well, that's a bad organization.
But don't go to work and be a miserable. You're being paid $18 million. Be a good teammate. Show who you are.
But they quit on him.
Wow.
Yeah, like
you think that
he earned that fourth year to me. And I don't even like the guy that much, but I think he's worthy of a fourth year, yeah.
Hey, boost your mood in New Jersey. Savor sea breezes, the call of adventure, or you can drift into the blue. You can find it all at visitnj.org. NJ.org. Check it on out. Bob Cooney gets to visit New Jersey every day.
Wow, so lucky.
I don't just visit it. I live there.
And I heard Chunas talking about yesterday the fact that he was already counting down the days for him, his beautiful bride, and their beautiful child to be able to go to I guess it's going to be like the first beach vacation that you guys are going to have.
Pizza on the beach.
Wait do you see all beach going changes like you wouldn't believe the amount of crap you will carry down. Get ready to be a mule.
I already am.
And get a cart that carries your crap.
Because I go with my parents most of the time, right? And so I end up carrying a lot, me and my dad, and like there's my mom and Christy with like a chair. And it's like, oh, okay. So I'm already I'm trained. Don't get
Get one of the carts. They're awesome.
Get a cart, trust me.
Yeah.
You can put
You
can put all
seriously.
the toys.
Okay.
You can put all the when he wants to start bringing all the beach
everything.
and
God.
You just pile it in. You're going to pile in a Nerf ball.
It's terrible.
You're going to pile in it's not terrible. It's
the
awesome.
lugging sucks when you're sweating. You get down there and then you got to set it up. It's like a half-hour process. It's fun when you're there. The process of getting there sucks.
I got you. And here's the problem.
Don't trust
I'm a
that
planner,
process.
which
You are. I understand that.
which kind of stinks because Christy and I are used to, without a child, just going to the beach and sitting down at 10 a.m. and not getting up until like 6 p.m. So now we have to plan when is it going to be too
nap
hot?
time.
When is it?
Well, nap time, you got to go back.
Yeah. We'll take care of all that. Well, I mean, there's not really a nap time with him.
There really isn't?
No.
It's when he falls asleep.
Yeah, he's still an infant. So
Yeah, but wait a minute, though. Well, by summertime, he's going to be into month 4, right?
yeah, but because he's premature, you base it off of the date he was supposed to be born.
I did not know
So he
that.
is technically, what's today, the 24th?
So he's only supposed to be like, what, 3 weeks? 4 weeks?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. So that's a
what you
different...
base it
I
off
did
of,
not know
yeah.
that. That's incredible. You learn something new every day.
I never knew that until there's so much I've learned, right? Like you're like, whoa, I didn't know.
Still learning.
Do you have to watch him differently now that he's like sort of fully cooked? I don't know what word to use. It's terrible. Now that he's sort of fully cooked and he's been out for a while, they're not as fearful as far as infection with the preemie?
I'm not a helicopter as much.
Okay.
Christy still is, but I feel like that's just natural. I'm not a helicopter as much. And, Here's the binky.
Because I've heard things about
shut up.
They watch premature kids like you watch them with like.
Well, yeah, but the majority of the time was at the NICU. He was
Okay.
there for 5 weeks, right?
Yeah,
so
correct.
once we got home, it was kind of like, all right, we watched him intently because it was our first week at home having a child for the first time. But
They were
once we
like, "You're on your own now,
yeah,
Coop."
but once we kind of got things figured out, it was like, all right, he's calmed down a lot. Last night he actually only woke up once. Which
How
was,
many? So how many hours?
Yeah.
How many hours are you talking about waking up once over what period of time? 8 hours? 10 hours?
Yeah. So he got up. We went to bed at like 10.
Okay.
Right, and then he got up at 2, and then didn't get back up until 6.
That's awesome.
That's a big win for that.
And he only really is like 3 or 4 weeks old.
Yeah, it was
in that
crazy. Like,
regard.
we had a doctor's appointment yesterday. He had the shots. Poor kid. He was crying all day.
Is he good though? Weight's good.
Yeah, he's good now.
Is he as handsome as you?
Everything's great.
Or as
more.
pretty as Christy?
Pretty as Christy.
Okay.
Thank God.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
What's this I hear about you getting your wife into video games?
Oh yeah, dude.
That was a great story yesterday, by the way. That was funny as hell.
She can't watch Breaking Bad. It's too serious for her. But she's playing Red Dead Redemption, where you can just walk up to somebody and stab them in the throat and and rob a train.
But she won't watch like Narcos.
No.
I don't get it at all.
No, it's too serious for her.
Like my wife watched what's the medieval one?
Shrek, Game of Thrones.
The one with the Game of Thrones.
Shrek, yeah.
She watched Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And she couldn't
Donkey.
watch Ozark.
Yeah, and Game of
Ozark was
Thrones-
too violent.
Game of Thrones.
And too much. Game of Thrones,
Every
people were being
episode-
disemboweled and
Yeah, but
beheaded.
I think
and-
I know where she's coming from. Ozark's a little more realistic violence, whereas Game of Thrones is a fantasy land kind of
Yeah,
violence.
but weren't people being seriously
That was real back then.
heads cut?
Yeah, but it's so
The one
far
scene where
removed
they
from
put-
where we are
they
as
put
humans.
a rat.
Shh, I didn't see you.
I'm going to tell you.
Oh yeah,
Spoiler
no
alert.
spoilers.
The
By the way,
rat
have
in
you
the,
watched?
in the thing?
Yeah.
And they light the fire and it makes
Yeah.
it eat through the guy.
By the way, have you seen the Ozark finale? Yet?
No, not yet. I got a lot going on.
No, you don't. You're playing video games 8 and 10 hours a week, and you admit it
I'm
on the
not.
air.
I'm not.
Well, I mean, in your household, so there's
My
time
wife
that
is, yeah.
you could sit down and say,
Playing
honey,
8 to 10 hours a week?
Right.
She's got the bug.
over the
Yeah.
week. Over the
Yeah,
week.
dude, she's hooked.
Wow.
Yeah,
You've
it's
made an addict
crazy.
out of her, though.
I didn't.
You're going to have a second baby in no
who
time.
bought it?
I didn't. My buddy, she was like, your friend Jimmy was telling
No,
me
but who
about this
bought
game.
the gaming system?
Oh,
You
me.
did. I
Me.
remember when
Yeah,
you
yeah.
bought it.
Yeah, that was me.
See?
Yeah.
You're making your wife, you're the dealer on the corner.
Get ready for baby
And now
number
your
2.
wife is seriously, she's going to want more baby time.
That's a
She's playing
misery
Red
loves
Dead
company.
You love video games. You love your wife. Now you see your wife playing video games? Come on.
That makes it better.
Come on.
I have with the Phillies.
I can't imagine. I
Thank
can't
you,
imagine.
Andrew. There's a man after my own heart right
Let's
there.
go through the schedule.
I can't
Oh, I
even
got it
imagine.
right here.
No, Bob, we can't do that.
losing
All
that.
right,
I
now
have
we said it to you before.
Week
Winning the
6,
first
I think we
four.
left off.
Jordan Davis, Cam Jurgens, A.J. Brown, and next year's first and second round picks. That's on the table. Do you trade for Russell Wilson
It's
right
so
now?
it is so much harder knowing
Now
the
that you
names.
know
So
the
much
names.
harder.
I still do it.
So you would.
There's my wake and bake partner.
Well, you guys are the 6%.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I'm one of 5%.
What
You're
am I
the-
going
no,
to see you ever again?
6%. No,
Maybe never.
6%. Yeah, there you go.
6%?
Can't
Look
call
at
me wake
us.
and bake partner. You've left me out to dry this entire month,
true.
damn it.
No,
Life's
he
busy.
Baker Mayfield you.
Yeah, he did.
He Baker
Thanks a lot,
Mayfield you.
man.
That's what happened. Would you make that deal today?
Yes.
Wow.
Because I think Russell Wilson, especially look at this conference, all these quarterbacks left.
Jamie's like making me lean towards his way a little bit.
It's an
I was
amazing.
listening to you guys. It's a great
And I
when
said
you
hell
put
no.
names, when you put names with it,
It makes it much harder.
And Adam Schefter said it's funny. He goes, "Well, I never looked at it that way." I'm like, "Well, now you know what Denver paid.
Yeah.
Now I'm giving you the legitimate
But
what
I
the
could
Eagles
say
would
that
have paid."
I don't think Russell Wilson would need Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown, where I think Jalen Hurts needs a little extra help.
Okay.
If that makes sense. So
Yes.
I think
That's
Russell
good.
Wilson
That's fair.
and Devontae Smith, I think Devontae Smith is a 1,000-yard receiver. And then you have Dallas Goedert, and then Miles Sanders has a better year and all that kind of stuff. And look at this offensive line that you have. I mean, everything's set up where if Russell Wilson slid in here, you have a pretty damn good season.
Don't question Joe Girardi today. His job's hard.
Yeah.
His job's really hard.
It's still early, by the way.
And it's so early in the
Remember
season.
he said that last August?
Oh, my gosh.
He said it in August. They
he
lost
never
the game,
stops.
and he said, I don't need to worry about today. I need to worry about tomorrow. It's still early. I'm like, early?
If they go up 4 or 5 runs tonight, I think they should pitch Knievel again.
Because he's just,
I think that's a really good idea.
Or go Quinn. He threw 99.9 miles per hour from the outfield.
Boy, they never stop talking about that
my
one.
God.
It triple bounces every time still.
Dude,
Thank you. Acting like these are great plays. They're average.
for the home plate.
By the
His
way,
arm sucks.
did you see the sports science on it, too? I didn't realize till yesterday. The ball accelerates when it hits the ground.
Yes.
It does. We
It
talked
doesn't
about
take
that
it
the
away.
other day.
It
yeah.
doesn't take away
As an
from it.
infielder, never let the
Maybe
ball hit the
once,
ground
by the
twice.
second or third hop,
It's like,
you
come on,
lose the
Tommy.
momentum.
Hey,
Yeah.
support life-saving cancer
guys.
research. Join us and our generous partner,
all seasons Comfort Control, and make a donation to the American Association for Cancer Research today. Go to 97.5thefanatic.com/AACR because cancer research saves lives. Cousin the Tunis, gonna entertain you. Coming your way next, I'm home to go home and see my family. We will be back tomorrow, early, bright and early, with the John Kincade Show here on The Fanatic.
The John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
When it comes to cybersecurity, the biggest threats don't always strike the biggest targets. Almost half of all cyber attacks target small businesses, so help protect yours with Comcast Business Security Edge. It's advanced security that continues